Oil for America. I have you got to speak yet? I was just waiting.
A single word.
I just wanted to know what your profile pictures about Oil
Oh,
for
I just called
America.
it Trey. I'm sorry.
You're
I
good,
shouldn't have
bro.
said that word. My bad. Yeah, but that's what he was saying, and it just came out of my mouth. My bad. No disrespect.
Hey, everybody.
I called it. I called it. I called it.
Gonna speak. I know you've been
Yeah,
waiting
I was
to.
going to, but
Gonna speak. I know you've been waiting
yeah,
to.
good luck.
Go ahead.
According to this prompt, what's wrong with America? Here's the number one big issue I have with it. When we allow our politicians to illegally inside trade, they don't represent us; they represent themselves.
Sorry, somebody wasn't on mute. I think it's Atomic, and it cut out half of what you said. You said
Yeah.
they don't. What is wrong? Can you guys, like at the bottom, you keep having background noise. It's hard to hear people when they're trying to talk. Can you guys mute up? Thank you.
All right, I'll start over. Said one big problem with America is we allow our politicians to legally inside trade. And as long as we allow that, they do not represent us, they represent themselves.
So why do you have Oil for America as your profile picture? That was the question that I had.
I'm a pretty big expert in crude oil, being from Texas, third
So do you
generation.
like what we're doing in Venezuela for the oil?
That's kind of a big misconception of what people think is going to happen versus reality. I mean,
Reality of this now, since we're taking over the government, and we're going to rebuild infrastructure, reimburse ourselves, and then I think Chevron, Exxon, and whoever else that had deals previously are going to be able to do what they want.
ConocoPhillips, etc. The Venezuela produces less than 1% of the world's oil. Now they may have big reserves, and in the past, the most they've ever done is three, even in
The
their belief.
largest in the world right now, though.
I said the largest reserves, but here's the thing with the reserves. It's not the highest quality oil. It's not actually the most cost effective to drill. It's not the most readily available. This is not Saudi Arabia, stick a straw in the sand and suck it out.
Yeah, it's
This
heavy, right?
is heavy, low quality oil. It's worth about $20 to $30 a barrel, less than Texas oil. So if you were Exxon, let's see, would you drill in Texas where you make more money or go to Venezuela and make less?
So
Can I
if
ask you
it's
a
not the
question?
oil, then what was our reason? Let me just finish real quick. So
Can
if it's
we?
not
Oh,
the
okay.
oil, hang on. So if it's not the oil, what is the reason for us going there? Because we know it's not to help the Venezuelan people because we don't care about that. And we know it's
Why
not
are you
the
asking?
D-rugs because F doesn't come from there, and that's what is unaliving our people. So if it's not the oil, then what was it?
The U.S. has lost an economic battle all over Central and South America to China. They dominate, they kick our ass in every possible direction in South and Central America with their trade deals economically across. Their influence in places like Venezuela, they are the number one buyer of Venezuelan crude, and by default, they are the number one contributor to the Venezuelan economy. This is the level that they've done in every place from Brazil, Guyana, Panama, and so forth.
Absolutely right. Yep.
That is
K-
actually
k-
correct, and I do appreciate your honesty. I hang on a second. I appreciate your honesty answering my questions. So this is
k-
actually
k-
correct, and I do appreciate your honesty answering my questions. So this is about imperialism, and it also is not the end, right? It's one America, not America first. So I just want you guys all to remember this. This is
Well,
what's happening.
can we ask him more questions?
Denmark, yeah, you can, but
you can
Denmark right
call it
now
imperialism, but it's
Denmark has just considered us to be a risk to them because of the comments that have been made in the last day about Greenland. So
but
just keep your eye on where we're
here's the
going.
thing: the spin of calling it imperialism is a pretty low spin. I'm sorry, I'll disagree with you. It's called protectionism. When you've got China that has dominated all over the area, they are surrounding us left and right. Now, if you want to
America.
protect your country, it's going to be pretty hard when they've got allies. In fact, China is closer to Russia than they've ever been before because of some of our shenanigans in the past as well. So the truth is, they have large populations. They do have militaries that are not as big as ours, but they're pretty damn powerful. And population wise and influence wise, they have a lot more global control. And we may live to regret it if we don't actually start becoming allies with our people south of the border to allow us a little bit more protectionism. I wouldn't call it imperialism. I would just call it saving our butt, because if one day China decided to go ahead and get engaged with us, we may not win. They are
So
powerful
MAGA,
and
you
great.
all agree
One
with
Yeah,
second, one
him.
China,
second, one
China
second,
is
You
one
all
really
agree
second,
good.
one
with him,
China
right,
second.
MAGA?
will
Stop,
win.
stop
China.
talking, stop talking, please stop talking.
Can
I
we
want to
take
get to
turns,
Taproot
maybe?
and Julian. Go ahead, Tap.
Can we back up because there's so much talk about oil, and we actually have an oil expert on the panel.
Just
I'm
get.
going to ask
I
him.
want to get everybody who you voted for. Do you support? What's going on? What's wrong with America? What's going on?
Okay. Well, maybe we can make this short. I want to ask him something about the oil industry. This is huge because there's a lot of talk about this, and I think us Americans are woefully misunderstand the industry. I think, tell me if I'm correct. The biggest irony about this, we're going to go and we're going to get their oil, is that the oil industry is having a lot of trouble right now because it's gas is so cheap, oil is so cheap, right? So the irony there is, here are people claiming we're going to go get oil at a time when the oil companies couldn't even recoup their the money they invest down there because oil is so cheap. I mean,
This
am I
is
reading that
correct.
correctly?
Well,
Yeah.
You're
hold on.
correct.
Let me hear from
So
They,
let me hear from Julian real quick. I'm gonna let you
they don't
respond,
want to be
Julian.
there. The oil companies do not want to go down to Venezuela to drill oil, and we need to keep that in mind. So, right, it's not about the oil, and I totally agree with you. I think it's about global influence. And what makes me angry is that we are being lied to, just like in Iraq. Just like in Iraq, it's about the drugs. Oh, wait, no, it's about the oil. Oh, wait, it's about. Come on. So yeah, it's about global
Wait, hold
influence.
on. Can I hear from Julian? Julian, are you there?
Can I go after?
I come on. I just
Oh, your connection's pretty bad. Fully anti-Semitic.
What's up? So,
What's
what
up?
is wrong with America and how do we fix it? First of all, we got to get all Zionist Jews out of power
Oh shit.
so we can fix America because them boys, uh, runs America. That's the first step. Second step, we gotta we put the 19th Amendment. If we put the 19th Amendment and put all black people that's committing crime in jail, we have a good country.
What?
That's how we fix America.
Only
What?
black people?
Yeah. The ones that commit crime, not all black people, obviously. I'm black myself. Not,
I know you're
oh
black.
hell no, that's racist.
What is he talking about?
what do you mean
He's black.
what am I talking about?
What?
Guaguan.
Because
What?
them boys, the first step is remove all Zionist Jews from power, bro. Because they're making us look bad by bombing kids in Gaza, bro. Because that's where our tax money is going. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. If
All
anybody want to
right.
refute my
Hold on. I
argument,
want to get to
go ahead.
Myers. What's up, Mike Myers?
Oh, not much, not much at all. Just
Oh,
listening to
that's right.
this wonderful panel. And
Would you like to chime in, my good sir?
my thing, I would implore you to go and look at the fourth video that I reposted, and it talks about many reasons why the Venezuela thing happened, and for it to be concentrated just on oil is false. It's not just
Can I
about
say
the
something?
oil. Yeah,
No,
go
hold on,
ahead.
hold on. Let him finish.
No, I thought that was you, host. Sorry.
No.
Um,
I'm telling him to let you finish. Go ahead, finish.
Yeah, it's not just about the oil. China, from my understanding, China had some stuff put over there to help make sure that we can't locate what they're doing with their ships. Uh, they had an in with Iran, an in with Russia, so they're putting a lot of stuff over there in Venezuela. And if they put nukes over there, They could reach the coast of California in a heartbeat. So we're doing this to protect America, and it's not just about the oil. So if you employ yourselves, all of you on this panel, and the 53 that are listening here, go into my thing, go look at my fourth video that I reposted. And there's a gentleman there that Black Jack is back, and he posts about a lot of things of why we entered into Venezuela.
Can can I rebundle what you're saying? So it's 1,000% about the oil. Cause okay, hold up. How many people believe in here that Trump did what he did? Cause Mandujo, whatever his name is, was bringing drugs into the United States. How many people believe that? That's why he
Not
attacked
me.
Venezuela.
Not me. Not me.
Well, you're not MAGA retard, so that's good. So,
Wait, did you say that?
Trump,
Request
uh,
backup.
He called me an R word, but I
Request
think me.
backup.
I don't know.
Jesus Christ. No, he definitely did.
He called MAGA the R word.
I know, but still, I'm not trying to get
I said it
flagged.
oh
wasn't
my
about.
fault.
I
No,
So,
said it
I
wasn't.
agree. I agree. He should have been dropped.
yeah, my bad, yeah. So,
You good,
uh,
good.
the reason Trump did what he did is because the oil broke. And he like, did y'all watch the after like the interview like he did like yesterday? He
Who,
literally bragged
Trump?
about it.
The whole press
He literally
conference.
bragged about it is the main reason about the oil, bro. If y'all think, oh, he did that because Mendujo was bringing drugs in the United States, 60% of drugs that's coming to the United States is from Mexico. So why is he not going for the president? Because the president in Mexico is a Jew, by the way, and I'm not being anti-Semitic. The president is a Jew. So if he claimed that, oh, Mendujo is bringing a lot of drugs to the United States, that's cap. Like 60% of the drugs that's coming to the United States is from Mexico, bro. Mexico or Colombia. Why did he attack Mexico? Why did he do that?
All
He did
right,
that because of the
Chloe, you
drugs.
asked a
I
Hold
question.
mean,
I'm
on,
going to
hold
answer.
on. Well, hold on, please, because even the drugs from Colombia, how do they get in here? They get here through Mexico. Okay, it's not that Mexico they're growing it there, making it there, and then it's coming here. It's these
eh,
little countries that are moving it or bringing it here through Mexico. He even
But
said that in
F.
an interview.
okay,
But
but that's the thing
F
though.
So
That's
why
the
are we
thing
doesn't.
gonna
But
though.
go
F
after
comes
They're
from
coming from
Mexico?
Mexico
China.
though. They're coming from Mexico though. That's the thing. They're coming from Mexico.
Yeah,
Just
they're
because other
coming
F.
country
through
make them.
Mexico, but like you can't really fully blame the Mexican government because they're coming through Mexico. They're at the border. They're trying to make sure that nobody's coming here too.
Yeah. So
I
the
definitely
so
think
the
we
No, they're
should
No,
not.
blame the
snow.
Mexican
It's
government
not
for
coming from
part of
no.
this.
Venezuela though.
Yeah.
It's
This.
not
Exactly.
coming
Yeah.
That's
from.
what
It's
I'm
not.
saying. It's not coming, bro.
I didn't
Trump
say Venezuela.
It's
Easy
and
no, it's just
snow.
and
Mexico.
and
It's
after I predict after Trump 4 years is over, right? If a Democrat ever get into power, bro, they're going after Trump hard, bro. They're going after Trump, bro. If a Democrat ever get into power, bro, then 2028, bro, they're going after Trump because for what he's doing right now, the war
Mr.
crime.
Coley,
This
What's
is
up?
the dumbest shit
got
ever.
a big I
This is the
got a
dumbest
big
shit.
problem with your argument here. So
What's
let's
up?
be clear. Which country in the world is the largest crude producer?
Crude. Can I
What
answer that, or you want
country
him
is
to
the
answer?
I don't know
largest
that. I don't
crude
know
oil
that. Which
producer?
country? Which country?
The
Okay.
United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
By far
We
over
don't need.
any place in the world. More than Saudi, more than Russia, a hell of a lot more than Venezuela.
Yep.
No, but Venezuela has the largest reserves.
But
Yeah, but
here's the key word. We already have plenty. Now, if we run out of oil, 50% might be good to have those reserves, but as of right now, we don't need it.
So it's
I
Just
yeah,
F.
don't
because
know
we
That's
how
don't need
you
it
exactly what
doesn't
I.
doesn't make.
and
That's
that's
what
and
I
why
said
it makes
earlier. This
no
is
yep,
not.
sense.
This is not
it's
just
not
about
oil.
oil,
It's
It
not
is
especially
oil.
not.
now.
So
It's not
The
at
main
all about
reason,
oil.
the main
that
reason
It's
No,
is
is
it's
about
not
nothing.
not.
the
No,
main
It's
it's
reason
not.
oh
nothing.
my
because
god.
we have
It is not the
plenty.
main
Trump
reason.
literally
Oil.
brag about it. Trump said it himself after
He
the
may have
like
Oh
said
the
it,
yeah,
but
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did.
he sure he
He's
did, but
master
he's
of.
not right.
Are you
He's
guys
full of
aware
crap.
of coltan? Are you aware of coltan? Have you guys been paying attention to rare earth minerals and how China has 60%? Are you familiar with coltan?
Sure.
Do you know what? Okay, you know how Trump talks about magnets, right? And you know about
Mhm.
the current merger of Truth Social, Trump Enterprises with TAE, correct? You guys are all
Sure.
aware of all of this, and you know why, right?
Just tell us
Okay. So,
briefly.
rare earth, so nuclear fusion and magnets. are becoming the new technology for clean nuclear power. And
Not
and
really.
also for
No.
defense weapons, you need certain types of rare earth minerals and for chips, right? And
That's
there's a
correct.
company called TAE, there's a company called Vulcan Elements. This company called Vulcan Elements actually goes and makes the magnetic materials for the chips. And they're a pretty new company, but they were financed and they actually just received a Department of Defense grant for 620 million, but they were financed through a company called 1789 Capital. You know who is a partner in 1789 Capital? Part owner? Donald Trump Jr. So go look that up on the Department of War. It's actually war.gov, Department of Defense website. I look at their contracts on a daily basis and I run all the companies down and who the financial firms are behind them. Venezuela does have some rare earth minerals, but there our security is starting. He had a really
They have a
good
lot,
wait. Yeah, they do.
don't they?
Yes, they do.
Which could be a
Well,
reason for this, but
Greenland has
he
more.
didn't say that.
And
Greenland
that's
has a
why he's
lot
going
more.
after
Well,
Greenland. And did you see what happened today? Did you guys see what happened? Stephen Miller's wife put that picture of Greenland out with the US flag over it. And now Denmark has just put a warning out that we are a risk to them.
oh,
So look
brother.
at that. That just happened today. So
Well,
I'm telling you,
we're
it's
not
one
a
Ugh.
risk.
America
I'll
and we're going
give you
after
an answer.
Okay.
resources.
Hey,
It's
here's a
imperialism.
cool thing. If you sat there and gave the people of Greenland a vote, and so America came and said, "Look, offer every citizen here $1 million to join the United States," where do you think that election would go by
It's
tomorrow?
filthy. Did you guys know
Well,
when you mine
Again,
coltan,
wait.
it's
I want to ask him
filthy.
a
It
question.
ruins your groundwater.
Can I
It
ask him a
ruins your
question?
air. Yeah, you can. I'm sorry,
Can I
but
ask him a
it is
question?
filthy. Please start looking into
Oil
this, you
for
guys.
how much money would you take for Iran to own the United States? What's your patriotism worth? You think Greenlanders don't care about
Zero.
Greenland? They'd just be paid off
oh,
with
I
money
think for $1 million, I bet you, yes, the
for $1 million.
vast
You would
majority.
let
And
Iran
not only that, oh my God, all
own
the
the United States?
benefits. Let me finish. All the benefits you'd have over working with a country like United States versus Denmark. Who the hell would protect you
We just
better?
took
Who the
40
Look,
hell has a
million
better
people's
people don't.
benefits
military?
away.
Who
We
would
can't even take
just
care of
who
Americans.
the
I'm
No, we
just
hell would
can't.
be
saying
10 times better
No,
to
we
be
can't
able
take
to
care of our
join?
own country. Why are we going and
The
trying to take
people
care of
have the right to vote themselves.
37 million in
No.
Venezuela that we have to
it's
take on now
Again,
because we're now their government?
I'm sure they would be happy to join us.
Really, without
yeah.
any benefits because
I
we
you
can't
couldn't
even
pay
I
feed
me.
or
just
give
said,
health
I
care
just
to our current
listed a
own
shitload of
citizens.
benefits.
You
You
guys
know
said
what?
you didn't want this. You said you didn't want to
No,
go police the world and take care of everybody else. You
no, I
want to take
just said
care of
I'm
our
sure
country.
they'd be willing to join us.
It's
See, do
kooky.
you
Come
see how
on.
this sounds? It's
You don't
really
see
ick.
that.
It gives a lot of
It's
ick.
It's not ick.
it's
It's not at
kooky. It's
all.
crazy as shit. What are you
If
talking
I
about?
was living
We're
in
gonna go pay
Greenland and I would get
Greenlanders.
a U.S. passport, you could travel everywhere. And
Oh,
you know what? Maybe with all the money that comes in that area, probably they'd have support. You could travel every. Probably they'd have some form of care.
you
People love moving here than anywhere else.
Don't
We got people coming in legally and illegally, left and
see, he's
right.
telling the truth. I'm telling you guys, he is telling the truth.
you know
This
what though?
is what
So
it is.
You
because
know what
we
though? You're
are
aiming.
awesome, people would want to join us. It would be an awesome opportunity for them. So yes, if I lived in Greenland, hell yeah, I'd be like,
No,
wow,
he's
we
telling
get
the truth
all
about
these
us going and
benefits
taking
of doing it.
over all these countries that
Again,
have
all
that
they have
have
to
the
do is all
rare
they would
earth
have to do
minerals. I'm telling you.
is to offer them, yeah. And then once we go ahead and as a country offer the infrastructures to do it, it'd become probably one of the richest states in America. My gosh, you'd be living
He even
champagne
called it a
in
state, the
Greenland.
other country.
Well,
It's one of the states, like how he
look.
wanted Canada
Again,
to be the
if you let them
51st.
join
You
us,
guys, I'm telling you, this guy is
if
telling,
you let them join us, it
he's
would
spilling the
be an
beans.
amazing deal. It would be a win-win. I mean, it'd be a hell of join us. It
He's
would
spilling the
be an
beans.
amazing. I mean, it'd be a hell of a lot better than Denmark. What the hell do they got to offer them? I did, and I know that he ran, and we're not to.
What other ones do you think we should take?
Which other ones we should take? Well, one, I think we should take back the Panama Canal, but maybe not
Yeah.
Panama. And the reason being is they violated their terms of the agreements. They have allowed the right of way for China to go ahead and get highly embedded in it where they can refuel their ships. They've got control of the canal itself. And yeah, their influence is way, way too strong for both military purposes and whatnot, that was supposed to be for our canal uses. In the event there's war, we could go ahead and use the canal to help move ships from the
Okay, well,
Atlantic
what
to the
about Greenland?
Pacific. Greenland is just one low population area, and I think it's something the U.S. could develop. I think
Where
actually,
else?
what? And I
Where
think it'd be
else?
peaceful. Where
You think we
else?
should go into Brazil and Colombia? You think we
Well,
should just take over all the Americas?
I think we should definitely do a lot more of building up a stronger economic ties and allies and diplomacy, which has seemed to fail under previous administrations in places like Mexico. If we make these countries, whether the Guatemala, Honduras, where they have decent governments, people will not want to necessarily run, leave, and flee as refugees begging to come in the United States. So instead of taking care of the root problem and making it better, I don't think Venezuela, when it was the richest country in the world, had all these people running to the United States. But when they went from the richest to the poorest, yeah, there's a shitload of problems and we have a lot of immigration. The people didn't want to necessarily 100% have to be forced to be here. We didn't necessarily, maybe didn't really want to have to take them in. So if you did a little bit more diplomacy and had a little bit more economic relationships with them and make sure drug czars don't get in control of the country, not only political, moral, and ethical reasons, then yes, we should have done that. We should have allowed our enemies of the states in there. There was an example of someone called the Soviet Union that tried to put missiles on Cuba. We didn't like that very well. They're still being punished today. Well,
Yep,
hell, I think it'd been
got it.
better just to topple that damn
We
government.
got it. We got it. We got it. But I just wanted just to
Got it.
confirm, so I know talking to MAGA going forward, we are now not about America first. We're about one
I am about
America, and
America
we're
first.
okay with policing the world,
I didn't
and
say
then
that.
we're
Not the whole world.
okay. No, this
No,
is no. You
that's
just said
not
all
true.
this.
I didn't say policing
Who
the whole
heard?
damn
But
world.
who just heard you? No, we don't want
We
other
pick and
countries to have
choose
leaders.
wisely what we want to go after. You pick
Oh,
and
Well,
we have
choose
that
what.
privilege.
it's
Yes, we do.
rhetorical.
We do have the privilege. I mean, what about the poor freaking
What
Cubans that
about
burn?
this is
Yes, we should
wise? Wait,
probably
what
go
about
over
this is
there.
oil? Oil, 1 second. What about this is wise? This has
Nothing.
nothing to do with
Exactly.
America.
Well, a couple of things. We wouldn't have such an illegal immigration problem if these people were not fleeing from these other areas. One, that would help secure our borders. One, that would control illegal immigration.
Yeah, but the
Absolutely.
issue,
So we just
sir,
go
but
into
if you
other
look,
countries and occupy them?
Well, I
yeah,
didn't say occupy them, no, but we go ahead and we use diplomacy to go over. Now, if there's situations like in Mexico where we take out people like Chapo, yeah, take out some of the big bad drug czars over there. We got a good military. Go in just like they did in this case with the president of Venezuela, do a little damage, come back out, stun them so the government can take control of it in Mexico.
Should we
Rather
yeah, but
pardon
than
Do
One
a
no,
taking
second,
the
one
over
second.
shit.
So hold
okay,
on,
Honduras?
I
hold
have a
on.
do a
question.
little damage.
Maleko.
You said
Walaikum
something. You said
assalam.
that.
Hold on.
Can I
Can we
introduce
get go
myself?
here? Yeah, go ahead, Betty White.
No one can argue with Betty White. Um,
Correct.
I'm. That's why I put her picture. Um, I'm mod left, and I voted for Harris. I don't have the biggest problem with going in and taking out Maduro, even though, of course, the primary reason is oil in a situation with that. But I was interning on Wall Street during 9/11. And of course, I've seen all of this rhetoric before. I'm not anti war or that kind of lefty, but I've heard all of this like, oh, we're replacing a bad guy, and wanting to send
Yep.
people into countries. And I worry about, because I was for Afghanistan, but not for Iraq. And it always turns somewhere because we don't put the money aside for our veterans. And that is a big problem I have with war. I also have a problem with our history of leaving chaos in these countries and the thoughtlessness of that. I do believe in, there has to be a number one in the world, and that still is the US. But I think the way Trump runs around the world, the things he says about countries is disrespectful to them. So I don't think he has the soft power that previous administrations have had, and I think the way the world rallied around us during the 9/11 times and the way the country was united during that time is he gets off very much on just catering specifically, not even to moderate Republicans, but a very MAGA base. So I think oil for whatever sounded like he was talking very much like the old Republicans, like, oh, we're going to go and we're going to do all this stuff. Sounds sometimes very nice, but we don't have that world respect. And you know that by, if you actually look at like what world papers in world respect, and you know what world papers in Asia and Europe and South America say. I don't think the country we know is so divided as well. So all of this I find, I don't mind that Maduro is out. I hope we don't unalive him the way that they did Saddam Hussein, who's a very bad guy, but we didn't let him speak at trial. He offered to speak to our country before the invasion. And then there was recordings
Do
of
you
him
believe
being
Saddam
hung.
Hussein was this evil man?
I don't think if
One second.
we unalived
No, I just want to know, do you
people,
believe that?
I'm not an expert on him.
I'm just asking you a
I-
question. I
Evil. I think he was a bad dude, but if we
so why did they give
ran
him the
around
key
the
to
world,
Detroit then?
no, but he was a bad dude that we worked with until he didn't
Then
want to
why did
do
we give
our
him the
oil.
key to Detroit?
The key to what?
Detroit.
Detroit?
Yes.
No,
Right?
like I'm saying, I don't think he should have been unalived in that way in the hanging. And we do business, like even right now, with a lot of bad dudes. So if we were running around unaliving
Yes, Saddam
bad
Hussein was
dudes
given
that
the
we,
key to Detroit.
Well, Saddam didn't try to do a genocide against the Kurds of
yeah,
unaliving 200,000 people. I
yeah,
couldn't imagine anybody that did that would be
no, but I don't
worthy
think
of
that
any key to anything ever. He could
One
take
I,
second,
and
hold on.
turn
Let
it
me
He
up
get
was
to
to
awful.
HNIC. One second, oil. HNIC.
who are you talking to?
Yeah, peace. What's good, brother?
Oh, okay.
What's going on? I know you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've tried this thing of like invading people, and then later on saying that why these people come into our country. I don't know if y'all remember that rapper Immortal Technique. He had a song about that. And when you look at, let's say, for example, people from El Salvador and Nicaragua, from Guatemala, well, they come over here because in the early 1900s, we were going and invading because we wanted the price of sugar or bananas to be pennies for our country. This is a part of history that either we forget or wasn't taught in the classroom. So once you go and invade countries, which we've done all throughout the late 1800s and then the 1900s, and then we complain that, oh, why are these immigrants coming over here? Well, obviously, so when you go around and mingle in their countries and everything. On top of that, when brother was saying about the Panama Canal, the Torrijos-Carter Treaty of '79 made it to where it's neutral and they're able to run it. There's nothing that's showing that, oh, it's run over by the Chinese or anything else. We are on the back end of that treaty. It says that we can fight to protect the neutrality of it, but there's nothing that's showing that neutrality of the Panama Canal has been upended or anything of that nature. But once again, as you know, the man with the one-eyed man in the land of blind is king, and people forget about this history. But we've been going into South America, we've been going to Central America all throughout history, and this is why even like the Haitians, same thing. Their country's messed up. We've been in there in and out for so many different years for gold and other things as well. So if we want to repeat that history, then go ahead and see what happened, in the San Carlos Sandino in Nicaragua and other places. You'll see that it's been an ugly history, and this is why a lot of people in those countries don't like us or come up here because they say, hey, we're going to go to a place where there's some type of opportunity because they messed up ours. Touchdown.
Well, here, I'll blow that out of the water very quickly. Name two places in the U.S. history where we intervened, overthrew a government, and it's worked out amazing. Go ahead.
Two that has worked out amazing. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
I'm telling you. It's worked out
Yeah.
horribly. That's what I'm
Okay, so
telling you.
let's
You want to look
name
at
one of them.
look at one maybe.
No,
Okay,
no.
I can say Grenada.
Since you
What
can't
I
name
say?
them,
Hold on. First off,
I'll
be quiet.
give you a hint.
Grenada is one. If you want to look at
All right.
Grenada of '79, okay, that was okay. If you want to look at that, let me think of another one.
You
I
forgot
mean,
history.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say Chile, considering that with Chile, it put in the Pinochet era, even though Chile is doing pretty well today. But you can't justify mass, slaughters of people and say, "Hey, we got a great economy and everything." But go ahead if you can talk to the other ones. I mean, what when we intervened into what in the early 2000s with Aristide in Haiti. What was going on? If you want to say that helped out, but then again, look what happened after they had a backsliding and everything. Or you can look at maybe Trujillo when he was ousting out and genociding the Haitians, and we helped to step in with there. Okay, maybe even with Papa Doc, maybe. But then again, we created that history before that. But I'm looking at just Western history. I'm not going to look at the East because we have a lot of stuff over there. I mean, we intervened in the Suez Canal against the Jews, and, Israelis, and French and the British, and that was actually with Eisenhower. That actually really helped out, and people in the Middle East saw us say, "Hey, you know what? Maybe they're not biased and everything." But I gave you four.
Did you ever interview in the United States with, I don't know, Japan? Maybe there's a country called Germany, World War II.
I'm talking about interventions not in the time of war, sir. Time of war, yes.
But we did intervene in both of those.
Once again,
Absolutely.
we're talking
different.
about.
We literally toppled their
I'm
government,
looking at.
and then we
Yes,
ran them.
I'm looking
We
at
literally
apples.
split up Germany and ran it.
I'm comparing
Okay.
He's
apples
not
and
talking
apples,
about
not
war.
apples and pineapples, sir.
War.
You're looking
Again,
at pineapples. I'm looking
war,
at apples.
conflicts, whatever you want to call it. These are
It's totally
toppling.
different, sir. That was declared war,
Absolutely.
sir. That was declared war. That's
Again,
totally different,
and you
sir.
know what? And I'm glad we did it, and our results were amazing.
I'm not gonna go against
And
you
by
on
the
that.
way,
Tapu.
not
I'm
only
not gonna go
that, did
against
we
you on
offer the
Japan
protection of
and Germany.
Japan. South Korea is still on the map today, probably from us.
Okay, you know, I
Right.
give
Hold
you on
on,
that one.
Oil. Hold on. Let
And
me.
as I said, I'm looking at the Western Hemisphere.
Well,
Hold on.
I'm
Tap.
just saying,
Hold on.
we have done
Oil.
a lot of good
Oil.
toppling and a lot of
Hold on.
interventions. Some of them have backfired.
Oil. 1 second.
Most of them have been
A
pretty
lot of
damn
people
good.
want to talk. Oil. 1 second. Tapu. What were you about to say?
It's okay. I'm good. I mean, they're apples and oranges. I agree. It's a big difference between going into a country that has not attacked us, drumming up a pretend like, well, it's war because of the drugs coming up, but they're not actually coming up, and intervening and kidnapping, or whatever you want to call it. It's a lot different from helping in the World War II effort. We didn't even start. We had nothing to do with it. We sat out for a long time. So they're apples and oranges. Very different.
With the protection of Taiwan, I don't know. I mean,
Got done
Look,
saying that it was about imperialism. You spelled it all out.
I didn't say we didn't take Taiwan. We
No,
didn't
I'm
take
talking
these other
about what's
places.
going on
Yeah.
in Venezuela right now. That's
Well,
what we were
right now, that's not
attributing it
imperialism.
to.
It is
guys,
Yeah,
we
it
ignored
is.
Betty
absolutely not
White up there.
It's
imperialism.
the
Not even
topic.
close.
Can we return to what Betty White was
Not
talking
even
about?
close.
She said some great things, and then we all ignored her. Can we refer to what she said?
I
Because I
do want to,
totally
yeah.
agree. I
It's because
totally
I'm
agree
a
with what she's
woman.
saying.
I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
It's
well,
not,
not too far
I
off.
give you props.
I'm
You need to
kidding,
learn to
Randy.
talk like this. Yeah, well, I totally agree. I'm 57. Iraq, I feel like we learned nothing from Iraq. These promised utopias where we're going to oust a dictator, and don't worry, they're going to love us. They'll be celebrating in the streets. It's like a broken record,
I
you
think
know?
it's also, which I didn't even add, is what I find funny with MAGA and Trump supporters is even in 2016, he came in as like, and he did sell it rather well as like, he's not a Republican, he's Democrat, he's new, you know? And when you delved into his history, he pretended to be somewhat liberal because he was in entertainment and he was in New York and it was more popular to be in those circles. But then, and most people don't know that during Obama, he went kind of like the uber racist rhetoric of the Obama birth certificate. And Roger Ailes groomed him and honed him to be on Fox News once a week talking about the birth certificate thing. So when people are like, oh, he's racist, has this racist history, to me, that is like one of the key indicators because anyone who latched onto that That was racist rhetoric, right?
I agree.
And I mean, he had a history beyond that, but his brand of racism for me was always like different from maybe other racists, where like if you're enough of a fan of his and you say you like him, if you're gay, if you're a minority, he'll be like, I love that guy. So that's how he is. But then if you say you don't like him, he will throw out all kinds of slurs and degrading terms.
Can I
So
differ with you just just a little
wait.
bit?
Let me just
Oh, I'm sorry.
land
Go ahead.
this.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me just land this. So then when he runs, he's saying, I think, some populist language that I give him credit that the Democrats were kind of turning a blind eye to the populist movement and economic trials. I thought his verbiage was good. It came from Ailes and Steve Bannon. But I do think that he was part of Roger Ailes, Reaganism, reversing civil rights language, which is what Project 2025 turned into. This has been the Republican agenda for 40, 50 years, and people think that he's this like new Republican. He's just a rebranded Republican. And I think people really don't see that. So that's
I
my
totally
point.
agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. In fact, if you think
After
about
you
what
go,
have the
can I
Trump
Republican
is
dreams
just
been?
racist.
Wait,
What have the
Clearly
Tarpon, after you
Republican
go,
racist.
can I'm sorry, after you go, Tarpon, I would like to talk to her too, because there were a couple things she said that struck me too.
Yeah, I don't know if we get anywhere trying to prove he's a racist. Like, and the thing we think about it, trying to prove what's inside someone's head is pretty difficult anyway. It's hard in court. It's hard enough in court. What I think is he's an opportunist, and what makes me angry is he knows how to do and say things that racists love without
yeah.
actually saying it himself. In other words, crapping on Obama for 4 years straight about the thing. It's like, oh my God, yes, someone finally takes this apparently God-fearing family man down, stomp on him. They love it. I don't know whether Trump's a racist. Or saying things like the Haitian smear. They're stealing pets and eating them. It
Yeah.
is a Nazi era perfect smear to disgust the American
When did
people.
Mustache Man said that?
And so,
When did Mustache Man say that they're eating the cats and they're eating the
So
dogs?
first of all, that's
okay,
very
would you
offensive to correlate them to any type of
And,
Nazi.
and
would
he
you
just
like no?
recently, I don't know if you guys heard him recently, but
Can
he
I
said
answer?
we
Can I
love
answer?
I didn't think.
Colombians.
I,
He
I
I'd
said
love
didn't.
to
he
I
answer.
didn't.
said
I
so
didn't
many good things
see.
about Colombians
I didn't see a
recently.
Jew. I don't see a genocide of Jewish people. And if you're going to relate anybody
I'm
to
not
Yeah.
that,
saying they're the
not
same. What I'm saying is the technique is the same.
Mm,
Been a
you know
million
what?
his.
But here's the
Okay,
sad
I'm
thing:
going to
you can
answer. I'm going to
correlate
answer.
anything. Two
You
people put their shoes on together; they both chew
okay?
gum. Correlate
So
whatever you want. They're not. They're
okay,
Let
not
him
easily
forget the
finish.
Nazis.
related.
Forget the Nazis. Forget the Nazis.
Well,
Pick
that's
any.
such a Democrat cutting point. If
Okay,
I can't win, I
Can
got to
you
forget.
try and
just
throw Nazi into
stop?
something.
Let
Then
him
forget
finish
it.
his
Then okay.
comment. Holy
Let me
cow. He
let me
doesn't
just
need to
say.
be raked
Okay,
over the
Grow up.
coals.
I
Good
was
grow up.
wrong then. Let me say I was wrong. Pick anybody who wants to get that kind of control. If they can smear an outsider group and disgust people, you get support. In other words, I just picked that because it's one we're all familiar with. The historical goes back to the Middle Ages. It's not just Germans in the 1930s. The smears that they were drinking the blood of Christian, babies, and all those smears meant to vilify. And you know what I'm saying. The fact that he would stand up in a national forum, in a national debate, when we have problems with healthcare and all the problems we have, and say, and by the way, Haitians,
I think he
what
also
a
lowered the
bozo.
standard of just, and people, his people, a lot of them, and I want to say generally like all of them, because I know a lot of Republicans who are like, ick, they're disgusted, and maybe they voted on one issue, which I don't, but the standard of how he spoke about women and how he spoke about politicians' wives and other countries is kind of disgusting, is
It's an
that you don't
embarrassment.
want a president or even a governor or a mayor speaking like that, no matter what laws they passed, because I think it's trickled down into how young pe- young people speak and on social media. When you see the president, who shouldn't even be on social media that much, like there's transparency and then there's like being a Kardashian. It's like
Right.
we don't need all your business and all your thoughts out there, especially like the gross
Yes.
ones. But Shell, you had a question for me?
Yeah. Yeah, so I lived through all of that as an adult too.
Yeah.
I'm 59. So,
Oh, I was
and
a teenager, so like, but I was,
yeah, no, I
but I have
actually
like
voted
on
at the
site,
time.
I was on Wall Street.
Yeah, no, no, no. So this is really crazy because in my mind, a while ago, especially after he started saying the unalivings from the derugs, and that's why we're moving the boats, right? And then
Yeah.
the whole false narrative that this was about the F, because that's what the unaliving are people here, right? And it really wasn't about that. We know Maduro. We knew from the first term that Trump wanted him gone. I mean, they had the failed coup. He gave the protection status to Venezuelans to come here, all that, right? So we all know
Right.
about all that happened. But the WMD that he said a few weeks ago, he literally said WMD. It triggered, and I don't know if this happened when you heard it, but it
Oh, did it?
literally,
Absolutely.
that's where I correlated it. I
Shell,
mean, I
Absolutely.
already did.
I've been
I
hearing
already did.
MAGA
Yeah.
say that the shrugs are like 100 times worse than WMDs because they unalive, like they're given like numbers of, because they're
Hmm.
attributing like now every schmug death to
To
not
anything,
only
not
that,
just F,
but
right?
then that country, when all the world investigations on that is that schmuck. Now, listen, if they want to say that they took, which is the more honest, is they took down this country because the elections were bad, he's torturing people and all of that. But most people say that country is not responsible for that F drug, that F schmug, and it's surrounding countries. It's a lot of countries that take it in through Mexico. Like that's what every
From
investigator,
China through Mexico.
whatever, has said. So it's false right out of the gate. And
One second.
I actually have a cousin who lost his life to taking one V pill that was spiked with that, but that was
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
six
think
I'm
years
John
sorry,
ago
y'all.
or
probably.
so.
One
And
second, y'all. One
so
second. Oh, did you want to finish up? Go ahead.
yeah, no, so I get that, but that is, the fact that they're amplifying that rhetoric is frightening.
Thank you. El Guerrero,
Yes, sir.
how you doing, man? Would you like to answer the prompt?
Very good. Yeah, I'm from Oregon. I'm 37, registered Latino Democrat, but I voted for Trump. But with this Venezuela thing, he lost all my respect.
Uh-oh, talk to me.
Uh,
What happened?
we should never have gone in there at all.
Okay.
People say, "Well, he's a dictator. He did this. He did that." I don't see anything online where it could prove me different. you know and I think we should have stayed out of it. I mean, we're not the World War police. We should not be getting involved in anything. If you want to get involved, there's proper channels to go through, because that alarmed NATO or our allies. They're sending out a statement, what the hell you're doing. you know so I think it's a big mistake going in there.
What was the
Anybody?
mistake? Well, I don't see any downside of anything right now.
Well, we should not invade another country.
Again, hey,
There's international
we
laws.
we let a small group of guys safely go in and out. No harm to any, very low
We are
cost.
going to
So now,
occupy, sir.
Absolutely no downside to this whatsoever.
wait, do you
We're
think
going
that
to
there won't be any
occupy.
consequences to this? You think they're just gonna be
Oh,
like,
there'll
yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
just it? You
Again,
think that no
here's
You
casualties and
just
no?
say,
but
You think
listen
that
to
yeah.
Maduro
this.
ain't got no
Listen to
people?
this. We are going to occupy when you have no evidence. It hasn't happened. You just want to put out the worst possible. And
The
if we
No,
government
no,
did,
no,
will
no, no,
by the
no, no,
way,
occupy.
no. This
if
isn't
we did
speculative. I just
occupy,
think it's
the
fascinating that
Venezuelan
you're not
people
living in
actually
reality.
like us.
I
They're
don't think
not
you're
going to
living,
be a
sir,
bunch of
sir,
Muslims that are going to
sir,
try to
sir,
kill
sir,
us.
sir. I don't think this is about Muslims either, but
Well,
I don't
in
think you're living. One
Afghanistan, it
second,
sure
one
was.
second, one second. I think you're
Right.
not living in reality, but I want to get to Trump
We
Daddy
are
really
living
quick
in
because
reality. The
he just came on
Venezuelan
the panel. Please
people
stop
would
talking. Please
not
stop
take
talking.
arms
Please stop
against
talking.
us.
I'm not gonna keep
There
Wait,
asking.
is no
wait,
ground
oil,
Please stop
invasion.
oil,
talking.
oil. Just, I want to ask you, like, we're in
One
limbo right
second.
now.
One second. I
Like,
want to ask Trump Daddy. What's up, man? Would you like to chime in?
Hey, how are you? Yeah, thanks for inviting me up or letting me up. Um, we did what we had to do. They issued an indictment against this guy 5 years ago, almost six. and he didn't have time to address it, or maybe things weren't to the point where we could address it his first term. Biden's admin had 4 years to deal with this guy, and they didn't do anything. This guy is a bad actor. He stayed in after he lost the election. He didn't win. He's an unelected despot, a dictator that was posing a threat to American citizens, and we did what we had to do. We didn't lose any
A
lives.
threat?
They didn't lose any lives. We're not going to occupy them any longer than we have to.
Threat to us where we couldn't have done this with diplomacy? What was the immediate
You
threat?
can't deal with a guy like this with
What
diplomacy.
was the
They
immediate
tried
threat?
that.
Answer her question though.
They tried that. The
What
guy
was the
is
immediate threat
the
that
immediate
Trump
threat is the
used?
fact that the rugs keep flowing from that country
But the F
into other
isn't, and that's
countries and
what's
then up to
unaliving
ours.
us. But the
What?
F isn't,
It
and
is
that's what's
unaliving
unaliving us.
some people. Some
No, the
Americans
F
are
isn't.
unaliving from it. I guess those
No,
lives
but
don't
it's not
matter for
from.
you.
It's not from.
Those lives of
No.
American that have been
Oh,
unalived, you do
okay.
not
Okay. So
care.
what was this about? I
I
thought
Hey,
you
guess it's
said
Shell.
this
not
was
about
about
saving American
imperialism.
lives to you
So
because any boat that was
Okay.
stopped saves
Somebody
lives.
needs to
But you don't
stop
want to
him.
save lives. You want them to
No, it's not
I
unalive.
have a
about
question.
that.
Very,
You're
so
very
gonna
here's the
Oil,
thing.
lie.
important.
oil. What's
Shell,
the
You want
opposite of
Shell,
Americans
speed?
unalive.
hold on.
Oil.
Shell,
Good,
don't
HNIC.
good,
What
good,
we?
good,
Hold
good
on.
move, lady.
Hold on.
it,
HNIC. What were you about to say?
What I'm about to say is that, I think that we're like not looking at these cartels as sophisticated organizations. So you think that Maduro is leaving and they're like shaking their boots like, what are we going to do now with all these narcotics in our hand? We're not going to do anything with it. So you think that that's going to get rid of the narcotics flowing through our country? And also keep in mind that the major flow is from Mexico. So should we go out and just wage war against Mexico as well and kidnap Sheinbaum? Now, I don't like narcotics in our country, and I think that we should have more of a demand side because keep in mind we did this with Pablo Escobar, we did this with Noriega. It just went up and went even more. Now it's even more widespread.
Where's
So
Chapo? Where's
how
Chapo
is
sitting?
so
Where's
okay?
Chapo?
So did that decrease the amount of fentanyl coming into our country?
It
No, it
broke up
didn't.
the Sonoa
No, it didn't.
gang. They
And
are
Guys, I
actually
get
it made the
called.
other
Chapo and
ones. It made
Escobar
the
mixed
other
up.
ones
Are they
even.
both
It made the other ones
unalived?
even more
Did someone answer
powerful,
that?
sir. The
They're
Escobar.
Sinaloa and
both.
all the
Yeah.
other cartels made it even more powerful.
And you're
So once
right. This
again,
is why we need a secure border, which I don't know. Who was against
I
border
agree. Actually,
walls?
I agree with
Who
that. But
was
then
against
again,
a border
then
security?
again,
I
are
don't know. I
we?
can only think of
So
one
for
Hold
us,
on.
person.
Oil.
so once again, us
Hold
going
on.
into taking out heads of state, how is that helping out with our security and also getting rid
Because
of
if they had a
narcotics?
better
you
Mexican president, they'd get control
here's
of
the
it.
thing. You guys
He
are
Still no
wasn't
looking.
the
answer.
head of
Oh boy.
state.
You
Still no
guys
answer.
need to. We need to be looking at the long game. There was more to this than just going in and getting Maduro for the rugs. This was a shot across the bow to the fucking Chinese. They're going to end. We're going to end their influence in our hemisphere. The shit's stopping now. This was more
Yep,
than just about Maduro.
Trump.
that
Trump.
is the
Wait, what is the
truth.
rest of your name? Trump Dad. Okay.
And,
Trump Daddy.
yeah,
Okay.
you
That
just call
does
me
not roll
TD
off
if
the
you want.
tongue. I got to tell you, but
Yeah,
Yeah, hit
um,
that on the head.
I'm moderate left. I'm not opposed to them taking a bad leader out of a country.
yeah.
And I hope that this is a message, not really to China, because I don't think this is, I mean, it is a message to China. I
It
get that.
is.
They
That's
were
fine.
beside themselves.
Betty,
No,
MAGA
no, no, that
thinks.
is fine. That is fine. And that
Yeah,
is
MAGA
fine as
thinks
well.
that it's
But
okay for us to go and steal from other countries because we need to
no,
do
no,
it
no.
before
Okay,
China
okay, okay.
does.
Okay. But I'm not even addressing that part. What I would like to see from the end of it, that the putting of the F in substances coming in will not be treated. Recreational schmug use, I don't think is going to end. And, people taking those, I don't, I don't think certain ones should be legal in this country. But I think the big problem is that putting that into substances was really something that needed to be taken care of. And I hope that
Absolutely.
that is the message, even though I don't think that was the country doing it, that maybe that will be a result of this. That,
Correct. Because all it takes is a couple nanograms, a couple grains of
But
salt
it was a
I
false narrative. That's the problem. That is
of
not what
F.
this was about. He sold you on it because he labeled narco terrorists and he said, this guy's a narco terrorist. He did the boat
Why did
boomings. And then
well,
he said,
Hold on. Let her
no,
finish.
it's not really that.
why
It's
did we
really, we got our land and our oil stolen from us. He said that.
Why did we
So
go in
quit
and
bringing it back
So
to
wait,
F.
wait. Let's get this right.
why did we
You're
get
you're
Noriega?
you're okay with him. It's like he was a narco, but he just wasn't a big enough narco. So I don't really care. I mean,
I'm
he was
saying
a
the
great
narrative was
guy because
WMDs.
because we don't want to stop them as a
No, the
narco, and
narrative
and
was
it's only doing some
WMDs,
damage, but
sir.
it's not enough. So I don't
The
really care.
narrative was WMDs, and he was using F because that's what unalives our kids here. It's not
The
the snow.
WMDs
It's
were in
the F.
Iran, and he did a good job
The
putting an end to
no,
those.
no, no, no. The WMDs
And we
this
are
time.
safer. I
Would
heard
you
this
shut up and
narrative.
let me
Wait.
finish? You are
Wasn't this
Shut
the
up, man.
ridiculous.
narrative of the
You guys
Democrats? We
overtalk
were
each
going to be in
other,
full
honestly.
war with Iran too.
Mods.
The the
I would have been screaming
WMDs.
for Iran.
Oil, stop or I'm gonna drop you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Bleach. Bleach, how you doing tonight, man?
Good man. How are you?
Oh,
Great. Would you like to chime in, answer the background, or chime in on the what the topic is?
Yeah, I'm very happy what he did in Venezuela. You're right. We put a stop to China. It served a whole bunch of purposes why we did what we did. This was a bad guy. There is a president of that country. He's not it. And now the president is now speaking to the people. The actual president, the guy that was voted in by overwhelmingly, like by 70%.
She's asking for
Right?
Maduro back.
What are you talking about?
She's asking for him to be brought back.
well,
Did y'all
maybe
miss
she's
that?
doing that because she's worried about her
It's a
safety.
he, not a
Maybe she
she.
has to walk that. She has to walk that.
Why would she be worried about her safety?
Because there may be Maduro followers within the government, and she, knows what she's doing. I'm just throwing that
I
out
think
there.
Okay, so
I
it's
think it's
either
I
because
think that
Trump
something
was
that
innocent.
Trump
she
She's
threatened
fine.
her.
plans. One
Actually,
second.
Trump threatened her. It's
That's
already been
also
talked
He,
about.
possible.
you
I
know,
don't know
Okay,
Yeah,
anything
so
Trump
if
about it.
threatened
Trump
her.
this,
Hang on
threatened
a
her,
second. Trump actually threatened her. Trump
okay, so
said it'll be worse if she does not start working with us because she got sworn by the courts last night. And he said, and I'll repeat this. I already talked about this, but you guys weren't on. He said if she does not work with us, it's going to be worse than what Maduro went through.
Thank you for the
She
Good,
is
homework.
probably
good.
she's probably seeing threats from Maduro and Trump. She's probably in a very dangerous situation. This woman
I
that we
still
don't.
have it up. Hang on, I'll be right
So
back.
we
No, I
threatened the
believe
narcos
Show. I
assistant.
believe
Good.
you.
because I
We're
wasn't done
not.
with
Okay,
There's a
so
what
we
lot of
do that,
blowback.
but yet we
saying.
free another one instead. That makes no sense. That's ass backwards.
I honestly,
You
I will
arrest
give you
one just to
this.
free another. What were you saying,
Maybe
Bell?
because he
Can we let the
provided a
I,
top
bunch of
lady talk,
information to bring
Bell?
stuff down.
One
I would
second.
Bell,
look.
do you want
There's
us
so
to call you
much.
Bell?
Yeah, it's Bell. Thank you. I honestly think there's a lot to it. I am not okay with this. The U.S. needs to mind its own business. We should not have been in there. We should not have taken him. I'm not. I'm not for it. There's a bigger picture. I think. I do think that she is working with us, with the U.S., but she doesn't want her people to know that she's working with the U.S. So this is all theatrics, making it look like she's not with Trump. Um, if you think about it, what would make more sense is the smooth transition, right? The U.S. taking him away and her coming in and taking over. That would make more sense. But again, we don't know. I just feel it's all assumptions. All assumptions.
So usually, narco groups, they're thoroughly within the government and civil society and everything else, just like in Mexico, it happens all the time, right? So we have to assume the same thing in Venezuela, as they said it is. How are you going to decouple a state that's riddled with narcos without us having to go in? Are we just going to, send them Girl Scout cookies and say, hey, enough's enough? You can start selling these?
Honestly, I don't think it's even about the drugs. I don't think it's about the oil either. I think
Well, it
there's a
is
bigger.
about the. It's always about the oil. Didn't you see that
It's
Chappelle
not.
skit? Really?
I really
Not
don't
about the
think it.
schmugs or the oil. What do you think
Yeah,
it's about?
no, but I
I
want to
think
hear from the people that say that it is
it's a
about that.
collective.
Then
It's a
how are we
collective
going to
You mean
decouple?
both? You
of
mean both?
more, not just the oil, not just the schmugs, not just what was that thing called? That
It's one America.
lithium or something.
Oh,
It has.
resources, natural
Yes,
resources.
it has a
Okay.
Rare
lot
earth
to do.
minerals.
Also, the past, you
Colton.
guys also need to think of this. The past 4 years, China's been moving very, very
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
strategically.
60%, Val, 60% of rare earth minerals. And we're behind. And we have a lot of companies that are startups right now that are getting all those defense Department of War contracts. So you
Yes,
guys start looking into that. I told you, Colton,
Also, China, the past, I don't want, I want to say 4 years, has been moving very strategically, getting into a lot of countries that surround us. Okay, that's another thing we got to keep in mind. Do we want that? So it's either us, it's either we do it, or China does it. You animal, what's wrong with you?
That's exactly what I said, Bill.
But
This is
but you
more
know,
about China than anything else.
okay. But see, the thing is this: ever since we went into Afghanistan.
That's exactly what I said, Bill.
But
Anything else?
okay, but see, the thing is this: ever since we went into Afghanistan and Iraq and everything else, we dropped the ball with being able to have better soft power and better economic connections with Latin America, Middle East, and Africa and everything else. And this, because of that vacuum, that's where the Chinese came in. We fight soft power with better soft power and also a better economy and better education and a better system itself. We can't go guns blazing. This is Die Hard, 1980s, dope films like that.
I
That's
love
not
that
going to end
movie.
well.
That's
Yeah, it's
not.
it's a Christmas movie. Anybody
We're
says it's not a Christmas
shaking the
movie
dust
is
off the
foul.
Of
Monroe
course, it's a
Doctrine.
Christmas movie, and so is The
Yeah.
Godfather, and so is Goodfellas. They're my favorite
Yeah.
movies.
I didn't
We're
think about that. But anyway,
we're
but the thing is that we can't go about and doing that because it's not going to end well. So we
we're
have to make it to where that there be better soft power. But yet we think that okay, going about and taking places over is the best thing. That's not going to get us out of the aspect of being better.
Please
I
tell me
also
how
think
soft power is going to deter the Chinese.
I also did want
Well,
to point
how
this out
this
too.
is
The
how,
left should actually like they should. Why is nobody upset with Trump at the fact that he was asleep at the wheel and let China do this? Like didn't even probably didn't
it's
even
not
know
just Trump's
China was
fault.
doing this.
It's not just
No,
Trump.
not
It's
Trump.
It's
Obama.
Biden.
It's Biden.
Biden.
yeah.
No, it's Obama, Biden,
Yeah,
George
but Biden
W.
was asleep while
No,
China, because
it's
the past
the
4 years,
past four.
China has really moved in
It's
around
25
us.
years, but as I said, it's 25 years of this happening, and because we had our eyes focused on the Middle East and the war on terror and everything, this is when they actually came in. Even Obama and George W. Bush and a lot of the memoirs, they talked about this and saying that we're trying to build on something else, but then we have to go back into Israel time. We have to go to other places as well. But soft power makes it to where that people do want to do business with the U.S. A lot of people don't like China. There's actually a lot of research that shows from people and governments they actually don't want to do business with China. They actually like us and look up to us, or at least looked up to us. You want people to actually say, hey, you know what? I want to speak English. I want to go to US. I want to do business with the US because of our ideals and everything else, and also, the soft power of markets and everything else. But if we drive people away and people think that we're a-holes, they won't want to do business with us. They'll look at an alternative and say, you know what? We'll turn to the Chinese, even though we kind of like them, but yet we like them better than America because you guys are turning to assholes.
True that. Can't disagree with that. What I wanted to know, he left, but I guess oil would be because I know it's not that long ago, a year ago, less than that, people who were voting for Trump were voting for him because he was this peacemaking, non-military guy. And I know they're going to say, well, this was necessary. But I'm like, since he's been in office, there was the Iran thing, the the Middle East conflict, this
Yeah,
is
he did a complete 180 to what he promised
well,
us.
I
And the
mean, I didn't think
majority
it
of
was a
us that are
180
actual,
because
hold on, the majority of us that are actual conservatives are pretty pissed off. So,
I mean, in my memory, though, I mean, Republicans are always more gung ho about military conflict. I have never seen it the other way. I know Hillary was shamed for her Iraq vote, but I just think it's because she's a woman and fucking you can't
Yeah, that
win,
was
because, and Trump was always like, he always does his 180 when something's not popular. He goes, I was always against that, but I'm like, this is the first year and he's an aggressive military, which I always expect from Republicans. But were some of the people like, are they disappointed? Some people here maybe, but disappointed, or they were hoping that he was going to be like going for South America, going for
Oh,
Iran.
no
I'll
one
give you
was
an answer.
hoping
I
for
think it
that.
was
Real
awesome.
Republicans,
Look,
one
look.
second. Then you're 1 second, because I'm a party voter, okay? I voted for him. I vote for the party most of the time. I know
Oh,
that's not really a great thing, but
no,
like I've been
I
pissed
vote for
off
mine
with
too.
him since February, and I feel like your real Republicans
Okay,
should be mad.
okay.
But what I don't understand is why are the Democrats mad? Because I feel like he's moving and acting like a fucking Democrat.
How
He
so?
The
is. He is.
imperialism.
Absolutely.
Military wise? Wait, military wise?
Absolutely. I mean, you
Oh
guys
my
were
I
cheering on the Ukraine Russia bullshit.
Yeah,
You
but
were
okay,
cheering.
I'll
Hold on.
explain it.
Let
You
me
have one right
finish,
here.
Betty.
Okay. You have one right
You
here.
guys were cheering that on, right? Saying that Ukraine has every right to fight for themselves, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. You guys were cheering for that. You were cheering on the Palestine Israel conflict. You guys were
Mm-hmm.
cheering that shit on. So
Oh,
why
okay.
wouldn't you be on board for yet another conflict? That seemed to be
Amazing
the
question.
liberal
Because
way. Again,
Venezuelan
I'm not
people.
finished yet. I'm not fucking finished yet. So for Bell to say that he's acting like a Democrat, absolutely.
But
Okay, that's
why
You
a
guys
good
the
have been
that's
cheering for
neocon?
this shit.
I introduced the question. That is a great question. Okay, so world of difference between how Democrats view other countries in conflict with each other than us being that country. So
Well, you guys
we
didn't press Biden when he did a coup in Syria and placed an ex-ISIS leader there, right? I mean,
I'm
Biden
so
not
funded
sure.
shit.
both. Biden
Okay,
funded both
so that
sides of
was
a war.
Oil, you're not
okay,
in
that
this
was okay,
conversation.
so that was one thing, and we could talk about Syria
But
if the host wants. Okay,
Biden funded
oil.
Iran
I believe this
while
was
weapons
just
to
addressed to
Israel.
me, and you're just coming in real hot with an answer. So this is first of all just coming up on a year, and these are all attacks from the United States. So we went into Venezuela, we did that to Iran, and we are in with Netanyahu.
So
And so
you want to go around what I just said about
no, no,
Syria.
no. So yeah. So Biden in his 4 years, you're saying that was one thing that we
Yeah, he
were.
cooed
Yeah, yeah,
their
yeah. Well, I don't
leadership
know, but
in
okay.
place
So
an
could so okay.
ex
So Biden's. I'm not saying as a
ISIS
Democrat. Oh,
member
okay,
as the
okay,
leader.
okay. I'm not
Correct.
saying that Well, certainly my Democrats. There are some liberals that want abs, and there are some Republicans who believe in complete isolationists. I'm not talking about those. Those are extreme to me. Democrats aren't against any military anything. What I said was I find that Republicans are more aggressive with military action, right? So
Neocons are, yeah.
Republicans, so I think it's different, and you should too, I think, of when we are the aggressor, whether you agree with the conflict, like we did those things. So us rooting for one side in a conflict via Ukraine, or if you root for Russia, is not the same as if we had attacked one of those countries or went in.
So the
If we were
difference is,
if we were rooting for, if someone attacked Venezuela and we took a side, that is not the same as us going into Venezuela.
yeah, so the
You see,
difference would
in
be
a year.
is people who were claiming to be conservative at that time said we shouldn't be funding it or supporting it at all.
Okay, so right,
You on the
funding is
left were supporting it, saying we should fund it. We should be doing
okay.
this, right?
Okay,
So
so that
hold on. So
no, but
people
okay.
with an actual moral foundation are
Oh, okay.
sticking to what we believe in. Like, no, we shouldn't go in and coup these places because it's never worked out for us in the US ever before. And we're
Okay,
calling it
okay,
out now with
okay,
the discrepancies, but you all on
okay.
the left are so damn wishy-washy.
No, no,
It just
no. I'm
depends
having a
on who's in
conversation. I'm
office,
not trying to
whether you're
attack.
against it or you're
Hey,
for it.
hey,
I'm
this
not
better?
attacking. What I'm
So
saying
because
is,
I'm Betty White, she's smart.
hi, Chi. Hi, Chi.
She's what up? Yeah, that's right. Don't you
Hey,
ever call her out.
I'm not talk. So what I'm talking about, because putting the line at now funding and where we give money to, that is a valid. And I think both the left and the right are having issues with where we put our money.
I'm
But
calling
when
out
you
the wishy-washiness, Betty. I don't give a fuck about the funding or anything at this point.
you
You
just
all
said
don't stand on your values. It
no,
depends on who's off. Who's
that's
in,
just divisive and
no, it's
conversations
true.
can't be
Not
had.
Because if
divisive at
Kamala was
all.
in
Oh my
office
god!
right
Oh my
now
god!
and
See,
did
this is
this, you
just
would be cheering for it. I
no, no, no,
absolutely
no, no,
guarantee
no.
it.
I
Well,
It,
agree
hold
with
on,
her.
because
Shay. Shay,
She
just
because
is
war
stop.
correct.
also
But she,
costs.
She's
I think
correct.
you're missing the point of this all,
Betty
right?
White is being wishy-washy. She is
Can I ask a
correct.
No,
question?
It's
she's
the same.
I'm
not.
not.
You
I'm
I
not
you can
I am
have
wishy-washy.
trying
I
so
think
deporter
we
in
hard
go
to
out.
chief.
not
You can have be
group
deporter in
people.
chief, but if Trump deports someone, then it's bad. But
No, no,
deporter in
no.
chief, it's
Oil.
good.
I
We know
agree
the
with
hypocrisy.
oil. I'm not calling you out. I'm being hypocritical, and I'm not saying like deporting. Like yes, I there.
Can I ask
That's
you better
another
question
conversation.
now,
Wait one
Betty?
second. I had
But
there's a
you
lot
guys
to
have been
clear up with
talking for
what.
a
See,
long time.
Shell,
I
you've
don't
been
really take
talking
the.
literally the entire time you've been up here. You can
I know. I
take
just
a
want to
break.
ask you
Wait,
a question real quick, and I'll leave.
wait. Hold on. Could I
Do
just
better. Can
finish
you
with
just
better?
confirm that
Oh
you're
my God.
with this? Because you just twisted from saying that you were against what Trump did to how it twisted into this other conversation. I was
Right.
just
Let
trying
me
to
break it down for
understand.
you since you can't understand this. What I'm
No,
saying
wait,
is,
okay.
I'm a principled person
Whoa.
and
Oh,
I
for
am
fuck's sake.
against all intervention that we've been a part of for the past fucking 25 fucking years. Okay. I'm against it regardless who is in office. You all on the left, it's dependent on who's in office, whether you're for it or you're fucking against it. That's a
Yeah,
Better,
but
fact.
that
And
is
against
better.
it.
If you listened to anything I had been saying, is I'm not against us taking out Maduro. So, like, if you stopped, this is it actually goes to the prompt. What is wrong with America? The othering of people, left, right, and all of
I'm just
that
calling
is
out the bullshit as I see it.
no, you're not. You're
Yes, I
so
am.
busy saying Democrat, Republican, Trump, not Trumper, who we voted for. Oh,
I
if
voted for Trump and I'm calling his dumbass out on
if
this.
yes, and I'm saying that I don't mind that we took out Maduro and I'm left and I'm Democrat and you're like
vice
not
versa.
hearing that.
Me too.
And you're not hearing that. I'm worried about the direction going forward because I said earlier, but you weren't on here. Like
He's a
I
I've been
do
Republican,
here
right?
for
remember.
over an hour listening to you
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, so then you know that I remember the Iraq Afghanistan talk. A lot of it is very similar of what we do going forward, and I'm just postulating that we don't have a great history with that, but I'm not necessarily saying it will go that
What
way.
do you mean a great history? We have a 0% positivity rating on coups and
Man.
placing a Western person in there.
Right. Oh, I'm gonna say this to you, right?
0%.
They do better. I'm American, right? Well, how I see this shit, like, when has America just like took over a fucking country? Do we aid the countries? Yes, we do, because we're American. We gotta save the day, super all that bullshit. When did we just go out there and just like, fucking take over this goddamn country? When have we done that?
Shy, you're missing the point. We have
Well,
definitely done
no,
coups
I'm
in
at, no, I
countries and
don't care.
placed
I'm
our
at,
own
no.
people who we think that are more
So we supposed to
sympathetic
just
to
go
the
over there and just
West
take
in
over
there.
people? Are you saying we're supposed to go there and take over this country?
Shaky, can you please take it down a notch, please? Tone it down a little bit.
I'm asking genuine questions, Belle.
Yeah, I
When
know,
has
but you're
America?
too loud.
Alright.
I also wanted to say that I don't love our involvement with Syria. Biden and Trump, I think, have both had him at the White House, the new guy. There's a lot of conflict there. I'm sure it involves resources like everything else and oil and whatever. And so the reasoning for the coup, terrible. What I'm saying is there was a lot of rhetoric before the election that Trump was like the peacemaker, the isolationist guy, and it just doesn't seem that way. But I'm not saying every Trumper was an isolationist. Some wanted him to go into these countries and they're happy that that's how it went. I was just asking the panel who are, Republican and Trump, how they feel about that.
Yeah, so
Just like people like me, they assume because I'm on the left that I'm completely against what's happening in Venezuela, and I'm not. So just listen to people.
I'm good with smart, intelligent intervention. For
Okay.
example, Iran.
Yes, hold on, oil. Hold on,
I
oil. I'm gonna let you cook. I'm
you
gonna
always
let you
cut
cook.
me
Hold
off.
on 1 second.
That's me.
It's the host. It's the host. Let Las Vegas get in there. She just came up.
Thank you. I was just curious. I was
But
wondering
the
because
host did cut me off 4 times in a row.
Oil, stop.
It's my spot. It's my.
I know,
Stop
but you
talking to
just
her.
not like me for this reason?
No, I'm trying to get new panelists in. I told you I'm gonna let
I'm
you
okay
go. Just
with
let the
it.
new panelists come in.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Las Vegas.
But then you cut me off, so you're gonna let me continue.
oh my god, I'm new here, so this is all new to me. A little more chaotic than I'm used to. But I was curious because Do Better was saying something about the left flip flopping, and I'm not left, but I'm not seeing where the flip flop is because I know the spaces I've been in, as far as Ukraine and Russia, the issue has been more that when Ukraine agreed to disarm, part of the agreement was that we would protect them from Russia. It was an actual agreement we made with them to protect them, and we didn't stand up to that agreement. But then,
We have no agreement with Ukraine.
as far as Israel goes, it was a situation where most people are saying we should not be funding Israel in this situation. So it's more of an isolationist stance where it's we should not be involved. So I'm not understanding where the flip flopping is.
We shouldn't be involved in either. We don't have an agreement with Ukraine. The Budapest Memorandum, which is, I'm sure, what you're referring to, only says that if there's nuclear capabilities that are being thwarted towards Ukraine, we have to consult them. That's it, period. With Israel, we have no written down allyship either. So no, we shouldn't be involved at all.
Okay.
I don't know why we think everything is our fucking business. That's why everyone fucking hates America.
I agree, 100%. I was not clear on what you meant about the flip flopping on the left.
I think the reason and the good reason, which makes me probably not as left as some people would think, is that someone in a country, just by human nature, has to have the number one spot. And if the number one spot comes with soft power and hard power being military, soft power being diplomacy, giving countries money, giving countries aid. And my favorite movie, I said earlier, being The Godfather. The Godfather used force as a last option. What he did was he did favors for people, right? We do favors, and if we don't do favors, China's learned to do favors too. They build roads and infrastructure all over Africa. They learned that from us, right? And if we said we want to be an isolationist country, we don't want to do any of that, just take care of themselves. It sounds very appealing, but the countries that would replace us would most likely be any of the countries with nuclear weapons, because who's going to take seriously a country that doesn't have nuclear weapons? You could look at any of the countries that have them and say, well, which country would you want to have that number one spot now? I would prefer it be the United States, probably because it's my country, right? So when people say, like, it's not our business, I think the world is too complicated for us to give up that spot. I don't want to give up that spot. Maybe
I don't know. Have we ever tried, instead of, deep throating the military industrial complex, just opening trade with these countries that we have secluded from the rest of the world, and maybe try that for once?
Well, I
Because
agree
we've
with
never
that.
tried that. We've always just backed the military industrial complex, thinking that we slap our dicks on the table and we just coup people and blow them up and leave their land pillaged and say, oops, why is everyone migrating here now? Like, that's
Well,
bullshit. We have
I
to
agree with
stop.
you.
And Trump promised us that he would be different than all of these other fucks that have been in here, and he's not. And it's disappointing.
Well, I agree with
disagree
you.
with
That's
you
why I said,
totally.
like, the
And
soft
by the way,
power.
now I want to talk because you've done it 5 times already.
Okay, sure.
And I've been counting. Okay. So as I
Go
was
ahead,
pointing
Hunter.
out before, some of the rhetoric you hear, like from Betty, like when we went into Iran, we got rid of a WMD. We got rid of them trying to build something. We got in and out. What did I hear the crying? Oh, we're going to have a ground invasion. We're going to go in and be a long-term. None of that stuff happened and wind out just as we're here in Argentina now. Same rhetoric from the Democrat side. Same rhetoric.
I didn't say any of that
My
about Iran.
point is he was very successful in and out of Iran without any casualties to our people, with them knocking it down. There was no rational agreements to work with them. The only thing I saw before this was a Mr. Biden that funded 2 sides of the war by lifting the sanctions off of Iran to let them get money to buy missiles from Russia, and then at the same time giving missiles to Israel, literally funding both sides of a war. Literally. And no one on the Democrat side ever, because you literally funded both sides of a war. And then say we had nothing to do with it, Democrats. This is what I mean, like, and then when they came out and they literally took it out of Iran, in and out. I think he has a good track record of maybe it's in and out pretty quickly in Argentina with Venezuela with very little impact. I don't expect boots on the ground. And by the way, very different situation because of the people that live in Iran, by the way, have no relation at all to the people that live in Venezuela. Culturally, language-wise, it's a completely different country, and it seems they're very pro-American for us to go in there and work with them.
What are you talking about? Pro-American. They're a socialist-ass country
Their
that
government they are not.
Yes,
they
the fuck
are
they
not.
are. They have been conditioned to be socialist
Listen,
for decades now.
Well,
Oil.
no. You see, they voted, you're correct, as socialism. Socialism is evil. So when you hear like Democrat socialists like AOC, that's the evil rhetoric that literally was Chavez and Maduro that we took out. That's the evil type. They went from the
Oil.
richest
These people
country.
are socialists,
They went
okay?
from they went from the richest to the poorest, and if you talk to them, the hell if they're going to go back to that again. When you have lived from the richest country in South America to the poorest in one generation, they don't want anything to do with this government again.
Right. 1 second, oil. Hey, what's up, Shady? How you doing tonight?
Hey y'all, what's going on?
Splendid, splendid. How are
Just
you doing?
just
Would you like to answer the prompt or answer the topic?
just going live to live. I don't know if you guys talked about it yet. And I don't want to, interrupt this conversation. I'd be interested to hearing other people's perspectives on what Oil just said. But I don't know if you guys have talked about it yet. But I've been following some of the news today with respect to Greenland. So if we can talk about Greenland at some point tonight, I would like to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We could definitely get into that. Robert, what's up, man? Mr. Duran.
Yeah, absolutely. I think good afternoon, host. Thank you. Welcome. Yes. Hello.
Indubitably. Go ahead, I can hear you
What
now.
is wrong? Yeah, thank you. What is wrong with America and how should we fix it? Well, it's that's a crazy big question, but I'm going to start with saying it's the radicalized left wing. It's the radical woke. These people are sick. I call them an unaliving cult, and if we weren't on this app, I'd call them a DEATH cult. They unalive babies before they're born. They chop body parts up when they're alive, and then they want the men to do drugs and have sex with each other.
You
These
seem to have
people
a
are.
real handle on
Excuse
reality,
me.
sir.
Excuse me. This is my opening statement. Don't
Oh,
you
it's
ever speak over.
fantastic. I'm sorry I was
Don't you
riveted.
ever speak over me again.
Hey,
Oh
let him
my God, I'm
finish.
doing
Let
it
him
right
finish.
now.
Let
How
him
did you know
finish.
what
Let
I
him
spent my
finish.
Sunday doing?
Let him let him
Sandra.
finish. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, and their radicalized coalition of circus carny folk, and this includes the LGBT.
Wait,
This
circuits what
includes
for?
carny. They
Carnies.
call them
Who's
carnies.
that?
Yeah, it is circus folk. These are people who otherwise used to be in mental institutions and had a home where they could be safe and we could be safe from
The
them.
circus people? What do they do?
This is a dangerous America. This isn't your mom. This is not your mama's
Ugh.
red, white, and blue. This is a different story, and we have to get it right. You have to get some work done. Otherwise, it's going to get worse. And frankly, if it gets worse, you're all going to be in prison. Actually, probably there's going to be some sort of institutionalization if going on if it gets
I
worse.
hope so. Robert, what's the difference between the left and the radical left? I don't know which one I'm on, sorry.
They're,
Well, do you
they're,
want to know something?
Sure.
When you all used to have the live and let live of your party, the liberals,
Uh-huh.
people who did that felt that way. That was probably in the 70s. Those were decent folks, probably
Okay.
the reason why we're here actually, but
Thank you. That's great.
the dogma, you guys have become kind of a cult of sorts. You all are
Okay.
frightening actually. And what's scarier is that your band of circus folk are mentally deranged, and so when you get them angry, you have these crazy people who haunt you online and haunt you in person and want to unalive you and whatever. And
Want to
then they
unalive?
do what and then
Okay.
well they do to schools. Have you heard about it? They do what they do to schools. Have
I
you heard
think
about it?
I
You
think
people.
both sides have been mass unalivers, and for that, I don't think that really aligns with either political party. Those are young mental uh, people that do that. But you said something about we want young men doing schmugs. I have not heard that at the meetings. I wanted you to delve into that a bit more.
Well, that's a wonderful question. And I said you
Thank
started
you.
start off by saying you guys were a DEATH cult. And when I
D.
said you guys get to that, what I meant is one of the ambitions of your not liking life is you want your young men to go do stuff with each other that they shouldn't, frankly. And that involves drugs. You can go look up the stats, overwhelming to their heterosexual counterparts. These men are doing you could not even imagine at the forums in which they collect these homosexuals. They do the worst, and they do
Wait, so it's
these.
not just straight men? It's we want all men to
No,
do
oh,
schmugs?
it's no, no, no. I'm talking about you all want healthy young men. to become these freaks that have sex with each other and do drugs.
God, I have not caught up with the meetings. We'll check that out. Anyone have anything to ask him? I'm all good.
Wait, do you really have
I
meetings
know,
on this shit though?
Robert.
No, I don't.
Robert, that was a really powerful opening statement.
It was
Yeah.
a
Weird
powerful
kid.
rendition. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I
Hey, what do you think about the feminist movement in
tropical
America?
Robert is cooking something.
I am cooking. I am
Robert,
absolutely cooking. Thank you.
Robert, what my question is, what do you think about the feminists and
What do
liberals?
Well,
what do you
we've
think about
got
the
Now people
prompt,
that are out there.
Robert?
Go ahead, tell me about feminism in America.
This is what I was most known for at one point. You could say I love women, and it's my love for them that says I know them, I hear them, and I want them to be happy. I want them to be where they love to be, and it isn't work, it isn't at school, and it isn't filling your heads with all these thoughts. Okay, it's a happy place. It's a place where women get to be soft and pink and little and friendly and
Little. What about tall
cutesy
women?
and all the things that men really like. And we don't
Oh.
like loud thinkers. And
Are you
we're at a place in the
trolling?
When he
He's
no.
dead
means by
ass.
little, he
You
means no
don't notice
loud
that?
thinkers, not
Robert, I
not
am
tall.
4'11", so I think you'll like me, and married.
It's
So,
not about your height. It's about your mouth.
and my mind, I
Yeah,
think.
no,
Okay.
Yeah, no
4'11"
talking
is a good
back.
height.
That's what he
Got it.
means.
Well, I'm Italian. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yep.
We are not programmed that way. Italians invented feminism. I don't know if you know that.
You kind of did, I know, because I've
Now
noticed
he's
is
gonna
like one
hate
of the
you.
differences. There's like Hispanics and Italians, they kind of look alike, but the
Yeah,
thing that
sure.
one of the
Latin
little
women.
differences with the two women is that you all, like kind of like black women, will
Yeah.
berate your men in public.
We
Oh,
are
wait a minute. Hold on.
troublesome.
Hispanic
Wait a minute.
What the
Hispanic
Yeah,
men
fuck
but
his,
we
did you
are
just say,
Robert.
Robert?
Hispanic women
Robert.
do not do that.
Robert.
we are tigers
Robert.
in the bedroom though. That's why they
Robert.
tolerate it.
Real
We
quick.
satisfy our men.
Black
I'm
women have
sorry
you
to
I
say
need to
it.
put
Hold
that in
on,
my
Robert. Let Las
competition, bro.
Vegas address you real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
Oh,
many women have you seen do that personally, like with your own two eyes?
Yeah, and
Black
I'm sorry
women.
to have to break it to everyone here on this little gander, but yeah, black women, they're a
Are you
lot,
going to
and
answer the
so are
question?
Italian
Are
women.
you going to
So are
answer the
Italian women.
question, Robert? Are you going to answer the question?
Oh, I've seen it. I probably here's what I'll say. I've seen it too many times to count on all my hands, all my
I
feet,
think you're
and a
hanging
little bit
around with the
more.
wrong people, Robert, because I, as a black woman married to a black man, have never seen a black woman do that in public. That's
Oh, hey,
kind of
I'm not a racist.
oh,
I
of
didn't say
Yeah.
that
course
you're
not,
all this.
I
Robert.
didn't say you were
I
racist.
didn't say you're all the
I
same.
feel like you're
Robert.
outing yourself, Robert. No
Yeah,
one called
okay.
you that.
He brings it up before you do, so that
Yes.
you could call him
Las
that.
Vegas, he loves Italian women, clearly, too.
That's what, like,
No,
do you guys know him?
No.
Yeah, Robert's a
Oh,
troll.
We know Rob.
I am
No,
not.
he's dead at no, but he's dead ass though.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
it's
I'd
like I
like
am
to
who I
believe.
am.
Robert.
I'd like to
Okay.
believe that he's a troll, please.
I want to say this as a black woman that
Let's
has never
go.
berated my husband in public, that is not a liberal. I
Hmm.
am a truck driving instructor. I am the furthest thing from a liberal.
Are you from
I do
Vegas
not
though?
believe that
Oh
women
my,
should be relegated to the house. I would love to stay
Are you
home
from Vegas
and
though?
not do
oh
a
my God,
thing.
Robert.
But also, women should have that choice. But also, you can't put women into boxes and say that black women as a whole berate their husbands in
Are
public
you from
and make
Vegas though?
generalizations about Italian women. That is when it starts to
Oh, I
verge on some
can.
type
Oh,
of
I can, and we
bigotry.
He's
do, and
never
all
been
men
in a
do. All
woman's
men do.
box.
Guys,
That's why.
guys. If it's locker room talk right now, all of us would be saying, "Oh, the black women, they are," and then the
Oh,
Italian,
What are you
Jesus. You need better
talking
whatever.
What?
friends, Robert.
about?
You need better friends. I'm sorry. That's it.
Oh, Robert, what are we going to do with you?
I see the black women on these lives throw their men under the bus daily.
Really?
So you're
It's
telling me
Daily.
sad.
you see, hold on, you see couples in these lives, you see husband
I
and wives
wait.
in these
Now listen.
lives.
I didn't say they had to be together. They throw
Oh
their
God.
men. They talk bad about them. They say shit about them. They talk down about them. They call them deadbeats. They call them loser daddies.
I would
That's
say
not
I
been
would
my
It
say
must be
that's
experience.
hold
horrible
on.
for
I
you,
would say
Oil.
that's a majority of all women on
Yeah,
this app.
I
He
wouldn't say that's
cackling.
That's not
like
me.
That is
based
not my
on
experience.
race.
I'm
I
sharing
think that
panels with
is
black women.
I think that is overly masculine women who are trying to berate their men. It's not based on race. That doesn't
Can
matter.
I can I
Exactly.
can I
Over
can I can I
masculine women.
Oh
Can
my
I
Not
say
God.
feminine.
something to just clarify for myself what I meant? Because
Oh
I
Lord.
think it's a
Okay, go
little,
ahead.
a little concerning that you all think it was a race thing. It says a lot about how you guys
Because
view the
you
world.
said
Because
black
Uh,
women.
hold on. What I meant though, and
uh,
the reason why I kept asking, "Are you from Vegas? Are you from Vegas? Are you from Vegas?" is because
It says
it
that
is a
here.
kind of more of a regional thing. But most black people in America are regionally kind of in a small
No,
pocket of
that's a
America.
different statement.
It's going to be the
Holy
South and the
fuck.
that is
East.
not true, Robert.
And so,
Not
you know,
true.
it factually is true. 80% of you are on one side of the country in a very small pocket of states, four of them
What?
actually. And so when I say, are you from the
What?
West? There's very few black people in the West. And so what are you all
I'm
like
in
in the West?
California,
Very
Robert.
different. You're all
You
It's
culturally
in the
black.
very
West.
different. You're all culturally very different than your black counterparts
I
in the
can't
South.
with Robert.
Very different.
Holy
Very
shit.
different.
Oh God, Roberts, are you real?
They are.
Are you
And
saying
they
that
talk
women
about it,
They
guys.
are. They,
Black
wait,
people
wait, wait, wait,
outside of
wait,
the
wait,
South,
wait.
the
Robert,
they
people of the
look at
South
themselves
are
as
are
better.
you
very
saying
different.
that the
Uh,
South, the women in the South are more submissive?
No, no.
Yes, we are.
No,
We
yeah,
are
The
yeah.
though.
Just
conservative ones
they
are.
By
The
they
nature, we
are,
I'm
but
in the
are.
they're
North and
not.
the
I'm
They are
liberal,
to
the
submissive.
the they
Then
are
we
to
democratic
can't.
the
ones
men.
are not.
Welcome to the
They're mean.
room.
They're vicious to each other. They are to the men. I will say that they're nice.
Robert,
The
you
South.
need to start thinking just about yourself in this world and stop thinking about other groups of people.
Well, you guys got hung up because I was just making a little, slight at Italians, like, oh, they're so
I
loud.
could take
Whatever.
it. I could take it.
No,
Just, you know what? Focus on Italians and me. That's fine.
yeah, I didn't mean it at the whatever.
Because
Anyone, just
Italian women are a handful. That's why we draw kind of a man that could take
it's
it.
fun. It's kind of cool. It is. It's like your own thing, and it's why
Yeah.
you guys do so much of the coolest things that you guys do. I don't
Yeah.
know. You
Thank
guys
you.
are you.
So
I
is
Thank
don't
you.
she
know.
ghetto? Would you call her ghetto, Robert?
Oh my
It
God.
depends, and everyone knows that there's this
Right.
version of all of our
I
cultures.
just
Like
want to see if he's consistent.
in Hispanics,
Oh boy.
you go to Espanola
Hmm.
in New Mexico. That is one version of Hispanic that you're looking at just cholos and cholas, and it is whatever. It's crazy. And that's my culture, and yeah, that's ghetto. And Italians, yeah, it gets ghetto, and I've seen them. And you go look at your snooky, your little Snickers, ghetto.
Snooky, I
But
love
there's a
Snooky.
lot of ghettos, and there's ghetto in everything.
What is a
Okay.
And well,
snooker?
everyone's got someone who's
I don't
ghetto.
know what
What's a
we're,
snooker?
Snooky
Snooky,
from Jersey
Snooky from
Shore.
Jersey Shore,
Oh.
He's
or
talking about
Teresa
us over here in
Judice
the
flipping
Northeast.
tables.
Oh
Wait,
God,
he's
Right,
talking
her I
about
don't
Robert?
where?
like, but I like
Robert,
Snooky.
are
Thank
you
you for the
talking
heartbeats.
about
Thank you
me,
for the
Robert?
heartbeats.
There's ghetto, yeah. Everyone's ghetto. A little
Let
bit.
me bring out my Zelko and then we can talk.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Let me get my
Yeah,
Wawa.
like
Let me go to Wawa. Let me get my Cokes and my smokes. And let's talk about how ghetto we can be over here in the
Okay.
let's
Northeast.
go. Yeah, see, like I would try to give you guys an Espanola accent, but just I can't and I don't want to.
You can't,
And
Robert. You
look it
really,
up.
I've heard you try, and it's,
Not pretty.
no, it's not pretty. Mm-mm.
It's just like singing.
Anywho,
It's
Robert, I don't know that I've heard your opinion on Venezuela yet. I saw you in a live last night, but I had to pop out. What are your thoughts?
He's against it.
it's a shame. It freaks me out. It truly. I'm not. I'm really concerned because I look at this from a data perspective, and I look at the word term cognitive hijack, what it means to be cognitively hijacked. Because I used to know an America, a MAGA, not so long ago with Donald Trump at the helm, that prided ourselves with a peace president who considered themselves isolationists. It was one of the pillars of his 16 bid, his 20 bid, and his 24 bid. And then all of a sudden, this moment presents itself, and all these people, everyone, just this is wonderful war. I like this,
Preach, Robert.
and they're kind of like young Elizabeth Cheneys. All of a sudden, they're like young Hillary Rodham Clintons everywhere. People who like make excuses for war, like because and it doesn't matter what variety. There's people like, well, if China has some influence in the region, then maybe it's like. I really don't care what version of your rationale. Like, there's probably a million reasons you want to be in control of Venezuela. but we usually said we don't want to do that anymore because we used to like use lots of life, trillions of dollars, got old, we lost, almost our country to war in the Middle East, and we said it was over, but now it's not over, and everyone that I once knew one way is now another way, and you guys, and then you're all acting like you didn't know better, like, oh, we weren't exclusionary. No, we were. We didn't want to get involved. Like, I don't know who the hell. Like, maybe I jumped into a different dimension. Am I the one losing it at this point?
No, you're not. You're absolutely correct.
No, and I will tell you that I have been impressed, and I think both parties need to do this more, and I know I have been guilty of it in the past, and I really do try to use better critical thinking skills when I'm looking and evaluating at situations, because my disdain for Trump often will, control my thought process sometimes. But I will say that I wish that we, as in the past, when Biden was office, there were things that I was very much against what he did, and I would find myself speaking out against him and then being absolutely ridiculed by those on the left, saying that I'm betraying my country because I'm not agreeing with the things that he did. And I just think that we have to be okay with calling out the things that we don't agree with. And I have been, I've seen many Trump supporters or people that have more conservative beliefs than I do calling him out and saying it's wrong, and that they're not agreeing with it, and sharing their concerns about other countries like Cuba, like Greenland, and their concerns with the possible occupying of those territories or those countries. So I wish that more would do it, and I think sometimes we just dig our feet in and we're not willing to say what's wrong. And like I said, I've been guilty of doing it too. But I'm glad to hear that people are calling it out when they don't agree with it, and being okay with standing up for what you truly believe in. And you're right, because in 2016 and even 9 months prior to him being elected this past year, he said, I don't agree with the regime change. It creates chaos. And we were very much against it, when it happened in, Iraq, or when it happened in Libya. So I am happy to see that there are people that are speaking up against it.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, how are you?
I'm
One
doing
point
good. How y'all doing?
We're
Well,
good,
and can I
love.
also
But wait
can
a
I
minute,
also
no,
prove
Robert,
that one of
Robert,
the
Robert.
hottest
Hold
scoop
on, Robert, because
summits?
now you're making me mad, Robert, because you're making me mad.
I am.
You're making me mad, Robert, because I've been fighting with MAGA, and you are one of the people that I used to fight with about shit with MAGA that you used to defend, even though I used to tell you that's not what Republicans stand for. So I just want to know, is this like, are you trolling or have you really turned a new leaf?
Oh, I have a framework. I think that's what a
Okay.
lot of people don't realize. It's like when you deal with frameworks, it's not like a party thing. It's not like a religious thing. It's like there's frameworks thing. And so no, I didn't switch. This is a part of my
No,
framework.
because
I've
I
always been
remember.
an isolationist. I don't believe in getting involved in foreign wars. Number one,
Because when I was calling you out last time, remember you said you're an immigrant. We don't want you in our party. We want you to go back. We don't need you
what does
here,
that have to do with
especially
anything?
because you're
What does me
speaking
not
out.
liking
Because you
war
said
have to
because
do
you're
with you
speaking
staying
out.
here?
Because
You
you
don't have,
said,
you can go
hold
home
on,
and we can avoid war.
hold on. You said speaking out against us, speaking out against your own. You said you shouldn't even be here. Do you remember that?
Well, sweetheart, I don't know when you thought that immigration and war were intertwined, but
It's
your
not.
ass can get
It's not
sent
even
all the
about
way
the
back to
immigration.
Albania,
It's
and
not
we
about
cannot
the
go to war with
immigration. It's
Venezuela. Can
about
I
the
get an amen?
hypocrisy.
Can I get
No,
an
no, no,
amen
no,
in the
no.
chat?
Oh,
It's
it's
not.
cruelty to
It's
humanity
not about.
500 miles away from us, not our problem.
It's not about. That's not what I'm talking about. The immigration. Fuck the immigration. That's not what I'm talking about. The point
Mhm.
was that you were coming at me and other people that were calling out MAGA for years. I just found it a little funny. But anyways, go ahead, BGB. What were you saying, BGB?
No, I was saying that how is cruelty to humanity 500 miles from us, not our problem. Huh? Yeah. No, no, you can have it. You can have it. Yeah, what's your take on that?
But Belle, are you saying that, like, I'm not sure what you're not like, I've never been the darling of MAGA. Like, I've been hated by MAGA for a long time because I say things like critical of everyone all the time. And so I think that maybe you're thinking that because we're both like outsiders now that we're friends, but no, we still disagree
No, we're
on a
not. We're
lot of
not. We're not.
things.
We're not. We're not. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, you would get mad. Like you literally, the last time when you flipped out on me was because I was calling out MAGA.
We
And
save
you,
lives. We don't care about this shit.
Well,
okay.
maybe, but
Yeah,
here's
yeah, yeah. That's exactly it. You told me I should leave the country. Remember that?
yeah. Well, there's other reasons you should leave the country, but
Um,
here's what I
Nobody
will say: the
cares
hottest.
about this shit.
Here's I think the hottest take that I don't think anyone's pointing out
Oh
either.
my
That
God! Here
really
we go
shows.
with
It
the
really shows
personal
people's. It really shows
feelings.
people's cards in ways that I don't think they mean to. And here's what I'll say: is that with a lot of individuals right now, they're all gung ho. They're like Venezuela, let's go save these people, whatever.
Oh,
But
let's save these people. Whatever.
like
These people don't
yesterday,
matter. Fuck them.
but like yesterday, we're saying, "Oh, Israel, we can't send $1, $10. Oh, a missile, we can't do that. It's too much. We're running out of money," and it shows. It shows the true anti-Semitism that is alive. It was unfortunate. Again, there's like all these faces being revealed because, like, it's one thing to make your jokes. It's one thing, but for a real mask off, these are real
But
sophisticated
they're not
mask
letting
offs.
what
If
do you
you can
call that?
remember where
Rugs.
people stood once and now where they are, if they're over here saying Venezuela war, this is okay. Well, remember what they were saying maybe just 2 days ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago about Israel. They were saying, "Oh well, we can't. We're out of money, Israel," and
What
that's not
about the
cool. That's
rugs and the oil?
either we get involved with everyone, and that's what we do. That's America. That's some people's perspective, or we don't get involved. That's another view. But this whole well, you're Israel, and it probably has to do with them being Jewish. That's pretty weird that people are actually doing that.
Yeah, well, they're not making any money. The oil is being taken by China. They're letting rugs into the country. So yeah,
Well,
man.
while I don't particularly want to be aiding Israel at the rate that we've been doing, I believe we all should also shouldn't be doing it for Venezuela. So there's your consistency. There's your framework, Mel.
Well,
Back to your
Israel's not
question,
letting
framework.
rugs into the country.
BGB, just like a month ago, you didn't want to support Israel or Ukraine or.
Tough lady.
Hey, BGB, Happy New Year to you.
But no, yeah.
Listen, our secondary didn't. A real quick interruption. Our secondary didn't pull it off today, BGB, and so now we only have one home game advantage. It's pretty depressing.
Secondary? What do you mean by that?
Our secondary, we didn't put our starters in, so our secondary didn't pull it off. We lost.
What you mean? We already won. We got
No,
this
I'm saying I know,
Maduro.
but we lost today. We lost the game today, so now we don't have two home field advantages. We only have
Oh, you
one.
talking about the football?
Yeah, the
Oh,
birds, the birds, the birds. I'm
yeah.
talking about
Oh,
our.
yeah, yeah. I haven't even been watching TV.
Oh.
I'm more interested in what's happening.
No, I know.
I'm
It's the only
winning with
thing. It's
Trump.
the
You know
only
what I
thing that
mean?
we have in common. BGB is the love of the Eagles. That's it. That's I was just sharing a common respect for the birds. Anyway, let's move
I love
on.
my
Let's move.
country more. You know, I'm more
Yeah.
interested in
Okay.
what's
All
happening with
right,
America.
BGB. Okay. Um.
Yeah,
Hey
so I'm winning.
PG. Hey PG. What's up? What are your thoughts on Venezuela?
Trump is
Well,
winning.
I'm learning. I really don't know much about Venezuela. I do know that the people are happy on what Trump did, and I
Yeah,
think what he did was good.
yeah. Team.
So PG,
Let's go, Trump.
have you always considered yourself aligned with Hillary Rodham Clinton, PG? Did you vote for her?
With
Were you
Hillary.
No,
with, do you stand
no, I
with
can't
her?
stand the Clintons and I can't stand Obama's. None of
Well,
them.
was one of the things that you hated about her was that she was a war hawk and that she caused things like the Arab Spring. Did you hate that about her?
I just didn't
Well,
like her. She
we're
was
not going to
terrible.
war. We're not in a war.
Well, but PG, why didn't you like her? Did you like okay, so let me ask you like when she toppled the regime and Muammar Gaddafi was taken out of power, a man who was deliberately installed by the United States, mind you, but by her because they wanted a new administrator in the region. Did you support that? You remember
No, I
when he was being
didn't. I
dragged through the
didn't
street?
like her.
Yeah, I don't like
Okay, so
Democrats, period.
because you didn't like her, you didn't like that, but you like Trump, so you like this. So you like more
No,
when you
I
like
said I like
this.
what Trump did for the people.
Well, no, sweetheart.
Yeah, that's
Why
right.
is war good for one person but not for the other?
Hey, real quick, I just want to
I
tell
have the
people.
right to feel the way I feel, and I have the right to vote the way I vote.
No,
If you
listen
don't
Hey,
Yeah,
here,
like
real
it,
quick,
Hillary's a
tough.
real
puppet. She's
quick,
just a
real
listen
puppet.
quick.
here.
Hey, Robert, can I just say something to PG real quick? I just want to tell
Yes,
you,
dear.
you know, be careful, like the media you intake, because as much as you've seen people that are happy, I've seen a lot of videos of people that are very unhappy. So, I mean, it actually can go both ways.
That's the reason I said at the beginning I don't know much about it yet. That's, but that's my
I
feeling on
haven't
it
seen
so far.
any of those videos. Can you show us?
I've seen them, and I've actually seen people within these lives that have family in Venezuela that are upset. But I have a question because what we're seeing happen in Venezuela, we're now hearing reports
So show us the
about.
video.
Okay, hold on, BGB. I'll show you the videos. Um, and I did repost some of them, so I'll grab them for you. But we're also seeing concerns that Trump is now threatening to do the same with Greenland, and Greenland, as we know, which is part of Norway. We should be concerned that
It,
and they're a part of NATO. We should be concerned that he's taking these measures and creating dialogue within his party that we're going to attempt to go into Greenland and do the same. Hold
So
on, I gotta go.
Madura's
I gotta go on pause
innocent.
for a second. Hold on, I
Madura's
gotta go on
innocent. He
pause for a
didn't do
second. My kid
nothing.
just got here. Hold on, I gotta go pause for a
Madura's a
second.
great president.
this
Them
is
shit.
where we don't agree, though. However, because in my belief system, we should have just maybe done this in a little bit reverse order effect, which would have been to go to Greenland first and just say hello. Well, we don't. I don't think actually we even need to go. I think we might write a letter
Yeah, I think we
and
did that already.
get that done, and then march over to Venezuela because I don't know why we didn't do Greenland first. If I'm being honest, it just kind of seems easy.
The
The only
first thing
military
that
the only military base on the land is the United States. I don't know if anyone knows that. The largest employer in Greenland is the United States Defense Department.
So it's been ours,
Basically. And so
but
that's why I
just
don't even
not on
think we would need to
paper.
do anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
I
not on
don't think we need
paper.
to do it. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And they can't sustain it alone.
Arduaka, what's going on, man? How do you feel about this, man? You think this is a W for Jim Crow Jesus? Or you think this is a L?
Jim Crow Jesus, I think is an adequate way to put it. Let me turn this fan off. Hold on, real quick. I'm cooking, so.
Indubitably.
Yeah. I'm just listening to the ridiculousness. I typically don't engage with Robert.
Oh shit. Well, outside of like politics, anyways. I mean, like, well, is there anything that's wrong with America besides
Yeah, I
Donald
mean, like,
Trump?
there's like seven other panelists.
Oh shit.
Maybe pick one of them. Use your thoughts for one of them. Or maybe you're just a thoughtless. Maybe the truth is you're just a thoughtless individual and there's not much behind those eyes. But I don't know, and as a Christian, I shouldn't have said that. And you know what? I apologize. You know what, Arawaka? What a beautiful name, by the way. What is that? Is that a culture name?
Oh, cut the crap. He's not gonna fall for it.
I've been quiet for a minute here. Robert, I love you, man, but stop picking on the guy, okay? Leave him alone.
Robert could never pick on me.
But here's my
Robert
thing again.
pokes, but he
Want
ain't getting a
everybody to go
reaction.
look. I want everybody just to take a step back because look, first of all, this wasn't a war. We went in and did something within like 5 hours. It was over. So there was no war. We didn't kidnap him. We captured him. He was a wanted criminal. And Biden actually put out the warrant as well for this criminal. Um, I think it's a lot more again than oil and rugs. It's a lot more to do with America's safety and the preservation of Americans in general, based on how Venezuela was dealing with Iran, Russia, China. They could have enough power to put nukes there that could reach America, and we're trying to prevent that.
Yeah, I mean, and another kind of fine little detail that I was looking at as we've been looking at this situation is
Todos la conocen con el apodo de Chona. Todos la conocen con el apodo.
Hold on, let it marinate for a second.
let's go, let's
Well,
go.
I like that song. Actually, I
I
like that
know that was a
song.
good
Hey, who
one.
removed him? I like that song.
I only muted
Uh,
him. I
I
muted him. I
know
didn't. I didn't drop him, but I thought
he was
maybe he didn't know the
cranking.
music. I maybe he didn't know the music was playing. That's why I muted
That
him.
joint is heat. You gotta listen to it. That
I was
joint
growing
heat.
up with that heat life.
John, request back up if ever you wanna. You know what I mean? We might need an intermission
You
for that
wanna
again. You know, but
throw
that's
some
at a later
salsa on
time.
the horn?
Continue. That's not salsa.
But I was gonna say, no, excuse me, your black ass.
Definitely not
One
self.
one of the one of the things one of the things I wanted to bring up as well was that in this region, if you notice how many boats there are, there's like way more boats than you'd ever think. And it's not when you Venezuela to even the US is kind of in wedges the continents into the Gulf. And I think it's as you were saying, of the national kind of security dimensions of it. I think if we're not friends with them long term, they can position themselves as a nightmare in trade as well. If they're, let's say, a relationship with China long term grew and what that could become over the years. And so I think for that, I think there's a lot of dimensions to the defense conversation. And I think it's the one I lean to say why I think this happened, because I don't think DRUGS is why. Officer,
What's up?
speaking of more incompetence,
Were were you talking to yourself when you said that, or were you trying to address me?
I thought I was muted. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Yeah,
What's
there's
going
no
on,
reason to talk.
officer?
Nothing much. Just watching Robert degrade himself live on stream for some reason.
Gotta do better, Mr. Darren. Gotta do better.
He
What's
does.
going on in America, man? How do we fix it, man? What do we do? What do we do?
Uh, Gulags and re-education camps for all.
Okay.
No, I don't know, man. I think that we've like increased the reading level of the average American beyond like the contextual analysis of a fourth grader, and maybe we can have real conversations. I think our country just lacks real conversations. You know what I mean? Like, I think everyone has like death by labels. Like, there's problems, but if you pour money into them, that's socialism. If we don't do anything, then we have the same exact problem. I don't know. It is what it is. This season of Earth, I
This
might not
season
watch it.
over.
I might not watch this season.
Okay. You think this it's actually a real question for I guess everybody. Y'all think we moving down a route of less human or man jobs and more AI jobs?
I think we're moving to AI cooperation. I think that there's people who are going to be automated out because their jobs in the long run were actually useless all along. We just lack the innovation to make them obsolete. Like, it doesn't take a person to ring up my order to send it to the guy in the back to make the burgers. Like, the machine can do that. And it's a fairly simple task. It's just a couple of buttons and it sends the data to another computer in the back. But like, there are people that perform other functions that we can't replace them. So I don't know. I think this was inevitable. This is the same thing as the printing press, right? Like, this has been the argument since
we began to mass produce newspapers, and the Luddites decided to break all the machines.
Indeed. Shady.
I think the
Is there
more
any?
fascinating question is why are humans the only species on Earth that has orchestrated their overthrow as head of the apex on Earth? I think that's a very profound question. What's going on there? Why is that happening? Why are we giving that up? No other species on Earth has ever demonstrated that characteristic.
And that's with your opinion. What do you think it is?
It's a profound question. I mean, we can only just kind of wonder. I mean, I can speculate with you all and have fun, and it's a wondrous question to get into. But at this point, I think it is an open-ended question. I call it cognitive hijack. I think that we have markets that are influencing people to the magnitude in which even if we didn't want certain things anymore, you couldn't stop them. Like as an example, this is like a thought experiment that I've run is like if Sam Altman wanted to stop everything at OpenAI tomorrow, the board would fire him. They'd get a CEO that's going to oversee that growth no matter what. There's trillions of dollars on the line.
Correct.
And so it becomes this situation where we're captivated by our own direction and momentum of markets that we're not in control of anymore. They're made by us. It's an orchestra of something we've created, but it's not to our benefit, certainly in this case. And so that's kind of, I guess, a vertical I look at it.
I mean, I kind of agree with that, I guess. I mean, you see people influencing a lot of different things. I mean, like for example, I mean, like Israel bought what was it? They spent like 50 million or bought 50 million worth of advertisements for Google and YouTube. You know, I think that's, it's wild. It's wild. But I mean, I think that's a lot of people are doing that. But Israel is one of the main ones that is actually pushing forward certain propagandas, and then you have one of the leaders saying that we should silence free speech.
Well, what frightens me is it's all fun and games so long as humans are still in control of the outcomes. What frightens me is we are creating something that we will not be in control of outcomes with. And in some ways, at a smaller scale, maybe that's not so dangerous right now, are already not in control of, but they can't hurt us right now. Those outcomes aren't maybe particularly dangerous, but as it gets more circumstantial, these outcomes are going to get very, very weighty. And I think that I contemplate, and I think maybe a lot of people think we're already too far. I pray we're not, but we're certainly as a public not having the conversations we need to. Like, as an example, one of the things I think that on the solutions front could be a really interesting solution is if we think about why the United States wouldn't nationalize something like OpenAI right now, is an argument from free markets would say, well, if we want to create competition and grow, similar to like what we afforded the internet when it came about, unlike the EU, as a case study would show that we did much better than them because we had an unregulated market and we afforded it the unregulated nature to which you couldn't even sue them. I think you can afford AI that same opportunity, but also attach it to human evolution. So what I think is a good proposal is the United States Sovereign Wealth Fund, which is newly established by Trump, should purchase, I would say, a 10% stake in, let's say, Google, OpenAI, the largest of the AI initiatives, so that as the largest stock and shareholder, the United States people, there's a interest to satisfying them in the direction of the products, one. And if need be, there's mechanisms to exert as shareholders that the American people could remove people from positions if they're holding them. But I think this idea right now that we're allowing private industry to oversee the control of and the growth and development of something that I would call as powerful, if not more powerful than the nuclear BOMB. I mean, consider what a joke it would have been if after we built that thing, we said, Amazon and Facebook, you guys can own it. You guys own it. Take it from here. No, no. We understood why it had to be a part of a nation state because we have democracies and that the most powerful things go in the arsenal of the country, the nation state, not private institutions. And so I think that we have to think of a long-term solution that allows it to grow in a free market, but also gives it aim.
I think I should do a restart.
Hit it on that
Yeah,
restart.
yeah. That'd be wise. That'd be wise.
I think I should do a restart.
Hit it on that restart.
Yeah. That'd be wise. That'd be wise.
I think I should do a restart.
Girl, you should just pick, like somewhere to go.
What do you mean by that?
Like the boy girl, bro. Yesterday somebody come tell me they are both boy and girl. How can you be both boy and girl?
I'm a boy and a girl. What you gonna do about it?
What I'm
Put on
going to
dress and
do,
tell
I'm
me.
going to tell you you are confused, bro.
I'm not confused.
I'm not here to change your life, but you can go somewhere else, to tell people
I can
this
change
crazy
your
stuff
life
you
if
say.
you want.
You cannot change my life, brother, I promise you.
I can change your life forever. I can give you.
Not in any way. Not in any way, brother.
Listen. We can change everybody's lives in little ways. I'm just saying.
No, you can't, bro. You cannot change my life, brother, I promise you.
Ricky, what's going on, man?
Listen,
How you
that's what
doing
you
tonight?
Yeah, what's good, bro?
How old are you?
I'm 16.
Block him.
Bro, what? Hold on, let me just say one thing. So I kind of agree with.
Ha! Didn't even get to finish.
Slav, how old are you?
Why the?
How old are you?
24.
What year were you born?
2001.
American, what's wrong with America?
The Americans, I tell you, bro, they don't know how to do partnership the right way. They have partner and they don't understand the relationship, and they criticize their partner, and they leave their partner to look at them funny.
What you mean by that?
So right now you are America and Israel are best allies, right? But people say, oh, America take care of Israel, but this is big lies. And America is.
I knew that accent sounded familiar.
America do little things for Israel, bro. And Israel do many things for America, and the little things that America do for Israel, they like magnify it. They magnify
Man,
as if
fuck
they are
Israel.
good. Brother, don't say that, man.
Man, fuck
It's not
Israel,
proper,
bro.
bro. Why are you saying this, bro? You are showing low class, bro.
Listen, all right. Let me rephrase. You right.
Are you low class,
You
bro?
right. Fuck Netanyahu. That's a more accurate statement. I ain't got nothing wrong with Israelis. A couple of Israelis be cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, fuck
But that
all the
nutty,
politicians, bro.
Yahoo gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, all politician bullshit, bro. Whoever tell you different lie to you, bro. All politicians don't care for nobody except what they can make, bro. This is fact, bro. You'll find me good politician, I will be surprised, bro. I'll tell you too. I don't believe this exists, my brother. I believe every politician play for themselves, their own team, bro.
Are you Jewish?
What do you mean, like by blood? Yes.
You know what I mean. You're okay. What's
Is
up,
it?
Yordi?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. How do you feel about the problem? What's wrong with America, and how do we fix it?
Well, I don't think anything's wrong with America. I think what's wrong is the people in America. So I think we fix it by changing the people of America. We should have an age limit on presidency.
Like,
You think the
Maybe,
president doing that job, bro?
60 and below, maybe.
60?
Yeah,
What's the age limit now?
there is none.
Yes, there
There is
is.
none.
As long as you could,
No, bro.
fulfill the
No, there
duty of
is
the
an age
office.
limit on
You gotta
president.
be at least 35.
Minimum.
That's not limit. That's minimum, brother.
Yeah, minimum 35. Yes,
Exactly.
Yes, but limit is
Oh, you want there to
maximum.
be a
Limit is
max?
maximum.
Oh, you want there to be a max limit?
absolutely. That's what I
Okay,
think.
okay,
That's what I
okay.
You
think will
know,
fix America.
I would agree. I would say this: if you qualify for non-penalty IRA withdrawals, then you shouldn't be president.
Fair point. What's up, C-Mac? How you doing?
Hey, good guys. I just was scrolling by. What's wrong with America and how do we fix it? What do you think's wrong with America?
That's not what the question is. It's what do you think is wrong with America, and how do you
Oh,
think we can fix it?
I think nothing. I think it's going great. I think I
You think?
love I love the fact that Trump's the president. The Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the
So
Supreme
you're a
Court.
Trump
It's great.
sucker.
It's great. Yeah, I love Trump. Love him. Great.
I'd be sucking on that Trump. I feel you.
Yeah,
I hear
of
you.
course. Of course.
He
Pause.
definitely do. He
You're
How
definitely
can you not
do.
like
homosexual,
Trump?
bro?
How can you not like him?
No Trump.
Love Trump.
Bro, you're homosexual, bro?
No, I'm not a homosexual. I like the guy. He's
So why,
doing a good
so why
job.
you are doing this? You say you
TDS
are
is
sucking,
real.
bro. You say
Trump dick
yes.
suckers.
Yeah,
You say
Mmm.
yes. You say you
go
are a dick
suck
sucker.
Biden's cock. Go suck
Mmm.
Biden's cock.
Well, Biden. Everything's fucking
I heard
Biden.
another
You
one.
bunch of
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard
Biden
Go
another one
suck
bitches.
is
fucking Trump.
Trump
You
Ooh.
can't
Fucking
talk
devotion.
Biden
politics, so you
bitches.
talk about sucking
Where
cock.
Who
Biden?
you
You
Where
guys are morons.
Biden?
who is you are like
Little
politician. You
fucking
sound like a
little
little
bitch
girl.
maggots. All you do is
You
fucking
Ooh.
are a
whine and
bitch.
You're
cry.
a little
Why do you
bitch,
make your
faggot.
Ever
voice
You're a
like?
since,
faggot and you lost.
Why
ever
do you make
since
your
you
voice
lost
like
to
Yeah.
90s
Sleepy
Fuck
movies?
your
Joe.
Hey,
daddy.
You
C-Mac.
all lost to Sleepy
C-Mac,
Joe,
come
you
back up.
dumb fuck.
Request back up. You can't just spam that
This
shit.
guy crazy, bro. What's wrong with him, guys?
He's speaking to you. He's speaking to you. Tell him again.
To me, not to me, brother. I tell you, I don't do any politicians, bro. Not my friends. No politicians. Zero.
Uh,
I
can you
don't
vote
trust any
in America?
politician.
Can you vote in America?
Yeah, if I wanted to vote, I can vote, brother. If I wanted to do a lot of things, I can do a lot of things. Anything you can do here, I can do twice.
Hey, Ghost, thanks for letting me in. I had to fuck with that guy, man.
Yeah, had to get him. Yeah, all right.
Oh,
Had to let him
man.
know.
Yes, I did. Listen, I follow you, dude.
Indeed,
Ran him
followed you
right out
back.
of here.
Have a good night.
You got
So,
scared.
where are you from? Where are you from, host?
Say that again.
Where are you from?
America.
How about your family,
America.
ancestor? No, bro, not true.
Wait, so let me ask you a
You're,
question. How do you feel about dual citizenship?
I feel this. You should be loyal to where you are come from and where you
That's
are
not what
at.
I asked you. How do you feel
See,
about dual citizenship?
this is sim. This is the answer. This is how I feel about it.
No, you living
You
in
should
another
be loyal to
country.
where you come from and where you're at. So yes, dual citizenship is good.
Okay, so how do you feel about dual citizenship within um no, not financial, and within like like your representatives, your
No,
presidents and stuff
I
like
don't.
that.
I don't think. No, no. I don't think only private citizen, bro. If you are to serve a country, you should only hold the country's, um, like, paperwork, bro. How do you say? You should only be from one. You know what I mean?
You
Should
should
not
only
have
have
dual
loyalty to
citizenship.
one country?
Yes, if you are serving, if you are a private citizen, bro, you can have dual citizenship. It's not wrong. But if you
Right.
are serving the public interest, where you are actual like in government or something, you should not be able to do this serving the public while still having another for unless you are, like maybe exception like super secret service, things like this. Okay, right? This is different, right? But when you are talking about just a governor, a president, no, bro, they should not. My opinion, I don't not the law or anything. I told you I'm not a big politic guy, but just my opinion. I think it's not like good for the country because now you never know what people is think. It's like they are maybe going to do something wrong, and then they can say, "Oh, well, this country will help me," you know. While private citizen different, you know. Like I can say, "Oh, I still hold passport for a different land than this land," but if I leave, I cannot run to somewhere and have whole government with me. I'm one person. You know what I mean?
I
I
absolutely
cannot
do.
start to change laws. I cannot start to change laws against you. You know, it's the same law I am have. You know, I follow same law as you. Bro. So yeah, that's what I think. What do you think about it, bro?
I agree.
Good,
I
good, good,
absolutely
good.
agree. If you're sitting in some sort
But
of
private
power like
citizen,
that, I don't
bro.
think you should be able to hold dual citizenship.
Right, but private citizen, think about this. This is how I always think, bro. The people who are ashamed of where they come from, unless it's like harsh condition, they just don't do, like, you know, from where they are get kicked out or something. But if it's people they are coming from somewhere and they are leave for opportunity, right? And they are stay like they don't like where they are from anymore. You know what this making me think? They are not loyal people. They will just go anywhere for opportunity. So if something happened for America, these same people will say, "Bye bye America, we are going to the next place." You know what I mean? And this is very dangerous. So I feel the people who still love where they are from are more trustworthy in the sense of they have loyalty. You know, they are like, imagine, bro, you are live with your mom when you start. Not everybody. Some people live shelter, some people live street, but many people live with their mother, right? When they start their life, right?
1 second, let me get to Comrade. What's up, Comrade?
What's up?
What's up? Would you like to chime in?
Topic. They just
What's wrong with
said, pay me
America?
my money. I'm trying to tell you, have Justin, you to pay me my money to you. I'm trying to tell you.
Man,
Oh,
that's
Huh?
beautifully
oh.
said though, American.
Yeah, let him
Yo,
know.
Trey, I
Yeah,
got to drop real quick because I got
I want him to say,
the motherfucker
pay
calling
me
me back and shit.
yeah. Take
So
your time, man. Do what you
I
gotta
gotta
do.
call him. Word. I'll spin the block.
have the kid doing that to
Comrade's
you.
picture is a
I'm trying
picture
to
of
tell you.
Che
It's
Guevara.
like the kid coming to the
Yeah,
parents
Che
saying, give
Guevara.
me my fucking money.
Che Guevara
Give
is
me
a
my
hero, bro.
fucking money. I'm trying to tell you. I got the shit. I told you, I got the
Che
post in the
Guevara was a
group
hero to
video.
the Cuban people.
That video,
Uh,
it's crazy
yeah.
that
Hold on, Comrade. You say Che Guevara was a hero to the Cuban people?
Yes.
Yeah, because he did away with a lot of
hello,
people's.
my friends.
What's up, brother?
How are you?
Very
Doing
good.
a
How
lot
you
better
are?
until you interrupted me, but it's all good.
I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry. Hello.
Relax, Chief. Relax. Thank you. Go ahead. What was you saying, Kevin?
Big energy.
Che Guevara, like, did away with a lot of people in Mexico. I mean, in Cuba, because they were homosexual or.
This is actually. Oh, sorry. I'll let you finish first.
No, go ahead, because you're not
Okay,
gonna.
this is actually. Yeah, this is actually like a really common misconception.
No,
Um, so
it's really
No,
not.
so Che, the only time Che ever mentioned anything with homosexuality was in his, he was 21 years old, and it was in a journal before he was even in power called the Motorcycle Diaries, where he said he and his friend met a man who, apart from being a
I've read the
homosexual,
Motorcycle
was a,
Diaries. But there are so many photos of him with a pew pew to somebody's head right before they got done
yeah,
with
he
it.
was an executioner. It was his
Yeah,
It
job,
was
but he,
revolution,
and
bro.
you have a
Revolution.
picture, and you have a picture of him
yeah,
on
he
your.
only executed criminals who knew they committed crimes punishable by death, like treason, which is
Uh,
also punishable by death in the USA. So
that's kind of a lie, dude. I can tell.
What?
You grew up in an affluent family, didn't you?
I grew up in a what?
An
What
affluent
does that mean?
family.
What's that
Affluent
mean, bro?
means rich.
Oh hell no!
Oh.
I grew up poor, so
Yeah, I
like
don't blame
below
you.
Oh, wait.
poverty line.
I don't think he did, bro. We both don't know what that word means. I'm pretty sure we grew up the same way.
Grew
See
up
what's
in low
there.
income housing, assisted living, that kind of shit.
And that's probably why you like Che Guevara, because you think that you're gonna get everything for free. But you know what?
That's
Che
not
Guevara.
how
No,
that's
because
not
he
how
stand up
Hold
communism
for
on
the
now.
works.
poor
Let
people,
me
bro. He
finish
stand
before you
up for
cut
the
me off.
poor people, bro.
Che Guevara was a murderer. He
That's
took
just
people.
false.
Huh? No, that is not false.
Define
That's
murder.
huh?
Define murder.
Taking someone's life for no reason.
Yeah, and he
No,
didn't do
never
that.
no
He
reason.
Yeah.
advocated for every single person to have a fair trial, and he only executed criminals who committed crimes that they knew were punishable by death.
Oh my God.
Hey Kevin, hold on real quick. He's trying to be slick. When he's saying define all these things, that's a leftist tactic
Oh,
to try to basically sway and change the truth.
Yeah,
I
Schmurder is the
Well,
unjust
no, he
taking of
wants
a
to get
human life.
understanding. He
you
wants to
know
get
what?
understanding so
So
you don't do
then that means
technicality.
that one of our presidents, George W. Bush, and actually two of our presidents, George W. Bush and Barack Obama, were both guilty of the same crimes because
How did they commit treason, bro?
they should both be in prison for war crimes.
I
I
agree.
agree. They both committed war crimes.
But Che Guevara, yeah, man, change your picture, dog. Put your own face up there.
No, Che's a hero. He is
No, the
unfortunately one of
fuck
the
he
most
ain't.
propagandized people in history.
No, the fuck he was not. God
You're
damn.
never
Under
gonna change somebody like that's mentality, brother.
Under Che and
Simple as that.
Castro, Cuba's literacy was the highest in the nation's history. The infant mortality rate was at an all-time low, which means no babies were unaliving, and they had some of the highest medical growth under Castro, and a really strong economy until a lot of things backfired in '91 with the fall of the Soviet Union and then a bunch of other stuff. But that
Yeah.
was just bad for the entire world's economy, not just Cuba.
Well, hey, real quick, Kevin, just point out this, right? Why is it that if you're so accurate on information, stuff like that, you support a side? I'm assuming. Let me say that, right? Simply, literally, the citizens of a country are celebrating right now to our president going and getting this guy that's not even president and wasn't voted to be president. He went and got
No,
a
he wasn't.
citizen.
He just took
Which
over.
countries? Which
Oh, you mean
countries?
Maduro? Maduro's good.
Venezuela, Venezuela, yeah,
Venezuela.
You say countries. Which countries?
country. I
He
said
said
country.
country.
Oh, my apologies. I thought you said
Singular.
countries.
Maduro's a victim, bro.
Oh, he's a.
And see,
Oh,
hold on, y'all, check it
Maduro's
out.
not a
So
victim. I mean,
that just
Maduro
right
is a
there.
disgusting dictator, but I don't agree with
There's
the
nothing wrong with
approach that he took.
dictatorship.
Well, there's a
yes, the
huge problem
fuck
with
there is.
dictatorship.
I'd rather have a
It's
You don't know
dictatorship
what
than electoral
dictatorship
democracy.
really
At least the
means,
people
bro.
ain't separated.
well, I mean, a
Nah.
dictatorship.
Jesus.
Let's be for real. I mean, what was happening to the people in that country
They were getting
under his leadership
Getting
is
fed, having
despicable. But
housing.
anyway,
fed from fucking
how we
dumpsters.
approached removing him as the leader was I don't agree with. Do I think that what he was
I do.
doing is despicable, just like Chavez needed to be removed? Yes, but our approach and how we did that is terrible, and we should be concerned
It was a
with the
100.
concerns and the threats on moving towards doing the same thing in other countries,
So
aka Greenland.
tell
That's
me,
the newest. We should be concerned.
You said
tell me how that
Greenland?
was terrible.
Yeah, we bombed the capital without a declaration of war, which is an act of terrorism and a war
No, it
crime under the
isn't.
UN.
We
But
No, it
defined
isn't.
by the UN,
warned them.
Section 4,
We
I believe,
Well,
warned
Article
them.
two.
let me tell you this. Obama, like, did away with American citizens in other countries that we weren't at war with, but nobody said shit about that.
Well, we
I
did.
was,
We had a real issue with what happened in
yeah,
Libya, and you guys did too.
I don't agree with that, but I was like 7 when that happened. I will
Right?
say, I'll be the first person to say what Obama did in the Middle East was fucked up, and I don't support it.
It's fucking horrible. And what George W. Bush did in the Middle East was even fucking worse.
So how is that any different than what I mean, mind you, back in 2016, 2017, and even 9 months before Trump got elected again, he was specifically talking about how he does not approve of regime change, that it's chaotic and it
Well,
oftentimes
see,
creates instability
that's
in
the
the
thing.
country.
It
All
wasn't a
right,
regime change.
it's not a
Well,
regime
Well, I
change.
it
can
will
Regime
be.
change. And by the
It
way, the
will
It
be.
difference,
was. I can
here's the
answer this
biggest
Well,
actually.
difference, y'all.
according to
Wait,
Okay,
Trump,
so
wait.
Trump,
according to Trump
Trump was
yesterday,
in
Wait,
and
hold on
out.
one second.
wait,
Hold on
wait.
one second, Con.
Hold on.
According to Trump yesterday, according to him and his words, we're going in now. Mind you, the VP was sworn in, but his words and Marco Rubio's words were that we are going to go in and we're going to run the country until it can safely be
Bro,
transitioned. Now we know how long that's going to take because we saw what happened in Iraq. So I don't understand how you guys say that it wasn't a regime change. Yes, the VP was sworn in, but Trump said if the VP doesn't listen to what we say and cooperate with us, like, come on, you guys. Let's be for real. You guys didn't
well,
approve of what we did in Iraq. You
Wait.
didn't
If
approve of what we
communism
did
is
in.
so great,
Hold
how
on,
did
And
Bush.
they
Maduro
did the
get
same
Hold
cabinet?
thing.
on, Bush. Bush, hold on one second, and then I'll go on mute. And I just came up here because I'm
Well,
a
I got
mod
an
and
invite.
need a little estrogen on this panel. But
I
You
have
guys
it in
did
my
not
blood.
approve
Don't
with what
worry.
happened in Iraq, and you didn't approve with what happened in Libya. So I don't understand how you approved with what happened yesterday
Well, the
or
whole thing
Friday.
is the
And
whole
also,
thing is Venezuela already had an elected president. So like
that was backed by
majority.
the U. I can actually answer this. So that chick she was backed by the U.S. kind of like how Batista was in Cuba, and how I forget his name, but the person that they came in and replaced the democratically elected president of Guatemala in I believe the '90s was. So this is like historically we have always performed regime changes or attempted regime changes on Latin America
No,
for
that's
the
it's
simple reason that they are socialist.
Well,
yeah.
real quick, how
Well,
are you
so
guys conflating all this
But
considering Maduro
wait.
was
If
not the president?
socialism, hold on, if socialism is so great, how can this capitalist country keep kicking their fucking ass all the time? Explain that one.
pretty valid.
Well, no.
CIA and
Maduro
Radio Free
wasn't the
Asia.
elected official. Okay, he just went in and said, nope, we're not doing this. Kind of like what Zelensky did recently. But here's the biggest difference. They were in and
Kind
out
of like
within
what
a
Trump tried to do.
few hours. No, he never tried to do that. He
Well,
tried to
with
get it
Maduro,
recounted. He
Maduro
tried to
was
get things
elected and
recounted.
then he was unelected, but he didn't want to leave power, so he didn't, which I think is based.
How
bro.
is that based considering he was
And
literally
dude, these are the people that
unaliving his
complain about Trump.
citizens?
Like, dude,
Took
it's
three
crazy, bro.
hours
Because
for
I
us
mean,
to
if he's going to get
capture
rid of
him.
electoral democracy, that's good.
Yeah,
He stood up
I
4.2
I'll tell you.
million militia,
One second.
4.2 million militia, and got captured in 3 hours.
I'll tell you. I'll
Oh,
tell you right now that
dude,
if Trump
insane.
got Trump can't run again. If Trump tried to run again, I completely oppose that. But fucking, if Trump lost, I'd just be like, fucking cool. And if he was like, I'm just gonna stay in office, I'd be like, no, the fuck you ain't.
World War III by 2028, so he'll stay past
I
then.
don't think
I
so.
don't
So
think
he can
that'll
vote
happen.
again in 2032.
I mean,
I don't.
No, I
What
don't
do
Well,
you
think so.
mean Taiwan? China's looking at Taiwan and Japan like it's a
Kevin,
fucking
there are
juicy
Trump
steak.
supporters, and there's people within the administration that believe that Trump should try to. I mean,
no,
Bannon and some of his
like
advisors,
the
people
whole,
like Steve Miller, JD Vance would probably support that too.
I
I
I'm
don't,
think
not
I
saying
Trump.
that
We'll see
you're
how it
supporting it. You
goes.
just said you
I
didn't
don't, I
support it.
don't
But there
think,
are people within the
no,
party that support that.
I don't think JD Vance would ever support that because JD Vance grew up like I grew up, and I don't think that motherfucker would ever be like, "Oh, you can run for a third term." Hell no. Hell,
Reggie, what were you about to say?
Need to see how it goes. Like if he fucks up monumentally, obviously, then we don't do it again. If he makes it like the golden era of fucking America, fucking go ahead.
yeah, that's what I agree with you, Reggie. He needs to stop fucking worrying about helping other countries and worry about helping Americans.
well, I mean, he's not worrying about helping other countries. He's just trying to destroy them. But
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! No wonder you have a goddamn fucking Che Guevara picture on your shit.
it's Guevara. But
Damn.
like I've said, he's a hero.
No, the fuck he's not. He's a fucking murderer
No,
in a
he's not.
great.
He didn't murder a single person, dude. Or murder,
Yes,
sorry.
the fuck he did.
He did
You
not.
know what? Add me on TikTok or add me on Facebook.
Yeah, we can have this debate. I will. I'd
Fuck
love
yeah,
to.
I'll send you pictures of motherfucking children getting fucking pistol.
Well, I'd love
Wait,
you.
for
I'd
the
love to see that
benefit.
because that just didn't
Oh,
happen.
trust me,
So.
bullshit. They're all over the
Shady,
internet.
you're lagging.
Oh wait, could I answer the prompt real quick? I'm new.
How you
I'm
doing, sir?
lagging. Hold on one second. You can answer, but who's in your profile picture? I don't know who that is.
His
Che
Che Guevara.
Guevara.
Che Guevara was he was
Yeah,
he was a
he's trying
revolutionary
to.
in Cuba with Castro.
Yeah, he wasn't a revolutionary. He was
He was a bigger
so
revolutionary than Castro was.
no, the fuck he wasn't.
He literally
Castro,
left his seat of power to spread revolution across the world.
yeah, to go take care of people.
That's
Seriously, man, you really need to read some.
dude. I own like the most critically acclaimed book on Che Guevara. The man who wrote it literally helped find his remains. That's how well acclaimed he is.
Goodness gracious.
Well, hold
And
on.
I've
Let
read
Evie answer the
everything
prompt.
written by Che Guevara.
Let Evie answer the prompt. What's up, Evie?
Yeah. Hi, my name is CV, and I
CV,
think
my fault.
what is wrong with America is in the most kindest way, the leftist ideology, because they are abandoning common sense, and they are running off of emotion, and it's making a mess of things, and to the point where they become easy to push over and easy to take advantage of, like we see with the Somalis. They are so air quote kind that they get pushed over and they get scammed out of millions or billions of dollars, out of being too scared to say anything because they think they're going to be called racist if they say anything against them, which is crazy, right? Because they're just calling out fraud, but they're too scared to do that. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they're just super emotionally led rather than led with logic, and it's just making a
Well, I
mess of
think
things.
I can say that about like the lib part, like the liberalism, but not like actual leftism. No.
On, brother.
No, people on the left are like kind of hard to even tolerate.
I
Well,
mean,
hold on.
respectfully, ditto.
I'm really like a socialist at heart, but it's like y'all
I'm a
just
communist, not a
went
socialist.
so
I'm a
fucking
Castroist.
far left, and the media has just been bombarding y'all with bullshit for so long that y'all get emotionally charged and y'all will do anything to be against Trump, including supporting open dictators who don't give a fuck about elections and
Well,
unalive people.
I do support dictators. Kim Jong Un, Fidel Castro, even like Maduro. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Dude,
definitely
he
will.
has to be trolling. There's no way he's real. No one's gonna go on and
That can't be real.
say that they're gonna support Kim Jong Un. Like, dude,
Well,
that's
Kim Jong
just
Un's not even really a dictator. He's more of like a king because they have a democratically elected president in the DPRK. He's just more like a royal
dude.
family.
You need to
Guess
find new
what?
hobbies, bro. Like standing
Everybody,
Are
here
you
and like
serious?
justifying that, dude, is
everybody
crazy.
that lives in North Korea is starving to death.
Are you serious?
I mean, they're not really. I mean, it's nothing but Radio Free Asia propaganda.
Again,
Um,
guys, I'm telling you, he's trolling. He's not a real person,
yeah,
bro.
you're right. He trolling
There's
I
like
no
mean,
way
I'm
that's
not.
real.
I'm out. I'm going to take a shower because my wife's gonna be home in about 54 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna lay with my wife.
Okay.
What's up, Rockland?
I mean,
Good evening, all. How are you doing tonight?
Doing fantastic. Would you like to answer the prompt?
Say that again. You came in garbled.
Yeah, sorry. Would you like to answer the prompt?
Yes, I actually already did.
Your mic's kind of muffled. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose or.
I never got a chance to answer the prompt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think that the two-party system is what's wrong with America, and America either needs, at the minimum, to just have a free-party system, or at the most, just completely abolish electoral democracy. And I also think the economics are completely just gone, and I think like Castroism would really help with that.
What?
Muted.
There you go. Now your mic's working.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Okay, is it just me or can you not hear him? I'm just.
No, I
I'm quite
can't.
sure. At
He'll
this
say
point,
a
it seems.
word, and then it just like muffles.
Yeah, I feel like he's
Yeah,
doing
he
it on
might need to
purpose.
drop. Well, he might need to drop out maybe and come back up.
No, I
Pickens.
just don't like having a
Yeah.
microphone that close to my mouth. But if that's the only way
Oh,
you can
okay.
hear me, then fine.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that because we can't hear you when it's not near your mouth.
Okay, fair enough. My viewpoint is that the American Zionist Council needs to be expelled from the United States political system in order for America to be.
Oh, cut out again.
Death to all that have kissed the wall. Very simple.
Damn, that was based.
It's pretty direct. Pickness.
Yeah, so
Would you like to answer the prompt?
yeah, hey. 20 age 24, so there is no fixing it. I'm going to speak from an economy perspective. There is no fixing it. Is there anyone that thinks there is fixing? I
I
don't
mean,
think either side can.
I think idealistically, yeah. I mean, I think it's possible. I don't think that like modern American politicians like the answer, so I don't think it'll like go into power. Like,
But the problem is, I don't think anybody has the answer. Like, how are we going to balance the budget? It's over 40
um,
trillion. How are we going to
I
solve the
mean,
housing crisis? How are we going to
well, there
solve
is no
stagnant
housing crisis
wage growth?
actually. The housing crisis is more so just a who owns the house crisis because there's almost double as many empty
So,
houses as
so
there
the
is homeless
average
people.
American can't afford a house. That's a
Yeah,
crisis.
so make housing free.
That's not how it works. We can't just do handouts. We need to establish an economy
I
that
mean,
is.
jobs and housing can both be free. It's worked in multiple nations, and
You
it's
mean
not really
like?
a handout because work would be
What do you mean
mandatory
free?
unless you're elderly or
Like
disabled.
communism?
Yes.
Yeah, can you
Well,
see his
that
picture? Do you see his picture? And by the way, I don't like the fact that you have Jalen Hurts in your arms like that. That's bothering me.
are you an Eagles fan?
Yes, I'm a diehard Eagles fan. Look at my
Hey,
profile picture.
hey, at least you're going into the playoffs. So
I know, but we lost our home field advantage
yeah,
for
I
a
don't know
second.
why he did that. He just
I know,
gave
I
up the
don't know.
second seed.
Anyway, sorry, but yes, he is a communist. And I would, if you guys don't know Trey, he is a realtor. He actually helps with low income housing. So Trey, I would like to hear your opinion on whether or not you think we have a housing crisis.
I'm not sure who Trey is. Huh.
Oh, it's the host.
Oh.
He might be doing something,
Oh.
but when he comes back, I'll ask him. Go ahead.
Well,
When you say
communism is just. Oh,
when you say
sorry.
housing crisis,
Oh,
what do you mean by a housing crisis?
uh,
The average American can't afford housing. I mean,
Are you saying that we
I
have that
want like
now?
yes, and we have corporations like BlackRock that are buying 1/3 of houses that come onto market
Yeah, but
and
corporations only own like 3% of the
not
market. But
giving
I mean,
people chances to even buy a house.
the price of housing, depending on where you live, yeah, is relatively high. Like it depends on where I guess you live. I mean, there's not very many houses on the market, but there's also a lot of houses that are vacant. Like a lot of houses that are vacant. Housing
But
crisis. I don't
relative,
think that
like,
we have
sorry,
a. I don't
go
think that
ahead.
we necessarily have like a housing crisis. And from my knowledge, Jerome Powell and them said that they were going to be cutting rates. I don't remember when they
But
said, but I think that they said they were going to be cutting rates. So
he did say that, but he said that rate cuts are not going to solve the housing crisis. So
I think it's more of a
he
mental
said that
crisis than
on
anything.
television.
you never know.
well,
But
They
but
always
it's
say
cutting the
like
that.
rates
it's like
would
what
but
are
cutting the rates
wages
would make things
relative?
more affordable. Think cutting
Correct.
the one thing about cutting rates would make things more affordable for those that currently can't afford to.
It
I mean,
helps.
many can't afford the down payment. That's one hurdle, and then they
Refinance.
can't. Yeah, and then they can't afford the mortgage,
It's
or if they don't have enough to put down, then they're paying PMI. So yeah, I can understand where cutting those rates would be helpful, and for those people that have high mortgages now or high interest rates now, they'd be able to refinance.
no.
I don't think it solves the problem. I think it kicks the problem down the can because we still have a foreclosure problem. We have an eviction problem. We have a repossession problem. We're just making products. The price of products is just actually insane. Like the actual same houses that our parents bought for 12 grand, 10 grand, 5 grand, 8 grand, they're sitting here telling us it's fucking $300,000, which is just insane.
Yeah. Reggie, did you ever answer the poll? What's up, Bell?
Oh no, I didn't actually answer. What's wrong with America? Honestly, I point at Citizens United, and I'm just like, if we could fucking get rid of that, corporations having fucking rights like people is a problem. They shouldn't be able to fucking buy debt and sue you. They shouldn't be able to buy homes and just fucking buy them all and raise the rates. They shouldn't be able to call each other and say, "Hey, I'm gonna raise the rent over here to fucking $2,000. Can you do the same thing?" Like, we just need to stop that and we'll be all right.
So I'm looking right now, and it looks like the Federal Reserve actually cut interest rates at the end of the year. So it looks like it's around. I This is telling me 3.5 to 3.75. I thought it was closer to 5, but I could be wrong.
I think
And
they
they're
did
looking at
back to back.
additional cuts maybe in mid 2026 to late 2026.
Yeah.
I mean, I will tell you, I purchased a home in 2020. I sold purchased a couple homes in 2021. I got in right at the right time in August of 2021 for one of my homes. So my rate right now is like 2.25. I will not be selling that property anytime soon. And when I sold a home last year and considered, possibly purchasing another home because the rates were so high, I decided against it, and we ended up investing. We ended up selling and investing, but I think for the average American or for younger Americans coming in right now, it is hard right now for them to be able to purchase a home, um, and partially because they don't have the money for down payments. But I truly think, and I'm a mother of 7 and a grandmother of 11, so I've got a lot of experience with raising kids. And I think one of the things that we need to do better is we need to teach our youth to be more fiscally responsible. So we need to be teaching them how to save money, how to spend money more wisely, investing if they can, teaching them how to balance a checkbook or what it means to have a credit card. And I know that I royally fucked up, right, probably in my early to mid 20s, right, as a college student, and then it took me my 30s to fix it. But we need to do a better job, just as parents, as educators, in making sure that we are providing the education for people to be more fiscally responsible. That being said, if you don't have it, it's hard to be fiscally responsible because you're doing everything you possibly can to put that food on the table and put that house over your head and keep the heat on. So it's a double-edged sword for many Americans because they want to be able to be fiscally responsible,
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, they got to do what they got to do
yeah,
to make
that's
ends meet.
yeah, that's why things like housing, food, and jobs should just be provided.
I don't think anybody
Hello.
here agrees with that. What's up, Steven?
Hi, how you guys doing?
Great. Would you like to answer the prompt?
Yes, I supported Trump. Yes.
Well, it says, what's wrong with America and how do we fix it?
No, but I was going to talk about the gold that she said. Yeah, I invested in gold about 5, 6 years ago. And yeah,
You must
very
be
good
happy now.
return.
You must be happy.
Oh, yeah, very good. Oh, I haven't returned all of it. I don't know. I'm going to hold on to a little bit. I knew it was going up. I mean, everyone said, yeah.
Wonderful. What's up, Pizzo?
Yeah, it's Pizzo, bro.
Would you like to answer the prompt?
Yeah, what is wrong with America and how do we fix it? My perspective is just the lies and deception, the manipulation. You know, once you do that to a person or a group of people for so long, in the great words of Malcolm X, the chickens come home to roost eventually. Once people's eyes will start opening into the realization that they're being manipulated and, used for certain gains that's not for the benefit of the people, then, a revolt is the only thing to me that fixes it.
I
A revolt
agree
against what?
100%.
Are you
A
talking
revolt
about
against what?
do you feel that Donald Trump has lied to the people? Is that what you're referring?
I feel like all politicians lie to people. I'm not
Absolutely.
coming up here trying to defend Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, George Bush. I'm 37, so let me see. I've been around since Clinton. That I can remember for sure is Bush, though. And from that point on, all I can remember is these people been lying to me all my life.
Absolutely,
That's
but
how I
I
feel.
if when I compare Trump now, I mean, I feel like he's blatantly lied in our face. Like I don't think
I respect
any
that,
other
though.
president has lied to us
I know it sounds crazy, but
at this
I respect
degree.
his stupidity because now he made it available for the people who couldn't see, because I've seen it before Trump. But the people who couldn't see,
he made it easier for those people to see. So I respect his stupidity and the brashness. Like when he was giving the speech about what they did in Venezuela, we're going to go in, we're going to run the country. Like
See,
he's up there and he's just talking. He's just talking. And he lets
I
you
wouldn't
know
call it
what's going on.
I wouldn't call it
Nah.
stupidity, though. I mean, he really knew how to play the game, and I voted for the man 3 times. I just,
It's all
was not
manipulation.
expecting the blatant lies, right? We're not going to war, and then boom, boom here and boom, boom there. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
It's manipulation and
but under the
narcissism.
definition, it's like under the definition, it's really not. He's fucking. He's word fucking. He's playing with everyone, and I don't know. I don't know what to call it.
It's manipulating and
I don't
being a
want to be
narcissist.
I don't
yeah,
think
I don't
that's
want to be
fair.
rude or nothing like that. But again, we can say that he's word fucking, but we dealt with him once before. And then we followed it up again with this second round, and everybody's shocked about what's going on. But again, like
No.
it was kind of obvious. Again, it was obvious for me
Pizzo,
that
would you? Can you?
no one was
Pizzo,
coming to.
you think Trump? Let me ask you this: you think Trump cares about black folks?
I really don't care, man. I
Okay,
don't
there you
think
go.
no one. I
There
don't
you
think no
go.
Hold
one.
on a minute,
See,
Pizzo. I
there it
wanted to
is.
ask you a
Let me finish
question.
answering that question.
You should.
And I
You
finish
should care.
answering
You
that
should
question
care.
since it was posed to me. That's not politics to me, brother. Whether or not Trump cares about black people, like I'm wondering whether or not these people care about humanity, and that's what
Okay.
everybody needs to be worried about.
Agreed. Agreed.
Like
But
I don't
unfortunately,
care. Like a lot of people don't like black
but
people,
you
and there's
should.
nothing I can do about
But you
that, brother.
should.
Huh?
That's what you should care about. Humanity as well, but you should also care how politics directly is affecting.
Yeah, but can we ask like how much has
But
the
that's
Democratic Party actually valued black people? What has changed over the last couple years for black people?
how much
They
has any
promises and throw
party
us under the
valued?
bus.
How much has any party valued the lives of people? Is what I'm talking about. Again, you can sit up here and tell me about black people. Like, I love being black, and I understand what happened in this country. Trust me, I'm not trying to defend no isms or none of that. What
Okay,
I'm
that's
saying
it.
is,
Thank you. That's all I
when we
wanted to
talk
know.
about both of these parties with the stuff that they do abroad, how could you think that they really care about black folks? Whether it's
100%.
Democrat or Republican.
They don't
I
care
say
either way.
something?
How can you think that they
Hello?
care about black folks when they can go and drop drone bombs? I'm sorry, let me excuse my language, but they can go and drone people at high levels and think that we can come up on these platforms and ask, do they care about us? That's
And
crazy, man.
guess what? It's a same continuous fight no matter what. It doesn't matter what party is in value at the current time. We're going to continuously argue about the same nonsensical shit that is in front of us.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't want to argue about it. I just wanted to answer the prompt, but that's my feeling on it. Again, it's no argument with me. Again, like I say, both of these parties that we've been grown up to, either decide that, oh, it's going to vote for the lesser two evils, all of this stuff that we've been programmed to think, that's the issue. That's the problem. And again, the only way we change that is with revolt.
Beautifully said.
These people don't understand nothing else but the V word. That's
Agree.
the only thing they
I agree.
understand.
One second, because Pizzo, you said I'm gonna make this quick. You said earlier that we had him once, right? And we have him again. Can you honestly say that this is the same Donald Trump from 2016 to 2020?
Hello?
Of course.
I don't
Oh
think
yeah,
he's the same.
Of course.
he's
These
the
people don't
same.
change. Like
He's
again,
the same
This is
guy.
not.
He's
We're going to
not.
hear
Can
you,
I
JGL.
speak? Can I speak?
Okay. Now
Or
let me
no?
ask you this. Okay, what he did in Venezuela right now? Do you guys agree or no?
No, I don't.
No. No. It's the
Super
same
agree.
situation though that we've been dealing with.
Not necessarily. Wait, Red, what did you say?
I can't even speak.
Yeah, 1 second, Steve. I'm gonna let you speak. Red, do you agree with what Trump did?
I super agree.
Okay, go ahead, Steven. Steven, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go, Steven.
Steven, you have the
He did. I don't
microphone.
lie.
Hot
Go.
diggity damn, Steven, you got it.
Hot
Speak it.
diggity damn.
Hot diggity damn.
Oh, I walked away. Sorry. I walked away for a sec.
What were you doing? Taking a piss?
Taking it.
Go, Steven.
Everyone's got to do it. God damn. I was
Go ahead.
waiting for
What you
a
got to
while.
say,
I
Steven,
Steven?
didn't
Go
tell
want
us
ahead.
how
to.
you feel.
I didn't
Yeah.
want to miss it, and then I came back.
It's all right. Go
You're okay,
ahead, Steven. The
Steven. We
floor
love
is
you.
yours.
All right, we asked if you agree with what Trump just did to Maduro.
No, I was talking about something completely different, but yes, I agree.
All right, nice.
Okay,
Okay, we
Okay.
can
Steven,
talk
you're
about it
out
more
for
in the
five
comments.
All right.
minutes.
Hot diggity
Steven was a little
damn.
hard to listen to.
Yeah.
What's up,
Guys,
I just feel like if the people in Venezuela are happy in that peace, who are we to judge?
we're here to judge because we're doing the same systematic system that we do on every single country.
Right.
We're here to judge. Guys, we got to stop this. This isn't something that's okay. I don't lean Republican or Democrat. I am simply a in the middle person because this system has continuously failed us time and time again.
Tevin, but if the Venezuelan people are happy and at peace and
Yeah.
feel safe now, then isn't that it being neutral? Isn't
No,
that
because we
yes,
should
sir?
JGL, how old are you, brother?
I'm 27, bro.
Okay, I'm 37, brother. They told us the same thing about the Iraqi people, man.
I'm
exactly. You should
47.
still feel bad for
They
the
told us the
government.
same thing about Iraqi people, man.
Okay,
Be
I'm
careful.
all
That's
ears.
all I'm saying.
I'm
I
here to
don't know the
listen.
No,
politics of what's
it's a
going on
I'm
with
here
them
to
folks in
listen, and I'm here
Venezuela,
to
but
learn.
I know
JGL.
what we seen
JGL.
yesterday was
There's one
that
simple
was crazy.
question. Has
Yeah.
the government ever overthrown another government and has put their own systematical government in where it has continuously failed? Have we done that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, what is to say we're not going to do the same situation here where we should have just kept our hair back and maybe not been a part of the fight?
I agree, but I
So
mean,
the problem with that,
No.
Tevin, it's a
Let's
threefold
let's go
problem.
let's go way back.
Hold on,
Let's
Bearded.
go
Hold
way
on,
back.
Bearded. Hold on, Bearded. Let
Nah,
Reggie go, and
y'all
then
are
I'll let you go.
It's a threefold problem with that. So one, you're
Mhm.
saying just let the people be oppressed, let them starve to death, let them be unalived in masses, let people have been fleeing Venezuela for 27 years, scared to go back home because of this dude. So not only are you saying that's okay, you're also saying, hey, we're gonna let China and Russia get the largest fucking supply of oil in the world, which they will then use to take over Taiwan, Japan, and God
Correct.
knows where else.
No, but why
And
is
then
it
also,
always we have to sacrifice people?
Kevin, let me ask you
Hold
this:
on.
Yeah.
Have you looked at the Middle East in the 1970s? Have you seen pictures or
Yeah.
read reviews
Yeah.
on how the Christian Crusades in the Middle East had a different outflow till the 1970s? Do you realize that Benghazi, Tehran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, all of those countries once had a Western philosophy?
Okay.
So when you allow this regime, right, this Islamist regime to take hold, what happens?
Where did you get your term? Um, where did you get your term
Kevin, how
on
old
the
are you?
Islamists?
Kevin,
Where did
Kevin,
you get?
how
Wait. Where
Kevin,
did you
how
get
old
your
are you?
term on Islamists?
Islam says anybody that's not a believer, kill them.
But where did you get that term? What is that term?
From the Quran.
Okay,
It's
that's a
toward the
beautiful
back
book.
of the Quran.
That's a beautiful book. But guess what? It's not reality.
Yeah. Well, Islam is an ideology.
Okay.
So let me ask you, Tevin, how old are you?
I'm 28.
You should shut the fuck up
Oh,
and sit
that's
in the
weird
corner.
because guess what? There's history out there. So
Yeah,
don't
there's
tell me to
history.
shut the fuck up
There's
just because my
57
age. Don't
countries
tell
of
me to shut
failed
the fuck up because my age.
Islam. 57 countries of failed Islam.
Okay. All right. How many countries have failed fucking democracy? How many countries?
Nobody has. First off, United States is not a democracy.
Oh, what?
It's not.
Okay.
It's a
That's weird.
constitutional
You're wrong
republic.
now.
No, he's not.
It's a constitutional republic. Tevin, you should go sit in the corner like a cuckold.
No, it sounds like you're upset.
No, people like you are.
Tevin, he's not wrong. Tevin, he's not wrong. We're not a democracy.
You should go sit in the corner like a cuckold because
Where are we not a
you
democracy?
I
are a
wanted to.
28-year-old who thinks you know more than a 50-year-old.
Oh, I was about to
Shut the
Hold on a
call
fuck up.
minute. I'm
I was
really
about to call him Tevin Campbell, but
hold on a minute. But I'm really
obvious reasons.
surprised, even now in 2025, that
And fuck you, Blake. Heard you said about that black
So,
woman.
Tevin, let me
You
ask
a
you
piece of
this.
shit.
Hold on, let Bell
Who
go.
flew
Let Bell
into
go.
the
Stop.
World
Let
Trade
Bell go.
Center?
Stop.
surprised
Stop.
Bitch,
Stop.
I'm glad I
Stop.
caught
Stop.
your
Who
ass on
flew
this
into
panel.
the World Trade
Forget it.
Center?
Just leave it alone. Fuck it.
Al Qaeda?
No,
Who just
incorrect.
lit
No,
the
incorrect.
What the
memorial?
fuck do you
Answer
mean
is
incorrect?
incorrect. Incorrect.
Who
Incorrect.
just
What do
lit
you
the
mean
memorial
incorrect?
with
Stop coming
green?
off of mute or I'm gonna drop you. Go, Bell.
I'm surprised in 2025 that with all the education that people have gotten in the U.S., that we still don't know that we are not a democracy in this country. My 14-year-old knows that. I'm so surprised that people still
Shaky, you
think
got
that they're a
reported.
democracy.
We do have a problem with the education system. They openly tell lies or shit that's unfounded anywhere. So I could see why he wouldn't understand the difference.
Yeah. So, Tevin, who flew into the World Trade Center?
That would be Al Qaeda.
Okay. So now we have a Muslim mayor in New York and a liberal white woman lighting the memorial in green for Muslim Muslim Remembrance Month or whatever they want to call it.
Okay.
Tell me, why would we do that as an American society?
Because the American value isn't just behind the white
Oh my
person.
God.
What do
Can I
you?
answer that for you, Bearded?
Did you say
Go
white
for it,
person?
Pizzo.
All right, so
Did he say white person? Is that what he just said?
Yeah.
Bearded,
A
you
white
asked that
person?
question about
Do you think all
Islam.
Muslims are of color?
Anybody believing of Islam should not be in Western society, period. Go ahead, Pizzo.
Wait,
Okay,
what if they
I'm
believe
glad you
in
said that
what if they
because
believe in
hold on.
Judaism? Or if the Talmud?
You've heard of
So
takfiyah, right?
That didn't answer my
Where
this
they
question.
is
Go
can
ahead,
lie?
Pizzo. Go ahead,
Where
Pizzo.
they
I
can
was just
lie?
on a live. I was just on a live the other night, and I was talking to this youngster. And you say you're 50, right?
Yes.
Bearded,
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah,
You say
that's
you're
what he
50.
said. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was talking to this youngster the other night on the live, and he was talking to me about his politics and where he stands. And I'm gonna tell you, like I told him, like you, Mr. Beard, you can get upset. I'm sorry if you do, but like you don't really stand for anything. You're just up here spouting some stuff that you've seen on news and media. And I'm not telling you to be a Muslim. I'm not a Muslim. But what I'm telling you is these religions that you guys come up on these platforms and spout and talk about, you guys don't even really hold these traditions for real. And so it makes me upset because that goes for Islam, that goes for Christians, that goes for everybody that comes on these platforms and try to talk to me about these
So
values of this
Pizzo,
holy,
what
excuse me,
Hold on, let
religion?
him
excuse
finish. Let
me,
him
of
finish. Let
this
him finish.
holiness that you guys preach of, but yet every time I turn around, you mentioned earlier Christian crusades. I know what that is. Muslim doing what they did to countries. I
No,
know what
hold
that
on, hold
is.
on.
So
What?
again, let me finish, man. Again, like you guys have these wars with each other. I feel like us people who don't like align with that, we see it for what it is, but you guys don't want to hear it. Like you're completely talking about this thing that happened with the World Trade Center as if the people who was involved was just Islam. That's
Never
all it
forget.
was. That's a simple, full blown stop. It was Muslims who want to destroy Christians and Western values, and
And
that
that's not
shows
true.
the ignorance, and it's crazy. It's
That
crazy,
is
brother.
far from true.
So can you tell me what Islam stands for?
Bro, again, brother, I just told you way before I even started this. I
No,
don't
you
go
didn't tell
down
me
those
anything.
Hold
rabbit holes.
on a minute,
What I
sir.
know,
Sir, 1 second. Because I don't like the fact that you put a race on religion, first of all. Because if you want to get to the nitty-gritty of it all,
who me?
it's not. No, not
No.
you. I'm talking to the other
Oh, I
guy.
was about to say, wait a minute.
No,
Damn.
not you. If you get down to the nitty gritty of it all, Christianity or Islam or anything, it all came from, where did it come from, sir? It's not white man's religion.
Africa,
You were a
Nigeria
fucking
specifically.
pagan.
Oh my God. All
Oh, you
right.
know that?
So
You ain't know that?
Islam calls for
Oh,
the
did you
destruction.
comprehend that? Were you able to comprehend the
Islam
Yeah,
words that
I
came out of
don't.
my
I don't
mouth?
calls.
ride around on a Harley Davidson.
Let me give y'all
Islam
the
calls
diabolical
for the
truth.
Yeah,
destruction
let me hear the
of
truth. Let me hear the truth,
non-believers.
please.
Let me give y'all the absolute
And
diabolical
bro,
truth.
bearded,
The
bearded.
more y'all
You
sit
use
here and
that.
fight
You
Hold on,
use
Pizzo.
that
Hold on,
cross to
Pizzo.
come
Hold on,
into my
Pizzo.
ancestors.
Hold on, Pizzo.
I'm just trying to say, you talking about
Let let
destruction.
let Reggie go real quick. He was
I'm
talking.
gonna
He was
give
talking.
y'all the diabolical truth. The more y'all sit here and fight about whose Magic Sky Fairy is better than the other one and whose book is better than the other one, y'all sit here and kill each other. I'm gonna be buying up y'all properties while y'all lying in the fucking ground. Just fucking
Word.
stop it. It's ridiculous.
That's
That's
sad.
that's what I'm really. Again, I'm not religious. That's what I think. I think that it's again. We're in 2026. You've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. Nobody
And
has
look at
cracked
how
the
many
sky yet.
thousands of
Nobody has.
years Islam has failed.
Okay. All
What?
right, brother.
Why are
You're
you trying
right.
to
Pizzo,
You're
blame it
right.
on a?
Islam. Yep.
Why are
Yeah.
you trying to blame?
Pizzo.
Wait, hold
He
on,
You
got it.
don't
Bearded,
He got
Bearded,
it. He
believe in
right.
Bearded.
Islam.
One second. Bearded knows everything, right? Bearded. Why is it that the United States didn't have a problem with any Middle Eastern country until the establishment of Israel?
Because of the Christian Crusades.
No, that makes no sense at all. We had no
Makes
problem
no
with them
sense.
until the
None.
establishment of
This is what I'm
Israel.
talking about. This is what's wrong with America, brother. This is what's wrong with America.
You
This is
need to
crazy.
educate yourself, Pizzo.
No, you need to educate yourself because you didn't even know that.
Ghost.
And
You
yes, you
realize
can look
you
it up.
realize the Christian Crusades went throughout the world, right? Hello?
Bleach, how you doing tonight?
Jokes.
Good, man.
Y'all have fun.
Would you like to chime in, brother?
He still didn't answer my question, and then he ran.
Hey,
Try
Bleach.
to.
Hey, Bleach.
What's up? Yeah, Maduro. He's gone. That's good. We needed to do that, whether we liked it or not. Trump needed to do what he did. Um, maybe we don't like it, but this is really about China as so much it is about Venezuela. Even though the people in Venezuela, do you know that the people in Venezuela under Maduro were 20 pounds less per person? Did you know this? They literally weighed 20 pounds less under Maduro. They
You
were
No,
guys
I
nice
didn't
and
know
seen the
that.
they were
inflation
nice and
rates?
slim.
I talked to a lady from Venezuela yesterday morning
They
because
hate
I like to
Venezuela.
listen to the people, and she told me that they seen over 1,000,000% inflation. I'm like, hell no, there's
Yeah,
absolutely no way. I looked the shit up.
there's
I'm like,
yeah,
what the
dude.
fuck?
There's nobody that you'll talk to in Venezuela will tell you that they didn't hate this guy.
So
There's nobody.
if we go over there and it gets worse, then what's the next conversation going to
It's
be?
not going to get worse.
It
Okay,
might
but
get
I'm asking
worse, but they
hypothetically.
have a chance. The,
Hypothetically,
the the point is having a
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah,
having a chance. Okay,
right. They have the chance.
okay.
Listen, you guys are the same people. You guys are the
I'm not
same
you guys.
people.
I'm not you guys, brother.
Well,
I'm not you
well,
guys. I'm not a Democrat, Republican. I don't vote. I don't get down with none of this. But I just felt like I wanted to come up here
all
and
right,
have a
but I'm saying the
conversation
same
about what's
people
going on
that
here.
spewed the shit with Iran, and there was going to be boots on the ground and all this. And meanwhile, Iran's about to be overthrown by its own people. I mean,
That's not the way. That's not the way WARs work, brother. That's not the way strategy and you know what I
what
mean, like
war?
getting
What
ready to go
WAR?
into places work.
What
You think
WAR?
that you think
There is
that
no
you hit
WAR.
someone and then the next week somebody's supposed to respond, but
Yeah,
that's not
there's
the
no
way this
WAR.
works.
Okay, right, but there's no WAR. You can keep
Okay.
saying it, but it's not
I'm
happening.
not saying it. I'm not saying it. I swear I'm not. I'm not,
Well,
brother. I'm
who
not
do
at
you
all.
who do you think we're going to do that with?
To do what with?
Iran? You think Iran's going to go to war with us? Do you think that's even possible?
Yeah, man. I heard all of this talk before. I heard it all before. So you can keep going, but I heard it all before. And we lost thousands of people behind it. But keep going.
No, we went there.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to Iran.
Well, I don't understand what you're saying.
I don't understand what the hell you're saying. You keep talking about a war, and you keep saying when I said about Iran, you guys were worried about.
No, I never. Listen.
Okay.
What I said was,
yeah,
this aggression. What does it does? What do it do for us? Explain that to me. He went in there, snatched the door up.
The one in
What
Venezuela.
did it do for us?
The one in Venezuela.
As American citizens, as American people, as citizens, what do it do for us?
Fucking cuts off China and Russia into that country. That's exactly what it does, and that's exactly what he wanted it to do.
And how did that benefit us? I'm just trying to learn. I swear, I don't know these questions. I swear, I'm not trying to put you on blast, but I'm trying to learn.
No, that's fine. It's fine. It has to do with the dollar. It has to do with our dollar, their influence in our part of the world, with all the countries in the in South America. This has got to change.
Okay. Okay, we'll revisit this, man. I remember everybody's name up here on this platform. We'll revisit this because we've been down this road before. We just didn't have this type of social media at the time, but we've been down this road before.
What time are you talking about that we were down this road before? Iraq,
What's up,
Iran,
Lucy?
Afghanistan. Is that what you're saying? It's not the same thing.
You name them because you know. Yeah, this is crazy. Again, you name those motherfuckers right off the top of your head because you know, but you want to make yourself feel better.
Well, it wasn't
make
that
yourself
hard.
feel
It's
better,
not
and
like
that's cool.
It's not like we've had that many of them. What are you talking about?
Hey guys, want to talk to your new government on TikTok or violate freedom of speech and the First Amendment?
All I know is the Iranian people are happy. They're trying to overturn their government.
Well, Bleach,
The Venezuelan people are happy, and you guys are complaining. Go ahead.
I'm not complaining.
What's up, Bill?
I don't care.
Thanks for answering my question, panel.
What was your question? We didn't hear you.
Can you name which foreign country took over D.C. after America ended?
Yeah, what was your question?
Can you name which foreign country took over Washington, D.C. after the United States ended?
What are you talking about?
England.
When did you become a phony actor on TikTok playing dumb?
10 years ago.
Do you get paid for your acting job?
No.
Are you okay there, buddy?
Are you okay?
Yeah, are you all right?
I'm doing just great as your new government. Can you name the 13 reasons why the United States ended in 2014?
Is this gonna someone check his basement? Like immediately. Somebody check.
Can you avoid the question?
Are you okay?
Can you attack the
One
messenger
second.
instead?
Are you gonna go? This is leading. Are you gonna lead to the England still owns us? Is that what you're gonna go to?
Can you avoid the question?
What does 2014 have to do with when? How did America end in 2014?
I think he's
Do
talking
you
about when
know
they
what
sold out
social
our
anxiety
manufacturing.
disorder is while this phony actor talks over me for damage control?
For damage control.
Anywho, so yeah, I'll dip out if that's how this live is gonna go. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Lucy. I did ask
No,
you
I
if you
just
were
did.
there.
Well, do you know why you're going to Antarctica for censorship?
1 second, sir.
Jesus Christ!
Go ahead, Lucy.
What's happening?
Go ahead,
Is
Lucy.
the person related to you?
Is Star okay?
I think it's AI. Mike, it gotta be AI.
It's gotta be. That can't be real, right?
Or he's QAnon.
Well, they
Okay,
can't
take
answer
it.
the question because they're dumb.
Ooh,
They're ignorant.
are you
They're
AI?
not
Are you
willing to admit when they're ignorant.
Ooh, are you AI? Are you able to communicate?
I'm your new government. I'm not AI.
What do you mean your new government?
What do you mean by that?
What's the new government?
That's
sir?
your coping strategy. Call your new
Yeah, I
government
feel like
AI.
we feel
Well,
like we
AI
have
is
Hannibal
part
Lecter
of
in
the
this
new
panel right
government,
now.
right?
Like, I really, honestly.
Hawking's table's part of the new government. The democracy is part of the new government. What the
We are not a democracy, sir.
Go ahead, Lucy. What were you saying now?
I'm so sorry. I just lost my whole last train of thought after listening to that. I was trying to wrap my mind around it.
Yeah, me too.
We were discussing Venezuela, I thought before, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So my thought, just real quick recap on that. Watching the Venezuelan people and understanding everything that's been happening there, the Maduro, that it's not a war. There was somebody else that was up in the chat as I was like listening for a hot minute who was saying that we don't have the right to go and do that. And why would we? Because of the schmugs. Because we have to talk like little kids on TikTok, right? If you understand the hold that the schmartels have when it comes to Venezuela and Iran and how that money flows and how that money works, Donald Trump going in and doing what he did and how do we put this for TikTok? That was so fast, incredibly fast. We're not going to find ourselves in a multi-year war. That was over in less than 6 freaking hours. 6 hours with less than 12 casualties total. And that's the entire government of Venezuela. Not to mention Maduro's. He's still alive, right? He's going to be brought up on charges and tried appropriately, right?
He's still alive for now.
Yeah, he's alive, right? And he hit a very strategic military base that caused no civilian casualties, right?
No, 40 civilians were unalived in Venezuela.
Okay, well, I'd love to see where you saw that because I didn't.
Well, my girlfriend sent me an article,
Is that?
I think, on
No,
Smart
that's
News.
true. Hold on,
Okay.
that is
Yeah,
true. 40
it's. I
civilians
can pull it up.
and 40
Yeah, I'll grab the
civilians
source.
and their army.
Sure,
where's
40 civilians where? Because I want to
in
see.
Venezuela. In
From the
Yeah,
Venezuela.
from the boom
Venezuela is
booms.
large. Which city?
Holy
You're talking.
shit.
Where,
You're talking about a
where have they
country.
boom
Which
boomed?
city?
The capital.
You know, you were making fun of the other guy, but you're sounding like him right now.
No, I'm just asking. Like, where did you see? Because I didn't see that many casualties.
Well, go look it up.
I did, and everything is super vague. That's why I'm
Still, 40
asking.
casualties is not a lot of casualties.
Give me one
It's
second.
it's really not, but even still, that is quite a bit of casual. What I saw was
I'll
like
accept it.
less than a handful. That's all
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I'll accept 40.
Even the Venezuelans were okay with that. They said it was collateral damage or something that was necessary.
From what I understand, it wasn't civilians that were casualties, though. What I saw was military.
It was military. Hold on. That's what I was trying to say.
That's what I was asking. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
let me finish my sentence, please. 40 people, which is civilians and military from Venezuela. We did not lose any people. We as Americans didn't. They did.
Right.
I think what's confirmed is 80, and we're not sure who's all civilian and military yet because it's been 24 hours.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
The article that I read said 40.
Yeah, 40, and then the other 40 must be the military.
Huh? You can't have an even number like that. Please stop.
Well, he said 80, so I'm just going off his number.
I think it's just 40. All I've read is 40 right now, and they're all civilians and military members of Venezuela. None of our
Make it 100. It's fine. It's all good.
And it's
Oh my God,
unfortunate, but the
please.
entire country is celebrating.
Yeah, I think under 1,000 is like a miracle. So that's pretty good.
Did anybody think we were actually going to like go to actually have a war with them?
Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
the left.
Have you
Wait,
not
now,
seen?
hold on, Bleach, because the left is calling this a war.
These are idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah, but have you not seen like previous presidencies where when things like this have happened and then all of a sudden 10, 15, 20 years later, like for some reason we go in and damage a bunch of infrastructure and take out whole cities and then we spend all of our tax dollars rebuilding. Right. So the fact that this was concentrated and very limited to me.
It's never the motive.
We have learned from our bad ways.
But I think that's a Trump policy, not necessarily an anybody else policy. I don't know that would have been as effective under a Biden administration, or if Kamala would have taken I'm
I don't
just
think it would
saying.
have been. I don't think you're right. I don't think it would have been this clean cut if it was the Democratic
What
administration.
What about the Bin Laden takedown? That was clean. What are you guys
That
talking
was
about?
well clean.
Well,
Did you
it
see a
was
body?
it was
Hold
like a
on. Did you
military
ever see a
occupation
body?
for years.
Hold on. Did
It's
you
not
ever
going to
see
be
a
this way.
body? Again,
Oh,
let's
now we're gonna
let's
go
talk about it.
conspiracies. You got your
No,
tinfoil hat
no.
on?
Did you ever see a body? I never saw a body. I don't count that. I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't count that. Okay.
No. First of all, Bin Laden was a very, very sick man. He had a very unique disease, blood something. He probably unalived, sitting down, drinking his coffee, and that's how we caught him. If we even did, I never saw a body.
We definitely did. Like he's dead, and we killed him.
I never saw a body. I mean, compare it to Saddam Hussein. Why didn't we hang him too?
They didn't want to make him more of a martyr. They wanted to get rid of his body immediately and respectfully. That's
Belle,
what
I
they did.
just
They
will say
buried
that
him
I
in
like
teeth.
the way that you said coffee. Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
normally we do
Felt
not
very
take
Philly.
out other leaders. It's kind of a unwritten rule between countries. We don't assassinate. Well, unalive them.
We didn't
Hey,
Well,
assassinate
we
him.
did.
Maduro's still alive.
Well, we
No, I'm
did. We
saying
unalived Saddam.
He smiled into the cameras and he said Happy
Listen,
New Year too.
Again, that's
Well,
Trump.
he was hung by the Iraqis. He was
Yeah.
yeah,
hung
not by
in jail.
us.
I think if he would have tried to get congressional approval, that it would have got leaked, and that would have made it messy. That would have made it take years instead of days or hours.
Exactly. It
So
would have made
I'm
it way
kind of glad
harder
it
to
didn't.
Yeah,
actually
he
do.
he doesn't need congressional approval for this.
Yes, he
He has
does.
60 days. No, he
No,
no, he
doesn't.
he
doesn't.
actually doesn't.
He has 60
He has
days.
60 days, and then
No,
he has
no,
another
that
30
was
days.
no,
Stop.
not for an operation like this. The only time we have any kind of he has to report it 48 hours afterwards for 9/11, not for this. That was the
No,
only law
sir,
passed for
sir.
that.
No, he has 60 days, and then he has 30 days to pull out if Congress is
He's
against it.
Right.
he still has to notify to take those actions besides the 9/11
Oh, maybe you
situation.
can.
That's the
No,
law.
No, he really
No, he
doesn't.
maybe you
doesn't.
can.
He's got
He
to
is the
notify and then
commander
go do
in
it.
chief.
Oh, we don't
He's
He
the
have that kind of
probably
commander in
power.
should
chief.
have,
It's
but
the
he didn't
executive
because
branch.
it was going to get more complex. It was going to get more complicated
And
if he went through Congress, and he
Come
didn't need
on.
to,
you
but he
know
should
what?
have.
Yeah.
You know what?
If
If we
that is
fix
the
up that,
policy, then we need to change the
if we
policy.
get, and the other thing
It
that
Really?
is
we're
the
forgetting,
policy.
and when the other
There,
thing we're forgetting
you
I
about
think
elect
we
him
need
for
to
a
change
commander
the
in chief for a
policy.
reason.
I don't think we need to change
Not
the
the
policy. The policy is perfectly fine. It says he has
it's
60 days to take
okay.
action, which he did, and he has
With
30 days to
Congress,
pull out.
he still got to notice Congress.
Hey, did you say shit when Obama was bombing Syria?
Nope, did he?
Did you
He
say
got
anything
Congress
then?
Iraq and
approval.
Afghanistan, like
He
it was
did it
crazy.
without
No, he did
congressional
not.
approval.
The
He
only
did
time
not
they
have
didn't was for
Hey,
Congress.
hey,
deals with
bullshit.
9/11.
Hey,
Okay,
bullshit.
okay. Source.
Obama bombed
Obama's
Libya
also a
too.
war criminal. He drone strikes so
Yeah,
many
he was
Syrians,
so many
so
fucking
many
countries. Why do
Afghanis.
you care when it's only Trump? Biden did the
No, I
same.
wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, but I guarantee you weren't
A
squawking
lot
about it
of
like you are
people were
now.
unhappy about it, and just saying it was he was deemed a terrorist
Can I just
in
correct
2020
the
under
record
Biden.
here, you guys?
Yeah. What? I didn't hear that.
Real quick. So
Go ahead.
he has to notify Congress within 48 hours after introducing U.S. armed forces into hostile or into situations where imminent involvement in hostiles is clearly indicated. Then he has to get congressional authorization if the military action lasts more than 60 days, with an additional 30-day withdrawal period, unless Congress approves further action.
What
So
about
Well,
notifying?
it was a law
for any type of
enforcement
major
interdiction
military
using
operations,
military
which
assets,
they
so it was
considered
different.
this because of its.
Technically, Venezuela actually fell under a
I'm
national
just reading
security
what it
issue
says based
with
on the
the.
Constitution.
Okay, gotcha. But Trump didn't actually need congressional approval or constitutional approval because it was technically Venezuela was considered a national threat
I didn't say that. I
to
said he had to
national
notify Congress
security.
within 48 hours.
Yeah, but he really doesn't because he has
And
executive
Maduro
power.
directly threatened Trump. He called him a coward and said,
Yeah,
"Come
he
And he
get
did.
me."
did.
So
And they
he
were
did.
notified. They were
Yep.
notified.
But Venezuela was already
No.
posing a national security threat. And
How?
being the executive branch, what do you mean how? With the
How?
schmugs that they were bringing in
What
that
the ones
Donald
that weren't
Trump was proving.
the ones that
What do
weren't
you
coming
think?
to our country?
Yeah.
Those
Yes.
little boats would not make it to
Who
our
cares?
shores.
Either way,
It wasn't
it
just the
doesn't
boats.
matter.
There's a long transit, and it's from Venezuela directly into Mexico, and from Mexico
Exactly.
to the U.S. That's
Yep.
proven.
So
It
why
was
aren't
a
we going
proven
after that
trail, which is
transit
why
instead of the
Maduro's going to
boats?
be brought up on charges.
We are. Don't worry. The boats are just the beginning.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. It's a national security issue. He doesn't need congressional approval. He is the head of the executive branch.
Hey,
We
can I
have
interject?
co-equal
He is the
branches. You know
commander
that,
in
right?
chief,
We
y'all.
got
Commander in chief.
co-equal
We have three
branches,
branches of government. I just
Sure,
want to remind you, we
sure.
have
and
three
they're all
branches of
equal.
government. It's called checks and
They're
balances.
all
Yeah,
equal. Nowhere
that
in the
is true. But the checks
Constitution
and
that is
balances
something
take
they told
time,
you.
And
right?
that's
The
what we have
checks
to
and
do.
balances
That's
take
our
time.
laws.
That's right.
Right. But this was
Tell
an
me,
imminent situation that
can you tell
needed to
me where
happen
you
now,
guys
or
are
it
getting
wouldn't have happened.
co-equal from? Can you
So
tell me where you guys
yeah,
get co-equal from? I hear it all the time. Where are you getting that from?
Well, it's checks
it's
and balances. That's like basic law.
the founders
Branches of
set it up
government.
that way, so that way we wouldn't have a king again. That's what they
That's right.
did.
That's right.
Right.
That's why
And that
SCOTUS, yep, that's why
Well, yeah,
there's three branches.
I'd
and
be
that's
okay
why
with that.
Trump
SCOTUS can
can't run
overrule.
again. He can't go for a third term. That's unconstitutional. Everyone knows that.
Actually, technically, he
Not
can.
until he
Amended
There's a
dings
loophole for
himself.
No, he
that, but
can't.
that's neither here nor there.
He actually can. It's part of the Constitution, and he won't.
He
This isn't going
can.
to happen.
Yeah, I don't think
It,
he will.
Nah,
no, he
I think he's
can't.
done. He
No,
can
he can't, and
No,
he
he
won't.
can't.
constitutionally,
What do you
but he
mean? You're saying he
won't.
could do it against the Constitution? Is that what you're saying?
No, Donald Trump can run for another term
No, he can't.
constitutionally,
No, he
but
can't.
That's
he
not true.
won't because
How?
he's not gonna.
How?
Please
Yeah,
Because
I
explain.
want to
Please.
know.
be, because it only disallows consecutive terms, and
No,
because
it.
Donald
Oh, it
Trump
does
didn't
not.
have consecutive
It
terms.
says two terms. It
It's
doesn't say
2 terms. It
consecutive.
actually it actually does. But that's
It
not.
does
It
say
doesn't matter.
consecutive. Yeah, I'm just saying, constitutionally he could.
So,
I don't see Donald Trump doing that. He's not going to run for another term.
He's
so
also too
now
old.
you.
Like that's not happening.
So now you
I
can
don't
say
think so
Obama
either.
could run because he's not. It's not a consecutive term, right?
Sure.
Constitutionally, yes, Obama could.
No, he
Oh,
I'd
can't.
love to see a Trump Obama ticket. I would love to see it.
That's hilarious. But no, that's
that
not. It's
would
No,
not
never
Obama could,
happening.
happen.
as
I
long
just
as it's
also
not
want you guys to know,
consecutive.
like, I'm Venezuelan. Like, every Venezuelan is very happy about this. It's a small
No,
minority
Yeah,
that's protesting
Americans
against
should
it.
be very happy about it, buddy.
uh,
Agreed.
my.
This is going to
I'm,
be a great partnership. You will watch.
it's not a
It's been so
partnership.
disheartening to see what's been happening in Venezuela.
I'd
The
like to
fact that they're
correct the
fixing
record
to,
again. I would like
I
to correct the
can't
record
wait.
again. The
Uh-oh.
22nd Amendment to the United States Constitution says no person shall be elected to the office of the presidency more than twice. Okay?
Oh, there we
Right.
go.
That's what
No
we're trying to tell
Just
consecutive.
Lucy, but she
make
doesn't
sure.
believe
that's
us, and that's
Yeah,
okay. It's
wait a minute,
okay.
but
I,
that's but that's for mere mortals. That's not for Donald Trump.
Oh my
So
Right.
God,
I'm not. I'm
bleach.
22nd
saying he would.
Amendment to
I'm
the
not saying he couldn't
Constitution.
try
information.
if he was younger or something,
Bleach.
but he's
Okay.
not going to
Come
either way.
on, Bleach.
We give
Stop
him
with your
a couple of minutes
misinformation.
anyway, so.
He's
My
not going to
fear,
run for
honestly
a
a
third
moot
term.
point.
All right, can
my
I
fear with
interject?
this. Sure, let's hear your voice.
All right, all right. So, how do we fix America? I say by not allowing these governmental people sitting in office year after year to buy stocks, like, period.
I
This is
agree
a
with
huge
that.
So
Yeah.
problem.
take money
Congress
out
is
Nancy
the
of
Nancy
problem.
politics.
Pelosi had such a good track record. People were just following what she would purchase and stuff. Yeah, I don't think that should be illegal.
She's
We
not
all
the.
agree
Why is
that
she the
Congress
only one
is the
gets brought up
problem.
first?
Like
Well, that's
Citizens
just a really
United,
common one. Like
the
Okay,
I even like a lot of people did that.
taking
I
gifts,
I know,
buying
but
stocks, the laws that they're making, like Congress is the problem.
Congress is most
but
definitely the problem.
I'd say
but
Congress and the Senate. Yeah.
you guys omit the fact that her husband is in the financial industry and he does
Yes,
stock
I would
trading.
agree.
Which
You
is
guys
bad. I
always
mean,
admit that. That's what he does for a
she's
living.
she's too close. She's too close to it. I think that should be looked into as well.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't think
you know
any
who made that
governmental
okay?
employee should be able to buy or
Agreed.
do insider trading and get
I
paid
Agreed.
think
off
they
by another third party country.
I think they should be limited to like 401ks, like mutual funds, not
That's fair.
that way they can have money in stock, but not individual stocks. They don't get to pick and choose.
Sure, that's
That's
fair.
that's a
I
solid decision. Yeah.
I'd actually argue that if that's the case, right, if she wants to be married to somebody who does work in the financial district and does deal in Wall Street, right, She shouldn't be allowed to sit on any committee that he would be able to have any sort of stock ownership in.
That's
Right.
also fair. Yeah.
Yeah. No committees
I
whatsoever.
mean,
You
we
you
guys are
just
forget.
represent your district. That's it.
I
Not
feel
only
like
And
that,
that's
it,
how
but
we
your
truly
it
bring
yeah.
power to the people again is by
And
not
you want to know
allowing
how we
these
do that?
governmental people to sit up there in office their entire life
You want
and
to know
I
how we
just
do
agree.
that?
doing
It's
certain
called
I think there
things.
should
convention of
be I
states,
think there should be
folks.
limits for the Senate and limits for the Supreme Court as well. Like
Convention
it
of
shouldn't be
states is the
lifelong.
only way we're going to get term limits.
I
We need
also
younger
think
people in politics.
I
but
also
we
Convention
think
of
that
technically
states.
every
do have term limits.
Yeah,
We
I also
we
think that every
that's
governmental
like
employee should
asking
be
the
able to do a
CEO to be
IQ
like,
test. Like there should be
that's like,
IQ test every year of their, you know, whatever, them
but
Maybe
being
don't
in
not
we?
office.
IQ test can be problematic for a lot of reasons. Maybe just like a competency test. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
Some kind of
don't
test. Some kind of
don't you
test
guys?
showing that they're actually mentally stable.
That's fair.
But don't you agree that we to get voted in? That's really pretty much a term limit. Like they actually get voted in. So obviously those states want those people for some reason.
Yeah, but a
that's
lot of it is just like benefiting. It's the people that know how they can get away with stuff that are the ones that are actually putting them in office. It's
so
not
I
just us.
your
I think we
incumbent
should get rid of
candidates,
Citizens United.
incumbent
I think
candidates, right?
there needs to be more education by a lot.
Oh yeah, the whole country needs better education.
Yeah, I think that's where it starts.
But what do you guys think about Citizens United?
I don't know what that is.
That's where corporations are valued as people, and they could now donate as much money as they want
It's not as
instead of.
much money as they want. That's actually a fallacy.
Well, I'm saying, but
That's not true.
they were limited a lot more before that ruling came out.
Yeah,
Now
but
they're able to dump a lot more money into it, especially when it comes to PACs, not individual campaigns. And they can donate a lot of money. Now, when it's
true.
individuals, they're limited.
There should
True,
definitely just
but
be a limit. Like politics shouldn't be pay to win. That's like against everything we should stand for.
So my father used to say we should every person running for office should get the same equal money, same
So
equal
I
time,
thought the
and let the
Supreme
best man
Court. I'm
win.
sorry to interrupt, but I
that
just want to ask this question.
Sure.
fire away.
So I thought the Supreme Court said that corporations and unions can spend unlimited money or political campaigns, but the ruling doesn't allow them to give it directly to a candidate.
And yeah, it's to the PACs,
Yeah,
and
they
then the
have.
PACs
That's why they
divided
have
to
to
the
give it.
people.
Yeah, they have to
Yeah,
give
it's
it
the
to a PAC.
agreement. Yeah, the pacts.
Yep. But the PAC also
Okay.
falls under
Okay.
different financial reporting
Okay. All right. Thanks.
restrictions than the
That's
unions do.
okay. I just want to make sure.
But
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
that
but the pacts
You
ruling,
guys
also
are
they
they're
were
asking the wrong
limited.
heavily
question,
biased, right?
though.
Yes,
You're
you
asking the
know the
wrong question. The question is, why is APAC allowed to not follow those same guidelines as our PACs here in the States do?
we know because Israel is not real is in control of it.
Yeah, but isn't that a little bit strange?
You know what I
It sure
find
is.
strange? I know what I find strange.
It's corruption.
Yeah, I
I
find it
Yeah,
mean,
strange that you always
I'm
talk
just
about.
saying, if we're gonna
Yeah, yeah,
ask,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I find it strange that you always bring up APAC when there's 9 other bigger packs than APAC,
No,
but nobody ever mentions those.
I just
Well,
think
are
it's
they more
weird.
problematic?
Yeah, sure, they all
I just
are.
think it's weird how they don't fall under the same restrictions. I get what you're saying. Yes,
I
you are
disagree,
correct.
but I mean, everybody
There's a
always says
ton of
APAC.
packs. Yep,
They don't realize
sure.
that there's other countries that are more have more shit to do with our country than Israel does.
Well,
Fair.
again, that's just like the most well-known one. I
no,
think that's why they're bringing it up so much.
Yeah,
we went to Iraq because of Netanyahu. Come on, he's the one
Iraq,
that testified in Congress saying they had weapons of mass
Iraq,
destruction.
Iran.
It
He
was
said that
everyone. It was Dick Cheney. It was
no,
Bush.
but he came and testified. He's the one that's been saying for the last 30 years, Iran's away from a nuclear boom boom. 2 weeks away for 30 years. Come on.
And did anyone stop that? Obama didn't stop any of that. It got worse under
Yeah, he
him.
did. He did the agreement with like 9 other countries, and they stopped producing. They didn't do the
Yeah,
plutonium as high as they did. They did lower numbers for power consumption, not for weaponize.
Right, but we kept all ours. Like, sure, we did a
But
lot of
Obama.
like nuclear de-escalation, but we still have tons of nukes. You know.
Oh yeah, so does Russia. So does China. So North Korea
Agreed.
has them
It
now.
falls under that. It falls under that. What's it called?
Iran didn't
If we have
announce that.
Yeah,
If
like
we
we
really
won't
get
use
a
them or
nuclear
whatever.
weapon, we're going to use it.
What'd you say, Bleach?
Mutually assured destruction. Yeah,
I
it sucks,
said
but
Exactly.
that's
maybe
gonna
if
keep happening.
Iran didn't go around boasting that when they did get a nuclear weapon, they were going to use it. Maybe
Oh,
that. You know,
here's something a lot of people don't know. How about under Chavez and under Maduro, Venezuela gave $8 billion to Iran to expedite their developing of a nuclear weapon. That certainly happened.
We're not
yeah,
allowed to talk about that, are we?
I'm just
yes, we
saying.
are.
We're not allowed to talk about that connection, are we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, no, like you have to know that like Venezuela was heavily in the pockets of Iran, of China, of Russia. It just was it was going in a really terrible direction. Like this needed to happen.
Yeah, very much
Yeah,
so.
but my fear with this is what's going to be the consequences afterwards. Because every time we interfere, we helped Saddam Hussein, we helped Fidel Castro, we helped all these countries
But see, I
install these
understand.
people, and
I
all
totally
they've done
understand
is
what you're
gone
saying,
against
Holden.
us.
No, I totally understand what you're saying, Holden. But what you're not understanding is those were all under very different presidencies. What I think you fail to see is the way that Donald Trump is doing this. So while I
Oh,
understand, no, I know, and I know that sounds like throwing a freaking Hail Mary, right? But
yeah.
he's made good on all the rest of the promises, Holden.
No, he has not.
Yes, he has. Come on now.
No, he has not.
Look at all the
Is
rest of
cost
what
more
he's
affordable
ended.
right now?
Come on. Yeah.
He didn't end any
Yes.
wars, WRs. He hadn't ended any.
Yes,
But
he
what he
has.
has, he's bombed, he's boom boomed 8 countries so
No,
far.
no, no,
I don't
no,
think
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
think he's
no.
ended anything. I'm
No,
just
he
saying
hasn't.
I'm not a Trump supporter. I do support what he did in Venezuela though. That's it.
No, I support getting rid of that guy, but I don't know what we're gonna. Our track record after that is horrible.
Well, our track record with Venezuela has always been really good until Chavez. So in the 40s and 50s, we're the one that developed their petrochemical industry.
No,
We're the one
we
that
we
allowed that to
no, we did
happen.
that. That was
Yeah,
back
we
in the
did.
'90s. In the '90s.
No, I'm talking about the 40s and 50s when they didn't know how to drill or anything. We went in there and had very good relations with them for years. I'm Venezuelan. My whole family grew up there. I
Right,
grew
right.
up there.
But what happened in the '90s with Exxon? They took all the money out of there. That's what
Well,
we
yeah,
do.
because Chavez nationalized the oil industry. So
No,
yeah.
before he nationalized it, Exxon was in there taking all the profits out. Just like we go to other countries like Dole, the farming industry, went and took up all the good farming land, took the money out of their country.
Well,
We
they
caused
saw
chaos across the world.
right, but they saw the writing on the wall and they said we have to get out of here because we're going to get kicked out eventually. So
Right.
I'm just yeah.
And also economically, those countries flourished during those times.
They don't know Venezuela was actually having
But
financial problems
No,
because Exxon was taking all the
Venezuela.
money out.
Why? But
What
why was Venezuela
Venezuela
having
had a
financial
lot more
problems?
economic problems because they just started giving all their oil away to
Yeah.
Cuba, to Iran, to Russia,
Yep.
to China. That's real. They started selling all their resources off. So I'm just saying, would you rather us have the resources, or would you rather have actual state enemies have them?
I want
That's where I'm at.
Venezuela to have their own resources. What I
Yeah,
want.
And
that's
now
not going to
Venezuela
happen.
will.
That's literally not possible because
You.
they were giving it away to everyone else before we intervened.
And not
You
just that, but they've had their own resources, but they don't use them. They don't put them to work. Like what the
you
fuck?
know we were
No,
Well,
actually
they
doing
didn't because there was
their
no
resources were
incentive.
being taken by their
wasn't
frickin' socialist dictator.
no
Right,
but
right,
what
and
He was using that to
there
enrich
was
himself instead of
yeah.
to make his
what
people and his
Hugo
country
Chavez
better.
died a billionaire. He died with
Yeah,
$3 billion in his bank
Thank
account.
you. He was so fucking rich because he stole from the Venezuelan people.
That's 100%. Yeah, their socialist revolution was a
Yeah.
complete scam.
Yes. And it stole the
I
entire riches of an entire country for
Agreed.
fucking decades.
That
and
literally
what's
happened.
happening in our
The
country.
Venezuelan people are finally free.
Agreed.
And
They're not free. They're not free
thank
yet.
you. Yeah, but they will
They're
be
they're
No,
because
they're
fucking
they're
Donald
free. They're
Trump.
free from one
Watch.
dictator and like the Axis powers. We'll
yeah,
see.
but
We'll
we
see
don't know
what we
what's going
can
to
do.
happen because
And
we
User,
also
we shall
meddled
see
with.
what happens.
I mean, because like I said before, we even helped train Bin Laden, and guess what happened with that? It was a
we
we turned
we
our backs
did
on
we
him.
did we did, but Venezuela's so different. Like, there's no nationalism for like their dictator. Like, no one liked Maduro. Like, no one's gonna fight for him. None of that's gonna
I
actually
don't.
happen.
Yeah, he's like
Venezuelans
Castro
love America.
2.0.
They always have.
No, I don't have
Castro
a problem.
2.0.
My problem is not that he's not there. My problem is what's the aftermath's going to be? Is there going to be Are we going to go and swallow up all their riches and make them even more impoverished or the same as
No,
they are
not
now?
at
No,
all.
what makes you
We're gonna
think Donald
stabilize
Trump wants to
we're
help
gonna
you hide the
stabilize their
money?
economy. We're gonna dollarize the
Can we
economy just
import
like
this
Ecuador
anti-American
did.
down here?
So if we go and what I've been hearing is they're going to go drill. We're going to have our companies go drill and they're going to take 80% of the profits. How's that
Yeah, you've
helping their
been hearing that
country?
from the left.
It is.
People
It's helping their country a lot because they're bringing back the petrochemical engineering. They're bringing back incentives
Yeah, but
for
if we're taking their
professionals to
money,
go
what
back
does it
into their
help them?
country. No, so back during Maduro and Chavez's time, a doctor, an engineer, they were making about $15 a month. There was
Yeah.
no reason for any of them wanting to stay in the country. No
Mm-mm.
professionals wanted to practice their craft. So now we're
Everybody
going to
needed
bring
to leave.
back everyone that was helping their economy, people genuinely of value. They're going to come back because the Venezuelans over here, I know plenty of them. I know
Hey,
literally hundreds of them, and tons of them have been wanting to go back. There was just no incentives.
Well,
There was
there's
no
millions of them here.
right, and they're good people. They're not
Like
the
one
people
thirty.
that
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
want
There's
when
like
every
130 of the country here.
when everything is owned by the
right. They
states,
and they want to
when
go back. That's the thing. They're
Right.
not like other
when you
immigrants that
can't
want to just
prosper.
stay
That's another
here.
right, but that's another reason for all this. Just that
Socialism
alone.
sucks. Keywords.
Well,
Venezuela,
Well, we
socialism
again,
have it in
it
our
wasn't
sucks.
even
country.
socialism. It was just a scam. Let's be super honest about that.
I
I'm not a
I agree.
socialist. I don't agree with socialist policies, but all they were corrupt. They were not
Yep.
socialists.
Yeah, they weren't socialists. He was a dictator. You're right.
Yeah.
He told you
But
as a
So that's what
doctor, as a lawyer,
that's
what you could do, what you could charge, who you
yeah.
could
No, they
use,
they
what
they
you could
literally
own.
could. No one could make any money. That's why
No.
their economy
that's
was in the shithole.
Yeah.
that's not
They were
socialism. That's
eating at barber
authoritarian.
shops. Period.
Agreed, agreed. I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying it
No, I'm
was a
talking to
terrible.
Lucy.
Okay, okay.
It's kind of the same thing. When the state
No, but
owns everything and the state is corrupt and the state
no,
steals
that's
all
not
your
socialism.
resources,
Well,
That's not.
what
again, like
give me one good reason.
a
Yeah, give me one
socialist
good reason
government
why
that you can call like
Maduro.
a socialist government is like
The people
Scandinavia. A lot
owns
of
the
those
means of
countries are
production.
actually socialist, and they're doing
I mean,
fine. But it's
yeah,
because their
exactly,
governments aren't corrupt and they're
They're
not
not
exactly.
stealing
socialists, they're
and they're not
capitalists.
scam artists.
Iceland's another country like that.
Yeah, and they're doing fine.
Also
They're doing
capitalists,
great.
Yes.
not socialists.
No,
They have a
they
lot.
have.
They have by
Iceland's
far
a
very
mixed economy.
socialistic policies, and they execute it extremely well because they
Hmm.
have a good economy and they have all of their professionals that want to stay there. Now, if you're trying to say Cuba or something, I would heavily disagree with you because they're another authoritarian dictatorship that has
Yeah.
been since the 50s.
So they're so what we as Americans have caught with socialism is not really socialism, unfortunately. Socialism is where the worker owns the means of production, not the government.
Right, and there's a lot of people
So
that like fear mongering all that. I am not a socialist, but I'm saying that Venezuela was nothing near that. So
no, they
it's a
were not.
really terrible comparison, you know?
You're correct.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Most economies are mixed economies, and that's
Yes,
what
and that's
they
what
will
we have.
always be. We are.
We have a
I think what would bring us together, yeah, is just more people. I guess I don't know. Like the two party system, I think has failed. I think Republicans aren't Republicans anymore. I think Democrats aren't Democrats anymore. It's
they
just
have changed.
It's just corporations. It's just the
Uh huh.
want of the corporations,
I
and
think people are
real
people.
values don't matter to them. They're just who's the highest bidder.
The 1% is controlling us.
Agreed. Yeah, and it's saying it's not the two party system's antiquated. It shouldn't work like that.
I
But
still
who
think
really
it's white.
who
It's white
who
supremacy.
who really is that 1%?
All
All
the
the rich people.
corporations, the CEOs, Elon Musk, Bill
Uh huh.
Gates, all those people that control the world, really.
What Peter Thiel
I
Yeah, and
wholeheartedly disagree.
they don't care about politics. They just care about who can make them the most money.
and Bezos is a good example of that. He didn't like Trump, and next thing you know, he's sitting right next to him at his inauguration. So
Yeah,
he's not a true Democrat. He is a opportunist as a rich person.
They all are.
they
They
all
all
are.
are at this point. Even Trump is an
Right. That's what I'm
opportunist
saying.
now, in my opinion.
I agree. And like I said, I'm not a Trump supporter. I think he's done some good things, but at the end of the day, yeah, he is a billionaire. So I think that he's kept a lot of his promises. He's a different kind of billionaire in some ways, but in a lot of ways, he's just the same as all of them.
Well, let's not forget he's made $3 billion since he's been in office.
Exactly. That should be illegal. That you should
Wait,
make your
Exactly.
400.
Yeah, you talk about the Congress people
You
making
should
a
make your
couple
400 grand,
million.
and that's it. We pay them a very good salary from our taxpayer dollars to run the country, and that should be enough.
How did he make
Exactly.
3 billion?
Off his meme coin.
Not just that, he owns plenty of other things, but
No,
yeah,
but a
that's
lot.
part of it.
Yeah, but
And
he's
what
always owned plenty of other things.
and what bothers me about the meme coin is people could go buy it. It's supposed to be anonymous, but it's
Right.
easy for me to take a screenshot and send it to him and say, "Look, I just bought $100 million of your
Yeah.
coin. Now you owe
Okay.
me."
Yeah, but Lucy, can you agree that you
So
should have some
do
limits?
you
Look,
genuinely
wait,
think that
1 second. Do you agree that you should have some limits as the commander in chief of making money? Of like, I think that being a super billionaire kind of alienates you from almost everybody in the country, because it's like I'm not a billionaire. I'm not even close to that. How do I empathize with you at all? How do I know that you have my best interest if you're so rich? I just don't think that's possible.
well
And he's
because
never had the
Trump's
struggles.
he's not actually worth billions, and that Trump coin that you speak of isn't
No, but like
it isn't
he, but
his.
but it's just
He's
facts. No,
banking on his
he is
name,
worth
right?
billions.
Just
He's
like
worth
with
three
all the
billion.
perks that get
I,
sold,
I think
with all
it's a cult of
yeah, in real
personality, right?
estate.
People are addicted to his to him as a person, and he's
Yep.
making so much money and everything. So it's become like a cult. That's why I'm saying that true Republicans, don't like him because he doesn't stand for their values. He's not a real conservative. And
Uh,
Democrats also, they're just slaves to their corporations as
He's
well. They don't
absolutely
have any
not.
values anymore.
I
He's
guess I'm not
absolutely
an.
not a conservative.
He's not a
No,
conservative at
No,
all.
At
not at
this
all.
point,
He
he's an
doesn't care about
opportunist.
anything besides making
That would
money.
be my biggest criticism of him. He's not right enough for me. I want way further right than what he is.
He's
See,
just an
he's too much of a
opportunist.
Democrat, huh?
thank you,
Yes,
Jay.
No,
Yeah,
he's not a
because Trump.
Democrat.
he's too
He's
Yeah,
not
much
a
of a
because Trump
Democrat
Democrat.
He's
or a
Trump
he's
has
Republican.
been a
He's just a
Democrat
rich
almost
guy.
his
Yeah, he
entire.
is a
there's
Democrat.
No, he's a
He
Democrat.
always
Trump.
was a Democrat.
Trump.
Yeah.
No, he
He was a
started as a
Democrat for years.
Republican.
I
He
don't
started
think
as a Republican, then became a Democrat, then he ran as a Republican.
Right, but you have to remember, he was just who pays me more. That's all he cared about.
Exactly.
Like he doesn't
Exactly.
have any
No,
real
not at
value.
all.
How? What are you talking about?
I just don't. I don't. Nope. After studying it and looking into it, I don't see that.
He's been a rich business owner his entire life. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's the American dream. He's allowed to do that, but I
Sure,
don't
but
think that
that's
he's a Republican or a
he's
Democrat.
got
He doesn't
he's got
have
five
those values.
he's got
I've
5
been
kids.
wait.
The
I've been
entire point of
saying
Trump
that.
was
I've
the
been saying
entire
that for
point.
years.
He has a brand. He's always had a brand. He's had a brand before he was president, after he was president. The whole entire thing is about the Trump brand.
Right, it's a
You got to
cult of
think
personality. He's not a
he
conservative.
started in real estate. No, he just saw economic issues, and I really feel like that's always been Trump's biggest thing, right?
I think he's a Trumpican.
Foreign policy and economic policy,
Well, his foreign
that's
policy is
why.
not very good. He's just kind of alienating us as well. He treats other countries that are our allies pretty terribly.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I don't see
Except
him.
What are you
I don't
Israel.
that's
see
the
him
part I
as.
do like.
I don't see it as him
Yeah, I'm okay with
alienating
that.
us. I see it as him doing an
What country?
audit of
What
how much
country do you like?
money.
What other countries do you
It's all
like?
about the money.
Like
With
you like all
Trump,
the
it's all
NATO
about the
countries,
money,
like
like
that
you
piece of
said,
shit
right?
France?
I
Can
mean,
I just
we
can
should
I
be
just
closer
finish
to
like
NATO,
one
yeah.
thought?
Germany, we should be closer to them. I think we should turn Europe into class.
Well, that's extremism. I don't agree with you. Why would we do that?
Might be, but I see no use for them.
Can I
Well,
be
that's
dropped, please?
extreme.
I gotta go.
France is behind
That's
every war we've ever
extremism.
been in.
That is alienating us. You want us to be more
Yes.
alienated? Why?
No, I want to see the end
That
of
isn't what I
Europe.
was trying to say. What
I
I
want
was
to see the
saying
end of
was
Europe, and I want to see the United States and Russia combined.
That's so strange. Why?
Well, I
What?
really wish the
Yeah.
U.S. should cut ties. The U.S. should cut ties with
NATO.
with
look.
NATO, with
I'm an
Israel. Yeah, the U.S. needs to say
Agree, yeah,
bye
but
bye.
Israel owns us, and that's really unfortunate.
I'm very
Israel
much
does not
America
own us.
first.
No,
Israel
they
doesn't
don't.
own us. If
Yeah, they
anything, we
do.
fund Israel.
How do they
Well,
own
yeah,
us?
we give them so much. Yeah, and that's why they own us. We give them so much money. Look at all
So
of the
tell me.
media.
So let
Look
me ask you
at
this.
all of the media
Wait.
Who's the biggest
corporations.
owner? So hold on.
How do we
Who's
fund
the
them, but
biggest?
they own us?
Tell me the biggest
How's
landowner
that
in
work?
the United States.
Because we give them so much money that we literally are owned by them.
Sure. How do
Who's
we
the
give
biggest
them
landowner in
money,
the United
but
States?
they own us?
Because of influence. Everything that
What
we do is
So
because Israel wants
we
us
pay
to.
them to
What
influence us?
country owns the most land in the United States?
What
Doesn't
does?
make any
What
sense.
country owns the most land in the
They're the
United
size
States?
of
Probably China.
Jersey.
China.
Probably wrong.
What?
Well, who is it? Israel?
Probably wrong.
Who is it?
Russia.
Fucking Canada.
Well, that
Okay.
doesn't count.
Well,
That doesn't
what
We should
count.
take Canada over. We should take Mexico over.
what are you talking about?
Right?
No,
We should
that's not happening, dude. Like
we should take both those over. We should annihilate Europe, except for Poland.
that
I'd keep Poland.
Good sir,
that's
are you
really odd.
okay?
That's a very odd take, and that's
Yeah, I
not
know it is. I
happening.
know it is.
Okay,
Are
I know
you
he's
it is.
alright,
trolling. He's
sir?
I would
trolling right now.
align.
He's
Yeah, I would
trolling.
align ourselves with Russia because our values are pretty close to theirs.
Well, Russia
And
hates us, so that's not happening.
What?
no, they don't. The Russian people don't hate us at all. You're wrong.
I'm not talking about the Russian
No, no.
people. I'm talking about their odd. No,
I'm
that's
odd
just
in
not
here.
happening.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen.
Well, more power to you. Are you in
You're
the
gonna
military or
make
in the
it
government?
happen?
No,
Sure. Okay,
Are
cool
you a
story.
veteran?
Cool story, sir.
no,
Cool story.
Are you a veteran?
no.
Well, I'm active duty military. That's not happening.
All right, well, you could say it.
Well,
Anywho.
good luck. I agree with America first, not taking over the entire world. That's not happening.
Why not? We
Very,
have the
very
power.
much,
Take over.
very much America first. Actually, I'm about to be like America only. Why do
Right,
we
There you
need
that's
to
what
go.
I'm
occupy
saying.
all these places?
Yeah, but
Why do we
not
need to?
America, not not taking over other countries. That's not what we
Nope,
want to do.
Yes,
nope.
yes.
I want to bring it all back home.
Take it
They're
all.
fantastic. This is why I'm saying Donald Trump is fantastic
And
at economic and foreign policy.
No,
This is where he kind of shines.
he's too much of a strongman. No, other countries are scared or just think he's a clown. Like
Yeah, well,
genuinely,
either way, it's effective, right?
somewhat
I think it's that they're scared.
in certain
I
things.
think it's they're scared.
Didn't the
I
Venezuelan
genuinely think they're scared because he is the loose
Let's be
cannon.
honest.
He is
Let's be
the.
honest. He is just the leader of our country. He's not
I
truly
love
coming
it.
up with these decisions.
I don't
Okay.
care.
That, I agree with that too.
Either
There's a
way,
lot of
his
smart.
policies
There's a
are
lot of
effective.
smart people
He's
that
being
actually
advised by
execute
Stephen
those
Miller
decisions.
and the
Yeah.
people that surrounds him. It's not him.
What were you saying, Turp? What were you saying?
At the height of 9/11, Osama had only a $30 million bounty. The Venezuelan president had a $50 million bounty. I don't want to tell you how bad that they really wanted this guy out of power.
Agreed. And you know who started the bounty? That was under the Biden administration. So it's not even just Trump.
Nope, you're right. And what a lot of people have to understand, like as well as like seizing those 300 million crude barrels, is going to help America drastically, bringing oil back to $50 a gallon or $50 a barrel. That is tremendous. Like us capturing this guy and bringing him to the U.S. is like probably like gonna be one of the biggest things to happen this
It's
year. If not,
$17
I
trillion
agree.
dollars.
It's amazing. It's amazing, and it's gonna stabilize the region. It's gonna stabilize Venezuela's economy. It's gonna bring so many jobs to Venezuela. It's gonna open up the tourism trade again.
Are any of y'all from Florida?
I'm from Florida. Yeah.
Nowhere for Venezuela to go but up.
Agreed.
Have you driven through Del Rey?
I know where Del Rey is. Yeah.
You know that's like the biggest Venezuelan population, right? You're on my side.
It's actually Weston, Florida, and Doral, Florida. But yeah, there's a lot in Del Rey. I agree. I'm
There's
Venezuelan. I know.
300,000 Venezuelans apparently, and I partied with them. I did. I'll be honest with you. It was a party. It was 4th of July. It was 4th of July.
It's everything. My parents have been here for 27 years, and they cried tears of joy, and they still are. This is the greatest thing that happened.
I cried for you guys. I'm from Russia. And I hope Putin is next.
I would hope so too. I want Cuba to be next. I really
not
hope
so much
Cuba's
on the
next.
Putin guy. All right, relax.
I super hope Cuba's next. Come on.
Yeah,
now.
Cuba is next.
Let's go.
Putin sucks, man. Putin sucks.
Cuba's not next. Mexico is next.
No, Mexico
I hope so, too.
is
No. Mexico. We're
Mexico
gonna
is
go in.
dog-
No, I'm telling you.
dog
Let's
shit.
go.
Cuba's next.
The
family. Let's go.
What we have seen, deportation wise, just here recently is nothing. I'm telling you, it is
You
about to
guys
get
think this
even
is all about oil,
crazier.
don't you?
No.
You think it's about the oil because everybody keeps talking about the oil.
It's
Why
not
doesn't
I don't
about
give
the
a
So you
fuck
oil.
think?
about the oil.
why does
I
nobody
care. I want the
understand?
dictators gone. I want Putin gone. I want all the dictators gone. I
No,
want
stop with
everyone
Putin.
gone.
Like the
Not
Hey,
so much with
schmucks.
Putin.
Bleach, like we should want Putin gone. Putin is a bad person.
Wrong. Wrong.
Yep.
Absolutely fucking
Can
wrong.
whoever's having a coffin fit mute real fast?
The problem
You're you're
is you don't
you're an
want Putin.
extremist, Bleach.
No, if you knew what was behind Putin, you wouldn't be saying that.
What's behind Putin? Putin's a trillionaire behind closed doors. Yeah, he's a
No,
bad
I lived
person.
right.
under
But
Putin.
the oligarchs behind him are way worse than he is. These
Oh,
guys
I'm not. I'm not saying
yeah,
there's
right, right,
worse
right, right.
people.
They're fucking nuts. And they'll be very quick to hit a button. He's not. He's smart. He's not stupid.
I know he's not stupid. Yeah, he can't be. But
Right. So I'd
I don't
rather
think
have a
we should.
smart
I
guy.
don't think we should mess around with them. I don't want all my friends to go die in a conflict for no reason over there.
Yeah.
He's
Bleach.
gonna have
Yeah.
he's
Blink
gonna have
twice if you
Ukraine.
need help. Bleach. Blink
He's he's,
twice.
he's gonna have Ukraine very shortly, and that'll take care of things for a while.
It
Uh,
took the
I don't think
United
that's a good
States
thing,
2
though.
hours for
I think it's a great thing.
Venezuela. It took Russia 4
Yeah, no,
years.
Russia's so corrupt that even those people don't want to fight for Putin. They don't want to go in the Ukraine and die, and they're still dying. It's been 4 years.
Yep.
This is not a conflict worth
Yeah, the
having for
In
Ukraine.
Russia.
Venezuela, it
The U,
happened
the
in under
Ukraine
2
is just
hours.
the Ukraine is just as corrupt as well.
Listen,
When I
again,
was gonna
I'm not
say,
saying they're not,
I
but
not
was
I'm just
so
gonna
saying
say,
much. I'm
that
not gonna say.
Russia is not as militaristically sophisticated as us in any means. They're
You're
not
right.
they're not taking the Ukraine. Like it's just a bunch of kids that got
Good
conscripted
morning.
over there, and they don't want to die for Putin.
Yep.
bullshit.
Did you? Oh, wait. Did you say that they're not going to take Ukraine?
They're not.
They
It's
I
been
don't think they will. No.
It's
They're
been
doing.
4 years.
Guys, it doesn't
Bro,
matter.
Whoa,
They can't.
that conflict started
You guys
You
are
They
give
so
it
can't.
to
long ago.
Paluski.
They can't take
I know
Russia
Ukraine.
so much of
has
that
lost.
militaristically, bro. It's not happening. As much as
They
you'd want it
can't
to,
take
it's not
Ukraine.
happening.
yep, he's right. Why hasn't it happened? If it's gonna, why?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
like,
literally doesn't. He doesn't have the military. They're not good at what they
and
do,
they and they're
genuinely, and they don't want
Literally,
to
they're
do
the
it.
they're
United
running
States
out of
could
shit. They're running out
destroy
of shit too.
everything they have.
Yeah,
anything.
Bad. Like,
Like, really,
Russia's
Concept of
militaristic
that,
power is
you
way
realize
less
we
than you
haven't
think it
even
is.
The
unleashed
funny
our
thing is, they
best
haven't given up an
weapons
inch of
yet.
land. They keep taking more land every day.
that doesn't mean
They
Right,
anything.
haven't
right,
lost an
because
inch of
there's
land.
just not enough Ukrainians to fight it. But again, there's
Okay,
not enough
so
Russians that want to defend it or fight for it either.
Well, how
These
many
are kids that are
Russians
going
have
over there
died? 7,000?
forced
Like
to. They're
9,000?
literally forced to go fight. They don't. There's no Russian nationalism. They don't want Ukraine that bad. It's just the
Yes, we
oligarchs.
can
But it's not going
agree.
to happen.
Now hold on
Ukraine
a
is
minute. What do you
losing.
mean? What do you mean? There's no Russian nationalism? What are you
I'm
serious right
actually
now?
planning on moving to
The
Russia
Russian
because there's
military, I
so many
promise you, the Russian
women
military
per
is in
male.
shambles. They do not want to fight anymore. These are
They're
conscripted
tired.
kids.
They're
Yeah.
tired.
Okay, that could be true, but you can't say that there's no Russian nationalism.
There's not enough to service the needs of what the oligarchs want to take Ukraine. That's facts.
That's not a fact. That's your opinion, but whatever.
It's not. I'm heavily invested in the military. I'm in the military. I know these things. I promise you.
All right, so how do we break this down?
Hold on, and I'm heavily
We,
invested
as
in
a
it.
populace in
Hold
the
on.
United States, have more people than Russia does. They have more land, but they have less populace.
Are you a
We have
military
way
advisor or
more
are you in
people.
military intelligence? That's the only way you could know more than what I know, and I
And
promise you, they're
you're
not.
wrong on the Russian
You're
land.
heavily invested in this stuff, but I'm heavily
90%
invested
of
in
Russian
common sense.
I'm not heavily
property
invested in anything.
is not viable to human resources.
What the fuck are you saying?
No, what are you
Okay,
saying? The top
so
right corner. What are you saying? You're heavily
Russians
invested in
are
what?
about what 100,000, like 100 million people.
No,
We
let her
have
talk for a sec. Let her talk for a sec. What'd you say? Yeah, you.
I don't remember. I think I said something like
I
I'm
don't
heavily
remember.
invested in common sense.
Oh, I mean that's fine, but you don't know about military intelligence and like what happens behind like closed doors and stuff. Like the Russian military is not what you think it is.
No, I'm
It's
not talking about the
a
military. I'm
tiny
talking about the Russian people.
population.
We have 3 times their
Nobody's
population.
fucking military is what they think it is.
The what?
Nobody's military is what they think it is.
Yeah, ours
You're
is better
wrong.
than what we. Ours is
Listen,
better than
this
what
is the
everyone
thing.
thinks it is.
They're fighting.
You're wrong.
Listen, they're fighting a war.
Lockheed Martin
they're
says
fighting
entered the
war
chat.
that has never been fought before. It's all been done with most of all with drones, and it's
You know
not
we
with
have a
like
railgun,
it's
right?
not with big missiles and shit like that.
What are you talking about, Johannes? What about the railgun? The railgun is not. it's conventional warfare is a lot more important than that. That's like.
But we
I'm in
still
the
have a
Navy.
railgun where they don't.
Yeah, but that like we have a lot more missiles and like, conventional weapons and drones and stuff. Like the
conventional,
railgun
yes.
is nothing crazy.
It's still pretty cool.
It's cool, but it's a theoretical weapon for the most part. It blacks
It's
out
not
ships every time it
theoretical,
shoots
it works.
I know a lot about it, dude. It's nothing crazy.
I get it. You know, I understand. But it still works. It sends a metal rod at
Yeah,
7
kinetic warfare through magnets. Yeah, it's really cool. But what was your point behind that?
We're still light speed ahead of anybody else.
I agree. The only person to fear is China. 100%. They're
not really.
I promise you. I
come
promise
on.
you. Yeah, they're an adversary that we should be careful about. I promise.
Not really.
The level of AI, the robots, the technology.
Dude, I'm in the military. I promise you that they're the only
I'm
competent
glad you're in
adversary.
the military. My dad's in the military. My dad
Cool.
works for the DoD.
Dude,
I'm happy for you. I'm just saying, we're light speed ahead of everybody else. Everybody else is trying to catch up.
Yeah,
For the most part, I
would-
agree. Especially our special forces. We have the best special forces in history.
No, SAS is still pretty good.
Bro, I know what you're getting. I know the SAS sure is great, but they have nowhere near the numbers or the training or anything like us. Like I don't know why
Numbers
you're.
probably, but training,
Dude, I know people that go to Buds all the like. I don't know what you're trying to say. Like I know a lot about this, like far more than what it seems like you know. But
okay,
I don't get it.
You're just a civilian.
You think that everyone is trying to catch up to our military? You think that
No, they are trying to catch up
more
to our
advanced-
military.
we are more advanced than China's military?
Yes,
We are more advanced, but they have the
Way
numbers, and they definitely have like, ridiculous nationalism and professionalism. So I mean, that's why I'm saying that they're a worthy adversary that we need to be careful about.
We could take on 7 countries at a time if we really needed to.
That's not true.
Come on now. No, we
Bullshit.
can't. Come on now.
Not
couldn't even be
necessarily,
against
and we shouldn't have to. Like
And
that's not.
yeah, and that would be
Bullshit.
just silly.
Yeah,
7
why would
countries?
we? Like,
Yeah,
there's no
what's
point.
that?
I don't
Yeah,
want
that's
I don't want
silly.
my friends dying.
No.
Like that's not
I don't
cool.
want
We don't want
but
anybody
if
dying.
we had to, yeah.
The point
we
is peace,
we
not
could
war.
take on, yeah.
Why
as
does that
a-
matter?
Right, yeah, but that's like a moot point. Like, why talk
Yeah,
about that? It's like, we
no.
could definitely take on a bunch of countries, but what's the point?
And
I'm
would
just
it be
saying
like
we
regular
can't.
warfare or
That's like a
guerrilla
worst
warfare?
case scenario Armageddon style. Why do you want to let
Regular
your brain go
warfare. We
there,
would
sir?
stomp out most people before the stage of guerrilla warfare even gets to that point. Look at what we just did in Venezuela. They were saying that they mobilized
We
a
literally
million point
took out
five.
a president in 4 hours.
Right.
I know,
I'm
but
agreeing
here's
with
the
you.
thing.
I'm just saying that we don't want more wars. Like that's genuinely the truth.
Yeah.
Here's my
but
opinion. I was talking the other day.
Donald Trump ran
Not
on
even-
peace.
Here's
He
what
did it with
I heard
Delta.
from this elder guy I was talking to. He said that a similar thing happened in Iraq. They killed Saddam Hussein really quickly, but then what happened is people revolted, and there was a war there for a long ass time. Same thing with Afghanistan. So
Yeah.
like, what are we gonna do when it
Okay.
turns into a guerrilla warfare?
So you
That's
We
not
don't know.
happening.
We
No.
don't
Listen,
know.
bro. That's
We
not
don't know
happening in Venezuela because
right
there's no
now,
nationalism for this
Yeah.
president. There's no nationalism.
Yeah,
The only
there
people
is.
behind him were through corrupt means. The only people behind him was because they were getting their pockets lined with money. No
Yeah,
one's
but
gonna fight for them because they don't
but-
exist anymore.
There
He's
are a lot
every
of people
single other
personally
scenario you
supporting
just
right now.
listed wasn't Donald
They
Trump.
had different
Why
religious
does
groups, the
everybody else
Ba'ath
burn
Party.
their own country whenever we decide to invade?
There are
And
people
that's
Well,
the
that,
thing.
that
And
happened
that's the
in
thing.
Venezuela
Like,
because We received the Americans with open arms in Venezuela. That didn't happen in Iraq. Obviously, there's not going to
And
be a
Donald
guerrilla
Trump.
warfare in
People
Venezuela
celebrated
That's right.
because no
Donald
Saddam
one
Trump
Hussein's
wants.
didn't
death.
blow
I
that
don't
shit
think so.
up.
Some
I
people
don't
Trump
think
did
so.
not
celebrated Saddam
destroy the
Hussein's death in
country of
Iraq.
Venezuela to
People
overturn one
liked
fucking
Americans in
dictator.
Iraq
So
at
why
first.
is
Wait, what are you saying,
Venezuela?
Boo? What are you
So
saying? What are you saying?
why is it okay for them to send drugs across the border? Why is
They
that
were
It's not.
okay?
hold on, hold
It's
on,
not
It's
okay. And we're
not. That's
stopping
what
that.
this
What are you
whole
talking
war is
about?
about.
hold on. I'll say
So
this:
then
That's
when the
all of
stop
United
this
it.
is
States
about.
invaded Iraq, there were
Then
people
stop it.
supporting the United States. There were people that were
So you
against
want your
Saddam Hussein.
kids to have
Yeah,
There were people that
drugs?
it wasn't
supported
the
Hussein.
it wasn't the majority of the
It
country.
was half
Plus,
the country.
they had
It was
such
half the country. It was
nationalism,
half
plus
the
the
country over
fervor
there.
of being Islamic.
Fervor.
Bro,
What happened?
believe me, the
What,
majority. Everyone in Venezuela wants a U.S. passport. That's like their greatest dream. They love America. That is
Right?
not what happened in Iraq.
I'm sure the
Exactly.
Vietnamese were Muslim and loved America.
I'm
Well,
literally
no,
tired of
Vietnamese.
America
I
giving
Additionally, they did
people
not
passes.
want a Venezuela. They did not want a U.S. passport. Vi-
Yes, they did. They were
Vietnam.
colonized. And you can look at the
Vietnam is
beauty
so
standards right
different
now
from this
in Vietnam.
situation.
I'm a German
It's very
immigrant,
similar.
and
The
I'm
terrain is
tired
the
of
same.
people giving people
It's like
passes.
jungles.
I'm literally tired of it.
Can you
Maduro
let
had a
Moo
bunch of
talk for a sec?
supporters. It's very similar in the sense that the terrain is very similar because there's a lot of jungles over there. And Maduro had supporters, and he still has. There were people that fucked with him heavy that were protesting against his capture.
Right,
And we
because
can look it up right
of
they're
now.
getting
course
paid.
he
They were getting paid through
I
corruption.
let him
There's no
he's
speak.
a
Let him
cartel
That's the
speak.
leader,
thing. That's the
dude.
thing. Dictators
There's
have people that
He
support them
he
at all times.
he
You're
runs a
telling
can
him
I
to
cartel.
not let
listen,
him
guys?
speak.
Hold on.
Let
Can
him
I talk
speak.
first? Can
He
I
runs
respond
a
to this for a sec?
cartel.
You're telling
Can I
us
respond to
not
this for
let
a
him
sec?
speak. Let him speak.
All right, you got it.
There is no Venezuelan nationalism to the level that there was in Vietnam, Iraq, or any other country that we've interdicted in. A guerrilla warfare campaign is not happening in Venezuela. All the supporters that you see for Maduro were corrupt and they were getting paid by him, and he's gone, and no one's filling their pockets, so there will be no guerrilla warfare. I promise you.
Hold on. When no one
Well,
is
I
filling their
think
pockets,
Venezuela is
they want
probably
someone to
going to
fill their
be
pockets. Like
better
they
off.
Right. It's
why
going to
is
do
this
that. The economy is going to be
Trump is not
stimulated
doing
by
that.
the U.S.
Trump is not
No,
going to do that because you heard
Trump
what
is
the
gonna
why?
do
no,
exactly
he's
I have a
not.
that.
Here's the
question.
thing. Here's the
Why
thing.
do we
The
have
vice president
to
just
deal
like the
with
person who's in charge
everybody?
just spoke and they said they don't want Trump to meddle in their policy making. They don't want Trump to be in charge of the oil.
I'm
They're
tired of paying for everybody's problems.
That's
facts.
the point. We're not gonna have to pay for
Venezuela,
Venezuela.
set your shit up.
No, Venezuela is rich in resources.
And have
Of
you seen
course, and we're
Venezuela
Venezuelans
is
here? They
so
are
great.
super
The people.
nationalistic. I've worked with them. Trust me,
what
they
are you
really love their
talking about?
country.
No,
They're not. Venezuela is
Yes, they
super
are.
happy that we took out Maduro. I'm Venezuelan. I
Yes.
know tons of
Yeah.
people there.
Hey,
That's not happening.
hey, they're happy that Maduro's gone.
yes,
But
we
are they
want the
happy with
resources.
the
I
United States
get it.
controlling their resources? No, the
Yes,
fuck they're
they're
not.
they're
Oh
very
my
happy
They're
about that.
so
god,
Be-
you guys are
happy.
all
Before
talking
the
over
U.S.,
each
No,
it
other.
was
they're
China,
very
Russia,
happy about that.
Iran.
Dude,
They
I'm
get
They're
the
happy
very
that
wealth
happy
of their
about that.
Trump is
country
controlling
back.
You
my
guys are
oil
They get
all
the
reserves, bro.
wealth
talking
of their
over each
country
other.
back.
No Venezuelan has ever
Hopefully.
said that.
Yes, they have.
I'm
They're all
You are
millions of
all
them are saying it
talking
right
over
No,
each
they
I'm
now.
other.
You're
have
not
tired.
not,
Venezuelan.
bro.
You don't
I'm
know.
literally
I've
tired of
talked to them. I've
countries
worked with them.
not doing for themselves.
They hate Maduro, but they don't hate their country, bro. They want to be control
No,
their oil.
I hate the country.
Think that they're going
I'm
to fight the
tired of
U.S.
you
That is
not
level.
doing for
No
yourself.
one is taking up arms against the U.S. in Venezuela. That is not happening. That
How
is a
can you be
joke. That is a
certain?
Good
How can
luck
you
fallacy.
be
taking
certain?
up
That
arms
is,
against